Have you guys ever heard of SCP-096?
No.
That's probably for the best. He is better known as a Shy Guy, one of the strongest, most powerful SCPs. And today, we're going to be learning about his sad origin story.
Hello everyone, Dr. Bob here. I know you're not used to seeing me here at the start of videos.
Is that him?
But that's because today
No, that's
we have
Dr.
an
Bob.
extremely pressing matter to attend to. One that cuts to the deepest core of one of the SCP Foundation's deadliest contained anomalies. SCP-096, the Shy Guy.
No.
It's a creature that needs no introduction, because it probably haunts all of your nightmares already. Close your eyes and
does.
picture it in your mind's eye.
Okay, guys, tell me what you're picturing. What are you picturing for SCP-096?
I see.
Get away.
I see Adam.
Get away.
Is he clothed or naked?
I see Adam running, and he's running from someone who looks beautiful.
Okay. What is going on?
Is it
And
me?
it's
is not
your mom.
scary.
It's your mom, guys. Shy Guy is your mom. What a plot twist.
Gaunt face with the slack jaw and the lifeless white eyes. The face you hope never to see as long as you live. The pale skin pulled tight against bone.
Oh my gosh.
Those impossibly long, gangly limbs. It sits there in its airtight containment cube, covering its face and quietly sobbing. Always sobbing, as though cursing something beyond.
I thought that was Alec making the crying sound. I don't know why.
Why does he choose to be in a corner? Why can't he just cry anywhere else?
Adam,
Were you guys
he's-
ever-
He's shy.
Were you guys ever shy in like elementary school and like didn't talk to anybody? Because I used to be like that. I was pretty shy growing up, and like so it's relatable. Like I'm kind of relatable to like the Shy Guy.
Doesn't the Shy Guy murder a lot of people?
Well, only if they look at him.
Okay, so nobody looks at him then. He's camped in a corner.
Technically, you're looking at him right now.
I'm not
So an
looking at his
understanding. Perhaps
face, though.
when thinking about SCP-096,
I'm looking
you
at
feel a
something
pang
else.
of sympathy mixed with the terror. After all, this anomaly is no sadist. Why would a sadist cry as it kills, like SCP-096 does? You're not alone in asking
Are you
this
laughing
question.
at him?
I've spent many a night poring over classified files with an ever-freshening pot of coffee, trying to piece together the answers. SCP-096 is considered one of the most dangerous Euclid-class creatures in containment, and yet,
Do you guys know what Euclid?
I was about to say it. Me no understand big word.
Okay, so there's 3 different classes in SCP. There's Safe, there's Euclid, and then there's Keter class. So Safe is green. Safe means that it's good, it's not gonna hurt you. Euclid is kind of like Minecraft spiders. They're neutral, so as long as you don't touch it, it won't touch you.
Okay.
And then
Shy
Keter
Guy's not even
class,
that bad.
you don't even want to know about Keter class.
Okay, so Shy Guy, he's not even evil. He's just like a nice guy that doesn't want to hang out with anybody.
As long as you stay away from him, he's not evil.
so little about it is known, beyond its capability to do great harm whenever someone is unlucky enough to see its face and send it into its rage state. How did this happen? It's a question for the curious, like you or me, and after months of strenuous research, I believe I may have an answer. Whether you choose to believe it is up to you. Just be warned
believe it? Is this
when you
real?
hear what I believe to be the
do.
heart.
Wait, this is like a real thing? This is actually making me
No,
feel like
no.
that SCPs are
Jack,
real. I
it's
always
not
thought
real.
SCPs
Jack,
were
it's not
fake.
real.
Okay, guys, we don't know for sure. Do you remember creepypastas when you were like 13 years old?
Yeah.
Like Slender
Usually
Man,
my mom just gave me spaghetti.
Entity 303.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Back in the day, I wasn't sure if they were real or not. So maybe they are real, maybe they're not.
Well, this guy's really convincing me that it's real.
That's
He
not
could
real.
be,
That is
Alec.
not real. Please, somebody say in the comments it's not real. Please.
We've only explored like 5% of the ocean, so it could be down in the ocean.
Good
You
point.
never know. Could be an
Heartbreaking,
alien.
tragic origin of this terrifying and pitiful monster. You may never be able to look at him the same way again. Not that looking at him should ever be high on your list of priorities. It begins in a tavern in a small Nepalese village, a few miles away from the Chinese border, where Mount Everest, the world's tallest mountain above sea level, waits. Its mere existence is like a challenge to the brave and foolhardy. Conquer me, it seems to whisper. Conquer me, and declare yourself above
Mount
Why
Everest
is
is
it
those
whispering
I
that to
have
people?
conquered. Become a god
Conquer
among
me.
men. It's always whispering like this, but few, in the
Stop,
grand scheme
Mount
of
Everest.
things, can actually hear it. And sadly for him,
No, Mount
the
Everest, no,
explorer
I won't.
is among those
Okay,
few.
I'll do it.
Fine.
He's sitting in one of the tavern's many cozy.
Wait, come on. Alec, can you act like you're eating something?
That looks like me.
If you shaved,
Alec, come on.
For real?
if you shaved and parted your hair,
That guy
I
does
mean,
not look like me.
That looks like you from 2017.
I have red hair. I have red hair.
Are we seeing
Oh
the
my
origin
God.
story of Shy Guy? You always said you were shy as a kid. Oh my
some people
God,
do
dude.
say Alec is a pretty shy guy. Okay, everybody's clicking off this video. Please don't leave the video, guys. Please don't leave the video.
Okay,
he's
no
gonna put
wonder
his
he
hat
didn't
back
have.
on.
All I'm gonna say is no wonder he didn't have any friends in elementary school.
He's gonna put his hat back on in 3,
I am scared.
2, 1. Okay, we're safe. Whew.
May at a plate of mutton
Wow.
curry while sipping from a brass bowl of white chiang, a popular local drink. The explorer, living up to his name, has come a long way to get here. The rest of the village locals in the tavern eye him with a variety of knowing glances. They've seen so many like him before. Smug smiles and
There
puffed
he is.
chests,
There's Alex.
thinking they'll be
Hey,
able to count
the French
themselves
man.
among the exalted few who've conquered the mountain to end all mountains.
I'll climb Mount
The
Everest with you
bodies
guys.
of many men like this
Oh,
are
never
still
mind.
frozen to the mountain's surface.
What the?
don't
Of
know.
course
One
my guy
An
dies.
older man
What?
I said, of course my guy dies.
Well, yeah.
My fellow ginger man.
Yeah, that's why there's not many of them left. They probably all try to climb Mount Everest.
They're trying to conquer Mount Everest and
Yeah.
just die.
Probably.
who can speak English fluently
Not a bad way to
slides in
go.
across the table from the explorer. The old-timer tells him that whatever he thinks he'll find up on the mountain, honor, glory, recognition, he'd be
Alex,
better
you're
off
mine.
searching for it elsewhere. Death awaits on the icy rocks above. The explorer, young, fit, and still feeling mighty smug, replies that death is there for the people who haven't worked hard enough, who haven't prepared. He's scaled other mountains before, all across the globe, from Scotland to Peru. Everest would hold no surprises for him, just a
Okay, I don't understand how this relates to Shy Guy at all, Jack. What is going on?
Adam, you gotta just wait, okay? The story's
Okay,
building.
all right.
And okay, I have a theory. Either A, this guy becomes Shy Guy, or B, Shy Guy is waiting at the top of Mount Everest and he dies to him.
I thought, like, since so many people die at Mount Everest, Shy Guy's just waiting up there.
It very well could be, Adam. Shy Guy can survive pretty much any environment, at least that I know of.
The thing is, it's definitely option A because this is the origin story of Shy Guy. So it's like the beginning of Shy Guy.
Maybe that's Shy Guy and he tries to climb it and then he gets stuck.
Exactly. The problem
Exactly.
is, though, that this guy's not shy at all. Like, he doesn't have any similarities with Shy Guy. So how does he end up turning into Shy Guy?
Maybe he loses all of his clothes and he gets really skinny, and then that's when he becomes shy because he doesn't want people to look at him because he's self-conscious.
And he loses his hair.
new, compelling
I wouldn't
challenge.
want people looking at me if I lost my
The
hair.
old man is,
You kinda
as you
just,
could
like,
probably
defied my
imagine,
life, bro.
unamused by the explorer's hubris. All confidence and bluster now, he says with his thin, raspy voice. But what will you say when you're face to face with the king? The explorer,
The king?
assuming that this king refers to the mountain itself, smiles and replies,
What?
I'll ask him for his crown.
Shy Guy the king?
With that, the old man
Interesting.
leaves, content that he
He's
at least
shy.
tried to dissuade the explorer from going on this doomed journey. If nothing else, his conscience would be clear now. He had done all that he possibly could. The explorer, not bothered by the grim prophecies of superstitious locals, finishes his curry and chung and retires to the room he rented upstairs. He's so excited. Tomorrow,
so
it will
happy?
finally be time. All his months of training will pay off.
'Cause
He
he's
will
the conqueror
climb
of
to
Mount
Mount
Everest.
Everest's peak. It would be an achievement to last a whole lifetime.
I'd be nervous.
One he would never ever forget, no matter how much he wants to. The next day, the
Whoa.
tip of his ice axe cleaves into the mountainside.
we go!
As he grunts, strains, and
Come
pulls
on!
himself up another few feet. He's about 2,000
Dude, he's doing it
meters
all
up,
by himself.
and every
You got
additional
this!
meter is
2,000
fighting him.
meters, bro? Oh
It's
my
the
god.
bitterest cold he's ever known.
That is
a freeze
crazy.
so deep it makes his incredibly expensive thermal locking clothes feel like he's wearing wet one-ply toilet paper. But the pain
Ugh, I
doesn't
hate
matter.
that.
The cold doesn't matter. He finds it exhilarating.
He's still happy.
Of course,
That's crazy.
just as the old man had warned, death could be waiting for him on this mountain. But the truth is, the explorer has never felt more alive. He winches himself up a few feet more, trying to regulate his breathing as his icy fingers, wrapped in thick
This is
gloves,
definitely not
struggle
Shy
to find
Guy.
purchase on what feels
I don't
like a
think
sheer
so, Adam.
cliff face.
I think it was option
There
B.
are many times when he's supporting his full body weight with only his hands. It often takes the kind of Herculean strength that only a lifetime of training can give you.
I think I could
After
do it.
all, there's no room for error on Mount Everest. One wrong move, and you're either plummeting to your death or becoming a permanent frozen fixture of the mountainside. And because Everest is so dangerous, nobody comes to collect the bodies of dead mountaineering hopefuls. Their corpses,
that is
coated in
true.
often colorful winter jackets, litter the mountain. Some look at them
Yeah,
as a
that's real.
tragic warning. Other, more morbid mountaineers use them as mile markers for their own more successful ascents. Whether the explorer would be lucky or become just another dead, frozen mile marker is still entirely up to chance.
That's really creepy.
Whoever goes up this mountain by themselves, that's probably like not known ever.
Usually you're supposed to go up with like some sort of tour guide that has done it hundreds, if not thousands of times, and you go up with a giant group of people that know what they're doing. But this guy's crazy. He's doing it all by himself.
If this video gets 45,000 likes, I will go up Mount Everest by myself.
And I'll shake your hand and watch you go, Adam.
I think I can do it.
To climb this mountain on your own, you have to be best climber Everest.
Okay, can we
He
just
climbs for a few more
Black out.
hours, pushing past his body's
Alex
complaints,
face
his
cam.
physical limitations, until he reaches a well-earned plateau.
Let him cook.
Here, he establishes a small base camp and eats
That's where
some of
Shy
his
Guy is. I'm
rations.
telling you, get out of
The
there.
area is thankfully
He's gonna
guarded
get ya.
enough to keep
He's
out the
gonna
worst
touch
of
ya.
the sub-zero winds, so he can at least get some sleep without
Here we
freezing to
go.
death. Mount Everest cannot be conquered today, and even someone with the
Sleeping
explorer's
on
bravado
or in
wouldn't
Mount
dare
Everest.
to try.
That's cool.
But
That'd
as
be a
he
cool
settles
video.
down to sleep for the night, he can't
you're
help
freezing.
but look up. And
He's
the
in a little
enormity of
cocoon.
what stands before him, he finds utterly terrifying.
Wait, how was he still
The
looking at
mountain
Mount
just
Everest when
keeps
he's in
going
it?
and going.
There's, like,
and
different
going,
peaks.
stretching up into the misty heavens, like the tip would only be a short jump from the moon. For the first time, the explorer begins to genuinely wonder, will I scale this mountain, or will I die on it? What he never even considered.
This is the first time he's not smiling. He's getting nervous.
He's freezing. He's in a cave, and he hasn't even done it yet. He has to sleep there the entire night. I'd be scared.
I think what they don't think about either is that they have to get all the way back down the mountain too. And that must take almost as long as climbing up it.
You just take like a sled and go.
I don't think it's as easy as that, Adam.
That's an easy way to die.
Is that there may be a third option that's so much worse. Over the next few days, he keeps climbing further
he's
and
still
further. Hundreds, then thousands of meters pass under him as he breaks past even the boundaries biology seemed to set for him. He's impossible to deter. An engine of pure burning willpower, going
He's a
because he
beast.
knows he cannot stop.
Beast.
Because he knows that if he throws in the towel now, it will have all been for nothing. He'll be just another failure, one speck among billions. He'll have no meaning, no legacy. He'll just be another average Joe, forgotten. And that honestly scares him even more than the prospect of freezing to death up here. Eventually, even though it costs him almost everything to do it, he reaches 8,000 meters,
What?
an area
The
known
death
as
zone?
the Death Zone, where
Huh?
That can't be real.
So when you reach that, are you guys turning around, or what do you guys do?
I
You
mean,
gotta
at
keep
that,
going.
I mean, at that point, you're in too deep. You got to keep going.
Well, the thing is, like, if you do something as serious as try to climb Mount Everest, you have to have the understanding of, like, yeah, I might die on this trip, you know? So, like, when you see that, it's like, yeah, like, you gotta expect that to be a possibility. So, yes, you see that, and you're like, all right, here we go. This is
got
what I signed
really
up
real.
for.
I think I'd turn around.
This
Yeah,
isn't
of
even
course
the
you would.
scary part yet.
It's
where
not.
it's
Wait,
believed
how
to
many
be
meters is
impossible
it?
for humans to acclimate. This is the
8,000
thin,
meters
rarefied
high.
air that few have been permitted to breathe.
least.
And he's seen so many brightly colored mile markers on the way to here. The ground is slippery, and the air chews into the explorer's skin, but he knows he's made it this far. Less than 1,000 meters from the peak now, he has
Oh, he's almost there.
conquered the mountain. So you can only imagine how surprised he feels when he sees another
please don't be
mountaineer
Shy Guy.
walking
Please don't
down
be
the
Shy
side
Guy.
of the mountain towards him with an eerie kind of casualness. He's wearing standard mountain
No.
climbing gear,
No.
including white thermal
that
pants
Michael
and
Jackson?
a hooded coat, zipped up to the chin. The explorer can't make out the stranger's face beyond the pair of thick, black
out your
goggles
gun now.
he's wearing over his
Who is
eyes.
this?
What the hell is going on here?
I start tossing snowballs at him, make him take off his face mask.
You think so? Well, it's just probably another person, right?
No. Why do you think there's all these dead bodies? Mount Everest is easy to climb. It's the animals and the people there that make it so hard.
I don't think any animals live there, Adam.
They do, and they don't want you to conquer the mountain because it's like this huge accomplishment. So they'll do whatever they can to not let you succeed.
Interesting.
That's why
I never-
I'll
I
bring
never knew that.
I'll bring an M16 when I
And you
go.
bring Alec as bait.
And I'll bring Alec as bait.
smart.
I'm gonna bring one of them slow cookers and have some beef jerky.
Alec, can I bring you when I go and bring you as bait as well?
Whatever you guys need to do, I'm here for you.
Thanks, Al.
That's a big piece of bait.
The second the stranger's eyes fall upon him, he feels a frightening sensation. The bite of the cold
That's gotta be
is
Shy Guy.
gone. The chilling winds can't reach him. Instead, he feels warm, cozy,
He's
and
smiling
content,
again.
like
Ew.
he's sitting in front of
Adam,
a
what's
warm
that behind
fire
you?
in a well-insulated log cabin.
Okay, stop. Don't.
In any
don't
other
do that.
circumstance,
I
these
swear I saw
sensations
something.
might be welcomed, but a seasoned mountaineer knows that this is actually one of the worst things you can feel.
Really?
It means that death is creeping in, and your body is opening the front door and welcoming it.
That's probably not even real. It
That's
could
not
be
even a real person?
hallucination. Yeah, a hallucination.
Whoa, what is that?
Hallucination.
Yeah, it is a fascination.
Oh my gosh. Wait, this is what death looks like?
I guess so, yeah. Death is at the front door, and he's about to let it in.
That's not even that bad then. So when you're about to die, you actually smile. You enjoy it.
Yeah, but you don't want to die, Adam, remember? Don't do it, Adam. Don't go in.
Yeah, I forgot.
up.
Sorry, I
Wake
forgot.
up, wake up.
And if this stranger is causing that feeling, then one thing is certain: he's bad news. The explorer wants to turn and run, but he finds that he can't. It's almost as though he's frozen in place, entranced by the warm, inviting feeling that the other mountaineer seems to exude as he gets closer and closer. That's when the explorer notices something strange about him. Something is glowing through his goggles, like hot
Run
embers
the other
burning
way!
a bright,
Oh, he's a
luminous
ginger.
orange. Are those eyes? Dear God, are those his eyes?
He's a demon.
Go the
Explorer
other
can
way.
Feel their terrible stare.
It's not
Literally
worth it.
Feel it. It hurts to be looked at by this monster. Yes, that's what it is. A monster. A monster in the shape of a man. Why are you here, mortal? Comes a booming voice from the inhuman mountaineer. Do you wish to challenge me?
Who is that?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
The
whoa,
explorer
whoa.
can't form words. He's quaking, his body acknowledging the cold that his mind can't, as those two glowing eyes bore into him. Speak, the stranger commands.
Okay, Jack, you are the most knowledgeable in SCPs. Could this potentially be a different SCP that maybe transforms others into SCPs and now, like, the original guy becomes a shy guy?
I'm super proud of you. You're very much on the right track. However, not a chance. This is definitely not an SCP. This is like the spawn of Satan, okay? This is not an SCP.
Is that not what
I've never
SCPs
seen
are?
a
Satan
no,
is an SCP?
No. Trust me. Trust me. Demons and SCPs, completely different, okay? Sometimes SCPs seem like demons, but trust me, this is definitely not an SCP. This is the spawn of the devil, okay? And it also could be a hallucination inside of his brain. We don't even know if this thing is real.
Unless Jack is an SCP and his role is to confuse our brain into thinking that that's not an SCP.
Unless you're an SCP and your role is to convince me that Jack's an SCP and you're actually the SCP and I'm the one that needs to reverse the entire mindset, and really, I was right the whole time.
The only way to get to the bottom of this is to smash like, and if it turns blue, Alec is an SCP.
Who? What? Are you? The explorer forces out between chattering teeth. The stranger laughs.
Hey,
I am the king of the mountain. Though to the SCP Foundation, he's better known
what
as
is that behind you?
SCP-1529.
Oh,
and he's the
I
worst
got
possible
it!
thing you can run into while trying to scale Mount
Well,
Everest.
not. You
The
have
explorer
called it.
remembers
Let's
his
see.
conversation with the old man in the tavern. The question he asked,
The
what
king.
will you say when you're face to face with the king? And his own foolish answer, I'll ask him for his crown. Now, really, truly face to face with the king of the mountain, all the poor terrified explorer can do is whimper and beg for mercy.
Oh, that's not
Please,
what you do.
he says, the tears freezing on his cheeks as they fall.
What do you do?
I just wanted to climb.
Wait, this might be a really dumb question, but if you cry when you're on Mount Everest, wouldn't your eyeballs just freeze?
I think it just said that, like, the tears freeze as soon as they hit your face. But you wear goggles so that your eyeballs don't freeze.
Oh, okay. All right.
King of the mountain laugh, his eyes burning. Then you will climb, he says, and climb and climb and climb.
Isn't that
The
what he's
king of the
doing
mountain
anyways?
must have wielded
Think so.
truly unspeakable power to do what he does next.
Whoa.
With a simple nod, the explorer is
What?
suddenly hanging off the mountainside, his fingers
He's a
digging into
waterbender.
the craggy
Oh, no.
rocks. The only thing supporting his weight. It was like being back at square one all over again, except with added pain, terror, and cold so deep he can feel his
Oh,
bones
no.
rattling. And all the while, he feels those eyes upon him, those burning, fiery eyes, staring with absolute malice.
Okay, the other guy, the guy with the scar, should have gave him a better warning. Like, he just like lightly mentioned the king. If he actually knew that this guy was up here, I would be screaming and putting signs up, have ads up on the wall.
I mean, yeah, to be honest, whatever the government that's in place there, they should not let people walk up this mountain if they know this is at the top.
That's like how when. Nah, never mind.
He keeps climbing. Every time he reaches a plateau, a place where he might camp and find even momentary comfort, the king of the mountain is already waiting there, staring that horrible stare.
Ooh.
And just like that, the explorer was climbing again, wind whipping against him like 40 lashes
Not
from a
gonna
cat o'
win.
nine tails. That, coupled with the endless strain of the climb
He's
on his
going
muscles,
down.
is the worst agony he's ever felt.
You gotta
And
just
yet-
let go.
He never dies.
Huh?
Even though he hasn't eaten in days, weeks, months, years, he never, ever
Years?
dies.
No, wait.
He just fulfills the same torturous loop over and over again. It's like the king of the mountain is just keeping him alive for his own amusement, a toy that's impossible to break. But while the
Years?
explorer never breaks, as time goes on and the torments never cease,
Oh,
he does
it was
begin to
Option A.
change, like rock being molded by the tide. First, from the endless stress,
him.
his hair falls out. His skin goes pale from the lack of sun. His body
He's
becomes
gonna be
thin
the
and
SCP.
wiry from starvation and malnourishment. The endless physical strain even
What?
warps his limbs. His arms and
I
legs
called
begin to
it.
stretch.
I
his body
literally
becomes
called it.
elongated
That is
and
exactly what I
grotesque.
said.
All the way through this horrific, dehumanizing ordeal, the king of the mountain stares at him. One day, the explorer, now changed, reaches a plateau, and as can be expected, the king of the mountain stares at him with his burning eyes.
How?
The explorer cowers and covers his face with his hands,
No.
sobbing from exhaustion. He just wants the king of the mountain to look away, to leave him be. He babbles incoherently. He doesn't want to be seen anymore.
Oh my gosh, this is
His
crazy.
pain simply makes the king of the mountain laugh. I gave you your wish, the mountain king says, his voice oozing with contempt. You climbed, didn't you? You thought that your climbing would elevate you, make you more than human.
What?
But now, you're so much less.
It's
Our
gross.
business concludes here. I'm tired of playing with you. And with that, the king is gone. The explorer is alone, stranded among the snow and the whipping winds of the death zone, but very much alive. He's finally able to go.
That's literally exactly what I said. I said the king was another SCP turning other people into SCPs, and that was Shy Guy.
But he only turned this one guy into an SCP. Why didn't he do it with other people?
Common Siren W.
Because this guy's the strongest climber out of everybody, so he knew that this was going to be the guy. He probably
Interesting.
tested everybody else, but they all failed.
Exactly.
Those were
They
the dead
died to the
bodies.
tests.
The one thing I am curious about is why does Shy Guy become so violent then when people look at him?
Because Jack, he's been climbing for years.
And all he remembers is the king's stare. He didn't want the king to look at him anymore, so he doesn't want anyone to look at him.
Dude, but he should be, if anything, like nicer to people because he just got tormented for so many years.
He hasn't had
He's
social
changed.
contact in years, Jack. He doesn't know how to interact with people.
At long last, after what felt like an eternity, he's escaped. When the explorer arrives in the village again, he's not the explorer at all. It's been
Ew.
years since he went missing on the mountain. The old man who had warned him not to go up onto Mount Everest had passed peacefully in the interim.
Aw.
The other members of his small village would not be afforded the same luxury. Instead, the explorer stumbled back through the village limits, still covering his face. The only sounds he can hear are the wailing wind and his own pitiful sobbing. Everything hurts. He's so
how he's gonna
terribly
turn evil.
afraid. He needs somebody to help him. Why will nobody help him? The sun begins to rise, and the village shakes itself awake. People leave their homes to go about their daily tasks. None of them are expecting to see a monster loping through their streets.
Okay, what I think happens is that the Shy Guy, he's just looking for help right now, right? He's actually just a normal person. But then everybody
what they
calls
said.
him a monster and ugly and this and that, and you're stupid, you're bald. You literally have red hair, but it all fell out. So now
Exactly,
you're
so they
bald.
start
You have
bullying
nothing.
him.
Even your arms are weird. Like you
then
have
he
the
lashes out.
whitest of skin.
That makes sense, Adam. Actually, you might be a genius.
So they keep calling him a monster,
Pale,
so he turns
gangling
in.
monstrosity,
what people are
stretched and
calling it.
hairless. It engenders a mix of fear and curiosity as it stumbles around, audibly sobbing with a loud, warped voice. It's like nothing any of them have ever seen before, like something out of a myth or a folk tale. But for the monster that was once the explorer, it's so much worse. At first, he thinks that the villagers might be there to
my
help him.
gosh.
But then,
Is he blind?
sees their eyes, that same intense, burning fire pit orange as the king
I
of the
told
mountain.
you.
What?
That
Oh,
same
I
horrible
see.
gaze that the
Why do they
explorer
all
thought
have
he'd escaped
eyes like
when he
that?
left the mountain.
king did it to
gaze
him.
that meant pain, torment, and madness. Even when he tries to cover his face, when he wails at them to go away in words that make sense to no one but him, he can still feel those terrible eyes on him. Is he still on the mountain? Is he still at the mercy of the Mountain King? Are these all just illusions or projections, another awful trick? What did he ever do to deserve this kind of torment? Was the crime of wanting to climb a damn mountain worth this kind of everlasting suffering? Did it earn him the gaze of all these monstrous eyes? The explorer begins to feel his anguish being replaced by another feeling. Rapidly rising rage.
angry.
The kind of pure, blistering hatred
Oh,
that
he wants
inexorably
revenge.
leads to one result.
Here we go.
Violence. First, he screams.
Oh my
Then
God.
they scream.
I don't know what to
And
do. I
finally,
don't know what I would do.
The killing begins.
Was he eat
The
them?
creature
What does he
that had once
do?
been the explorer
Kills
leaves no
them.
stone unturned. Even when they try to run away, he still feels their eyes
How
on
is he
him.
so fast?
He needs to kill them all.
This is one of the strongest SCPs. People say this is the
How did he get so
strongest
strong?
SCP,
From, I
actually.
guess, from training over and over and
I
over?
guess.
He's like One Punch Man.
And the king must have gave him some insane powers because as soon as you look at Shy Guy, even if you go to outer space, even if you go under the water, you go anywhere, he's gonna find you and he's gonna kill you. There's no escaping.
Wait, what if I hide in like a secret nuclear bunker? There's no way he's getting there.
Doesn't matter, yeah. He's gotten in every single place, everywhere, anytime, you're dead.
Them quickly, leave no trace. It's the only way he can feel anything close to at peace again. It becomes a kind of terrible chain reaction. The sound of the horrors going on in the street only entices more to come outside and see what's going on, to look at the creature causing all this carnage, to see its face. They have no idea that this very
I hate
action
this.
is
What
dooming
if that
them.
was the last thing you've ever
Within
seen?
the hour, the village is empty,
Well, it was
save
for those people.
one
That'd be
creature.
terrible.
The creature that had once been the explorer, now just afraid, confused,
Don't.
and alone.
Oh, I mean,
bad
You will
for him.
always
oh, get
be
him!
alone. The anomaly that will soon be known as
crying.
SCP-096 simply bows its
I
head
kind of feel bad for him now.
and weeps.
Oh God, is Shy Guy still here? No! No! Okay, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. It was just a video. It's just a video. It's just a video. For some reason, the boys want to watch more SCPs. I don't know why. They're crazy, but I guess you guys do too. So now we're gonna be watching SCP-682, the hard to destroy reptile. As soon as I change my diaper.
If
Yes.
he breathes, the bear will see him.
Don't breathe.
Lying flat on his stomach, the boy has no choice but to watch as the hulking brute eats his father before his very eyes. Lying in the thicket just a few trees away, the boy knows that any small movement he makes could prove fatal.
Oh, no.
A bear this large, hunting for its hibernation, will have no issue chasing him down in a split second.
Are you trying to tell me the SCP right now is a bear?
No, Adam. It is
it's
way
stronger?
scarier than that bear.
I am about to poop myself right now from just this bear.
Guys, I breathe. Does that mean I die?
No, it's gonna be okay, but hold your breath in 3, 2, 1.
Look at the bear's eyes.
And doing exactly what he did to his father.
That's his dad.
The boy is utterly powerless. All he can do is stay deathly still and watch. They'd found the tracks too late.
Okay.
On the way
guys
back
are
to
good.
camp, they'd been following the
Yeah.
wooded cliff that lines the ocean's edge. Bows and salmon slung over their shoulders, they'd been so proud of their catch and the prospect of bringing it back to the tribe that they hadn't kept their wits about them.
Guys,
Oh, they was gonna send a high alert.
nobody built an emotional connection to the dad. We all know he's about to die, all right? I don't
We
want
do.
I don't want to see anyone
Yeah.
crying.
And it also seems like this is taking place way further in the past. You know, they look like cavemen. So there's that.
So this SCP's been around for a hot minute.
Seems like it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
By the time they'd
Good
seen the
observation.
enormous prints in the dirt, the sound of lumbering footsteps were already echoing through the trees behind them. The boy's bow is too far out of reach. He dropped it when his father pushed him into the thicket. He's got the knife hanging at his side, but he doubts it's long enough to even get through the bear's fatty hide. In contrast, the only thing protecting him from its bite is the leather hide slung across his shoulders and a woven garment from the tribe's elders. One slash of the bear's claw, and he'd be... A
Oh my
breeze
gosh,
ruffles
that's
his hair.
terrifying.
The boy's eyes widen in horror. That wind hadn't come from in front of him, but from behind.
Hey, yo. Oh my gosh.
the heck?
Imagine
Wait.
if you looked behind you and you just saw this thing.
Wow.
Yeah, bears are actually really mean. So if you guys ever see a bear in public, do not approach it.
What are you
And
supposed
don't
to do
run
then?
either, because they can run like 40 miles an hour.
So
True.
what do you do?
And they can climb trees.
You just give it
Just
whatever
don't
it
run.
wants.
Get dirt blocks and like build a shelter.
No, what you do is you don't move and you say, wait, what do you say?
Oh gosh, we're all dead. We're all dead.
Alex,
This is not. Is that what you're gonna tell the bear? Wait, give me a second. I forget.
Wait, yeah, hold on, bear. Give me a second. Shoo, bear, shoo! Shoo, bear, shoo! That's what you're supposed to do.
Alex
Definitely is
getting
gonna
eaten
get
first.
eaten by the bear.
That's what
yeah.
you're supposed to do, guys.
The only way that you don't get eaten by the bear is if you trip your other friend like Alec and then you just run and
Yeah.
let him get
We'll
eaten.
let Alex
don't trip
scream
me.
at the bear. Jack and I will run.
Yeah, shoo! Ah!
Idiot.
Following his scent, his fear, directly towards the bear's nostrils.
Dude,
The
that
boy
breath's probably
plants his muddy
stanky.
palms into the dirt, staring at the animal. Its nostril twitches
throw dirt in its eye.
and twitches again. It half turns its head, sniffing the air. Maybe it won't bother with him. The bear's turning back to its meal already. The boy lets out a sigh of relief, and a twig snaps.
Oh,
The bear
no.
snarls and
Oh,
moves its
no.
head around. For a second,
no.
the two of them
Jeez.
lock eyes, predator and prey. Then the boy takes off running. Fast as he can.
Alex
Run,
says that's a
boys!
no-no.
He's
Ferns
not
and
fast
nettles
enough.
whipping at his shins. He fumbles the knife out of its sheath and slings the water
Oh,
skin
he has
off
a
his
knife.
shoulder,
Okay, he can deal with
throwing
the
it
bear.
wildly behind him.
What is
He
that
doesn't
gonna
know
do?
if he hit the bear. He doesn't have time to turn around and see. It's going to be on him in an instant. Up ahead, he sees
Wearing
sunlight.
pants?
Wait, why would he try and hit the bear with the water bottle? At best, he just gave the bear hydration.
I think he was maybe thinking he was playing like Mario Kart and he thought like maybe the bear would slip on it or something, or like maybe, I don't know. Yeah, like take some of the attention away from him and he would investigate the water bottle instead of chasing the boy. That's what I would do if I was a bear.
It's streaming through the thick trees, the cliff edge. If he can just get to
Oh,
that,
no.
maybe he can climb down and... No, there's no time. Besides,
Maybe he can use the knife
bears
as a
are better
parachute.
climbers, better swimmers, better runners.
What?
All the boy can hope for is that he's a better jumper. Him and the boys from the tribe have left off plenty of cliffs along the shore.
Thought that was
Never
way
these
deeper.
ones. There are too many rocks, too many shallows.
What?
But the thundering of 4 enormous paws behind him.
He's gotta
is looming
jump.
Larger
You gotta
and
jump.
larger. He can almost feel the bear's hot breath on the back of his neck. There's nothing for it. Here goes. The trees clear, the sun blasts his skin, a claw slashes at his back, and the boy launches himself into the air.
Okay, do you think, guys, that this is gonna turn into the SCP? This guy, this little boy.
No.
Pre-predictions.
No, I don't think that the guy is an SCP. It's a reptile.
Yeah,
Adam.
but
This
we've
is
seen in
clearly a
previous
human.
videos that sometimes humans turn into SCPs.
I think that this guy's gonna dive into the water, and then the bear isn't going to jump after him, and then the hard-to-destroy reptile is gonna come out of the water like God freaking Zilla, and then go fight off the bear.
Oh. No, I think
I
this
like that.
little boy's gonna grow something out of somewhere, and he's gonna be the strongest thing to ever exist.
Or
and then
maybe
he's
when
gonna
he
come
jumps
back and avenge his
down,
dad.
Maybe he jumps down, and maybe he teams up with it. I don't think he's gonna turn into it. How could he?
He's going to, and then he's gonna destroy the bear like his brother bear.
I guess we'll see.
The wind carries him, the weightlessness
Use
of
the knife as a
wheeling his
parachute.
arms and legs through the empty sky.
How is a knife a
Almost enough to
parachute?
make him laugh with joy.
You don't understand
Until
physics.
the boy looks down. The cliff is
looks like the
higher,
Wolverine.
much, much higher than he'd realized. His momentum carries his torso forwards.
Don't
into a
belly
tumble.
flop.
He's not going.
You're supposed to pencil dive. Pencil
You can see
dive.
jagged rocks
Oh,
everywhere beneath
I don't
him.
think a pencil dive's gonna
Boy
work there,
closes his
Alec.
eyes,
No!
crashes into the sea.
Okay, he's
Oh, he's good. He's
The air
good.
is slammed out of
He's
his lungs.
good.
His knee hits
I don't know if
something
he's
hard
good.
and sharp in the water.
Ow.
The swell
Ooh, that's
throws him
the
away
worst.
from the shore and
Hopefully he
pulls
didn't tear
him
an
deep.
ACL.
He can still swim.
Without
He can
air
still
in
swim.
his chest, he can't float. Kicking hard as
Swim
he
up
can,
there, dummy!
The boy swims upwards.
He's injured.
Eyes still screwed shut. His face bashes into a sandy rock. No, it's
Oh,
not.
no.
Which way is it? Which way should he swim? The ocean current rolls him over and over. Darkness
This
fills
dude's
his
dead.
mind.
Imagine
But his
if the
feet
bear
find
jumps.
a hard surface.
That'd be so
He pushes
funny.
against it, launching himself through the water, kicking as hard as he can. The darkness fades. Light. The boy's head breaches the water, and he's
Professional tip, if you're ever in that situation where you can't see up and down of which way to swim, you're supposed to blow out a little bit of bubbles and feel which way the bubbles are going, because bubbles always go upward. Just saying.
Thanks,
you do a little,
Al.
Noted.
Okay, so I shoo away the bear, and then I start blowing bubbles at it, and then I'll
I'm
live.
just saying. It might save your life or somebody's life someday, so I'm just putting it out
Were
there.
you a Boy Scout at some point? You know how to.
All you gotta,
know how to
I'm
stay
just
away
trying to
from
save
bears?
one life at a time. Saving one life at a time.
No, Alec watches Joe Rogan, so he actually learns a lot from that.
Exactly.
But he splutters for air, rubbing the water out of his eyes. He looks around.
Oh, he's good. He's
wildly.
good.
No,
The
he
sea
turned
has
into an
carried him
SCP.
away from the cliff and out into open water.
Oh, the
Lifting
riptide
and
took him
dropping
way
him
out.
feet
Oh my gosh,
carrying
this guy
him
just
Blow
getting
bubbles!
wrecked.
Blow bubbles!
He's gonna
Blow
get stuck
bubbles!
here for probably like 40
Blow
years
bubbles,
and
you
then
fool!
turn
He's
into
just
an
getting
SCP
wrecked
with
over
face.
and over.
Wait,
No
whoa,
way!
whoa,
It's
whoa,
Yo,
cooling
that bear is
down.
God, it's dirty.
What
The
kind of
boy's
bear is
stomach
this?
turns. It reaches
my
the bottom
gosh.
of the cliff and sees him there in the water.
Let him live, bear.
Why
God
is the
dang.
bear like Liam
It roars
Neeson?
at an almighty volume,
Let him
deafening
go.
the boy over the sound of the waters. Even
Bears
from
can
this
swim
distance,
really, really
the
well.
animal looks impossibly large. It dwarfs
Something
the
wrong with
boulders
that
that
bear.
line the water's edge. It slips into the water, barely making a
No.
ripple.
That's so
No
messed
way
up.
it goes after
Going
him.
straight for him. The
This is
bear
the unluckiest
covering
guy
the distance
ever.
So fast, he only has seconds left.
Blow bubbles! Blow
I didn't
bubbles!
realize this
To
could
keep
get
himself
worse.
afloat, the boy knows he'll never be able to outswim this creature. Instead,
You gotta go under.
he takes a deep breath and looks up at the woods, remembering all of the happy moments he'd spent in there with his father.
Aww.
Current swells beneath the
dad
boy
died.
and almost throws him out of the water. An enormous shadow flies through the depth beneath him.
I knew it!
It couldn't be. Whatever it is, the shadow is
Is it the
swimming
Loch Ness
straight
Monster?
at the advancing bear.
Oh, Adam.
So
Oh my God.
fixated on its prey,
This
the bear doesn't even
is
notice what's approaching. until it's too late.
SCP-682!
The ocean
can't be.
explodes. A blast of water as tall as the cliffs themselves shoots up into the air
Jack,
and
you're
showers
crazy.
the boy's
Whoa!
head. Somewhere in the midst of the spray, a monster erupts.
How big do you think that thing's about to be?
It's gonna be massive.
It's actually not that big. You know, you would think it's like Godzilla level size, but no, it's not. It's like a little compact Godzilla.
I think it's
Wait,
gonna
it
be
looks like
30
it has
feet.
hair. It looks like it has. Maybe this used to be a person. I think you might have been right, Adam.
Seems like we were both right. This could be his dad.
Blow bubbles at him.
No, that was dumb. Maybe it's his grandpa.
From the depths, Snapping its jaw around the bear, it lifts the animal into the
Yeah,
air
that's what you
and throws
get.
it against the cliff.
Oh, wow.
The impact is
Holy
so strong,
smokes, it's so strong.
small
Isn't a
landslide
bear 2
follows the
tons?
bear's rolling body as it tumbles back towards the water. But the boy has eyes only for the monster
Bears are
emerging
not 2
from
tons.
the sea.
Did you just say that?
Crawling up the rocks with one gnarled
Ew.
foot after another, the boy can
Sounds
hardly
like a
make sense
Pokemon.
of what he's looking at.
That thing is so
It
creepy.
seems to have some kind of scaly hide, harder than the rock surrounding it. A wave
would
crashes
be
against the
even
monster
scarier
as it
now.
leers over the bear and sinks its teeth into the animal's hide. Unable to look away, the boy kicks out and starts swimming
Swim.
away
Now's
up
your
the
chance,
coast.
little boy.
Swim.
Once he's a long way around the bay, does he
Is this the
dare to
origin
clamber
stories of
out
Tarzan?
and back onto land. That night, once the rest of the tribe have gone to sleep, the boy can't help but lie wide awake in his tent. Without his father here, it's not the
Where's
same.
mommy?
Quietly rolling up the
Aww.
hide doorway, the boy slips out into the night. They're camped by a small cave with beautiful, smooth walls inside. They say it's the cave of their ancestors, the place where all life started. The fire in the cave has to always burn. Fortunately for him, the cave is empty. The boy stares up at the wall in wonder. Finger drawings of animals, hunters, mothers, shamans, gods, and forests fill almost every part of it. Only one space remains in the corner, a finger painting of the rocky cliffs with the swelling sea beneath. Dipping his finger into the paint, the boy sits by the wall and starts to paint. A terrible monster crawling out of the sea, with a scaly hide stronger than
Kind of looks
any
like
rock.
a crocodile.
So I guess that's probably the first sighting of SCP-682, also known as the hard-to-destroy reptile. That was probably the first time anybody in human existence ever saw that thing lurking about in the entire world. And I know you guys are thinking like, oh my gosh, that thing was strong. But let me tell you, that's not even his best ability, bro. As soon as you watch the rest of the video, you're gonna have nightmares about this thing.
He unlocks new abilities?
Yes.
Is he gonna come after the little boy?
No, he doesn't like little boys.
That's it. You know that from just some finger painting.
Okay, now we're in
The
modern day.
archaeologist turns to the group of researchers surrounding him in the cave. UV lights are set up all along the walls, with the blue and violet shapes revealed all across the stonework. The archaeologist can't help but empathize
this is the
with
boy all grown up
spiritualism
now,
of
I
their
see.
long-forgotten ancestors who'd lived in these caves thousands of years ago.
No, Adam.
Adam, you are actually so dumb. This, you know, like this is like real life. Like people study like hieroglyphs and stuff and try to figure out like what the people went through way back in the day.
Why would they be waving and rowing? I don't understand.
Why would they be hooing and whatting?
You said high and row.
Ancient caveman technology, Adam. They used to draw inside of caves.
Yeah, they used to make like drawings of what they saw, of like tigers and mammoths and that sort of stuff.
There were, Adam, do you know how to
Aliens?
paint? The Egyptians actually drew up the aliens, yes.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm back in. I think I get what you guys are saying.
The
Drawing.
professor was the one who asked the question. A cold woman, standing well over 6 feet tall with a crop of fiery ginger hair. To him, she seemed less of a scientist,
Come
more of a
on,
military
don't
leader.
laugh at that. What is
What does he
funny?
know?
What is funny?
It's
What is
Alec,
funny,
though.
Why
Adam?
is it fiery ginger?
What is so funny?
Why'd they have to go
She has
into
a
detail
fiery
about her
personality.
hair?
Nothing funny about
Probably.
that. Nothing funny about that. Let's move on.
Okay.
Walk with me,
She's very
she
kind-hearted.
says and leads him out of the cave. Personnel fills the surrounding area. Most of them
Jeez,
are
look at those
armed.
P90s.
Cranes lift huge sheets of reinforced lead plating into place. Several mysterious vats line the edge of the forest, each adorned with more warning and hazard signs than you'd see in a nuclear power station. The two of them have to pause for a moment as 3 tanks roll past them.
What's
Oh
the
my
government
gosh, they have
do?
so much
Silence.
artillery.
They're turning that whole
You know the
area
reason I
into
started
Area
all my
51.
research in the first place? Did I ever tell you that story? Every early civilization in the world, whether it's ancient China, Mesopotamia, South America, Northern Europe, all these cultures, you take a look at their mythology and what do you find? The professor ignores him, instead choosing to bark orders at a group of agents talking over coffee. They all immediately dump their drinks and get back to work. What one thing do they all talk about, even though it never existed?
Is it this
Aliens.
SCP? The SCP could kind of be an alien. Some of the SCPs do remind me of like different aliens that, you know, maybe they came from Earth, but maybe not.
Yes, Jack. Who runs the world?
Girls?
SCPs.
Oh, SCP.
Dragons.
We all just had different
All
answers.
these disparate people with no contact with one another, all of them still draw pictures of dragons. The professor stops
dragons.
walking at the
Okay.
edge of the cliff. The pair of them stand there, surveying
Dragons
the
were never
vast
real.
ocean
Hey, that's where he
stretching out in
jumped.
front
That's
of
where
them.
the kid jumped. That's the
I
same
have a
spot.
feeling
And
that
workers rush
fiery
around
hair
behind
girl's
them.
about to push him.
After a long pause, the professor asks him to proceed. In ancient Hebrew texts, when they talk about God creating the world in 7 days, what happens on day 5? The professor flicks the hair out of her eyes and replies curtly, God created fish in the sea and birds in the sky. Well, not exactly. Look at the original Hebrew. He created all of the fish that teem in the sea, sure, but he also created Leviathan, a serpent-like monster from the depths, as old as the world
Really?
itself.
That's in the book.
You think that's what we're dealing with? Maybe. Or something worse.
Oh my gosh.
By nightfall,
It's way
preparations
worse,
are
Lloyd.
operational.
Leviathan is
Enormous
way-
floodlights switch
How's
on,
that
one
worse than
after
the
another,
Leviathan?
illuminating an
Isn't that
enormous
huge?
steel box with an open lid at
Way
the top,
worse.
surrounded by
not
armed
even that
agents,
tall.
huge net launchers, and several tanks. It all seems a bit
not worse.
excessive as far as the archaeologist is concerned. He isn't officially still supposed to be here, but in all of the scramble for the Foundation to get the capture site ready, no one noticed that he had stuck around.
This guy's shady.
From the viewing
I don't like
platform
him.
several hundred meters away, he has to watch it all unfold through a pair of binoculars. Out above the water, suspended from one of the cranes, is an elephant carcass. The professor told him that the Foundation had even marinated it for extra flavor. He had only been recruited
my
into this
gosh,
project a
that's
couple
brutal.
of months ago.
A whole
But from what
elephant?
he could tell, it's been an ongoing priority for the Foundation for
Wait, Jack, I
several-
thought you said this thing's not that big. How's it gonna eat that whole elephant?
Adam, I don't want to spoil the rest of the movie for you.
Oh, wait, he was just a baby. That was just a
Can't say
baby
anything. I
SCP-682.
don't want to tell you, Adam. I
Wait, we
can't
didn't
tell
see the
you.
adult. Oh my gosh, this is about to get insane. Okay,
several
I'm
years
locked.
now. The scale of the operation of just setting up at this site is already mind-boggling, but they've been chasing up leads like this for years now. Arriving at scenes, they suspect this creature has been sighted in the past and setting up traps for it. He was only brought in out of desperation. The Foundation had exhausted all recent hunting grounds and was trying to cast the net even wider. He'd just been quietly working on his university
wonder
research
what they're
paper
gonna
about
use this
ancient
weapon
reptile
for.
drawings when the agents had let
creature.
themselves into his office. But staring through his binoculars now, the archaeologist knows there's no chance of this operation actually working. They have floodlights, for crying out loud. No intelligent predator would come anywhere near that elephant carcass. Movement. Not in the waters or any of the lit-up areas. No, there's something in the forest line, just behind a group of researchers.
Ooh, there it is.
He
That's
gets
out of there.
instinctively
Get the
for his
flip out of there.
walkie-talkie, Then
It's
stops
GG's.
himself. How many times had he got jittery before and reported something preemptively? The agents already don't take him seriously as it is. He can't be jumping at shadows. But there it is again, a shape moving
is how
fast
every
through
horror
the
movie
trees.
starts.
He scans the binoculars this way and that, trying to find it. Just a group of researchers there, some agents there, supply crates, researchers, agents. Wait, weren't there more of them a second ago?
He's not gonna tell anybody?
He looks closer. Someone's gone missing. He clicks on the radio. South Lookout Team, report in. Nothing. South Lookout Team?
Oh gosh.
A sickening feeling
gosh.
settles
It's gonna
in
Jack,
his
stop
stomach.
smiling.
All those bright
This is the
lights
human
everywhere,
race, Jack.
Casting a
What
lot
team are
of
you
dark
on?
shadows.
I'm
He has to do
grimacing.
something fast. Running down from the lookout point, the archaeologist takes off running through the trees to the site. He holds his radio up to his mouth as he goes, trying to get anyone to respond.
At least grab a
But it's
gun,
hopeless.
guy.
The thicket cracks and crunches under his
He's
feet
an
as he tries to make
archaeologist.
his
He
way
doesn't know
through
how
the
to
dark
use
woods,
one.
ignoring the
He pulled
feeling
the
that
trigger.
crawls up his neck of being watched. A boulder blocks his way. The
That's not the
archaeologist
boulder.
grabs
That's not
onto
a
it
boulder,
with
is
both
it?
hands and hauls himself on top of it, stopping for a moment to catch his breath.
Just run around it,
From
dummy.
here, he can see the floodlit capture site. The tanks and cranes still sit rumbling,
The elephant's
ready
gone.
to go at a moment's notice. But he can't see any ground crew anymore. He switches
Where's
the
the
radio
elephant?
to the open channel and calls out for anyone to respond. The professor's voice crackles back at him.
What are you still doing here? This is a highly dangerous operation that you don't have clearance for.
He yells at her to cancel it. They need to evacuate the site immediately. It's compromised. She laughs derisively and cuts off the channel.
No, you
She
dummy.
has to believe him. People are dying, and more of them will if she doesn't. The archaeologist whispers to himself in the darkness. It's no monster. It's just an innocent creature.
I need to see this thing
Thing with a
now.
power you don't understand. It's strange. For a moment, he swears he almost hears a voice whispering something back to him in the woods. I love you. When he looks around, he's all on his own.
Subscribe.
He has to keep moving. The creature could be anywhere. Hopping off the jagged boulder, the archaeologist takes off running through the forest once
He's
more,
not going very
looking over his
fast.
shoulder every few steps. The light
This
must
would be
shine
so
quick on
scary,
him.
bro.
In
I'm scared of the dark. I don't know
he can't
about
see
you
the boulder
guys.
He was standing on a
I know,
moment
you sleep
ago
with a
anywhere.
nightlight. Yeah.
He bursts out
Alex
of the tree
sleeps with a
line and
nightlight.
into the clearing right next to
Okay.
the steel box. A ramp leads up to the top of it with
Do
a
not
large
go in that
trap
box.
door
That's where he's
suspended
waiting.
over the open lid. Well, if he wants to be seen and heard, that's where he needs to go. The archaeologist runs up the ramp and waves
Oh my
his
God.
hands wildly
Oh, you
in the
big
air.
fat
He's about to
dummy.
risk
Tanks
his
all
life.
turn their turrets
I
to
wonder
aim
if
at
that's
him.
what they were
The crane holding
anticipating.
the
Like they
enormous
wanted
steel
him to
lid
do
of the
this.
enclosure
Yo!
looms menacingly above his head. And there, marching
He's
out
the
onto
bait!
the field, looking absolutely furious, is the professor. Her red hair looks more like a ball of flames right now. We need to evacuate the site now. It's here. She snarls and marches
Wait,
up the
they're
ramp
both
to meet
bait!
him, jabbing a finger in the archaeologist's face. He suddenly realizes how much taller she is. You are not jeopardizing
Oh,
our
gosh.
one
Oh,
chance
gosh.
of catching this thing. Get out of the way, or I will have
He's
you
definitely
detained.
dead.
Besides,
Never mess
what
with the
evidence
flames.
do you have?
That's what I say.
But the archaeologist isn't looking at her. Instead,
Oh.
his eyes stare in
This could
horror
be very
at
bad.
the elephant carcass suspended behind her. There
like
was
a
a
whole
huge
bite.
reptilian bite mark taken out of it.
How?
A testing bite.
How has no one
like the ones
noticed?
given
Dude,
by
nobody
sharks.
noticed?
How did
She
no one
turns to
notice?
follow his gaze.
Maybe
and
there's
all
nobody
of her
left.
rage is washed away in a sickening
Oh
delight.
gosh, she's twisted.
Yeah. A scream from the crane holding the elephant makes them both jump, but by the time they look up at the cabin, all they see is a hulking shadow leaping away
Bruh.
into the darkness.
This was a
How is
bad
that
idea
fast?
from the
The professor
start.
clicks on her
Get
walkie-talkie
out of
and
there
starts
now!
issuing commands. No one responds, except the tank crews. She tries again.
Okay, they have a
Radio
team of
silence.
tanks. I like that.
Now the gravity of the
I
situation
think they're
really
fine.
starts to hit her. Eyes wide with panic, she runs off down the ramp, barking into her radio and leaving the
She
archaeologist
was just
up here on
smiling
his
5
own.
seconds ago.
Suddenly, under all of these lights, he feels very exposed. It could be anywhere in the shadows. Footsteps, heavy planted footsteps tremor.
Is that how
to
you
the
feel when you
ground.
try to go to bed,
Out
Alec?
of the woods walks the
Oh,
creature.
Ew.
Several
This
meters
is the
long,
monster
trapped
hiding
from
it
all of its
under your
hunting.
covers.
The beast that would soon be known as SCP-682
Looks like an
slinks
emo.
into view.
Yo!
It looks up at him, standing there on the trap door.
thought it was a
of
water
metal
creature.
box.
What's going on?
It looks like it's almost ready to laugh at how easy this will be. Boom! The tank blast hits the creature square.
Come
in
on,
the
Doesn't
surely a
matter.
tank can
Dodge.
take it on.
Dodge.
Doesn't
Boom.
matter.
Yeah, see, look, the
Wait,
tank
what?
just destroyed it.
Imagine the video's over, just like one tank shot destroys that
No,
thing.
dude, it would take literally a million tank shots to
No
even do
way.
like 1%
A million?
damage.
What?
What are you, some sort of expert? What?
This is basically like Wolverine from X-Men times 25. Like, this thing can regen quickly. It can change its body to any
no,
environment.
no,
If you shot it with a nuke,
No.
it would turn into nuclear waste so that it survived.
I don't
No,
think. I don't
tanks
think
are made out of like titanium and steel. There's no way that it can hurt a tank.
It's
These
not going to touch
tanks
a tank.
are nothing. That is literally like me throwing a little pebble at your face. It's not going to do anything.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts.
That hurts a lot.
Please don't do that.
I would cry and then I would tattle on
Three
you.
tanks
with my-
open fire one after the other, laying round after round into the colossal reptile, kicking more and more dust into the air.
That's GG's. Bye bye,
Before long,
Crocky.
There's a crater in the
See, look,
ground
it's gone.
so large,
It's literally
looks
exploded.
Yeah, it
almost
got
like an
deleted.
asteroid hit it. Smoke
Jack,
and
you are
dust
so
filled the
dumb.
air.
This, you said this SCP was the
not
strongest
okay.
ever?
Eyes
You
filled
are
with
so dumb.
tears. That
Guys, comment
majestic
down below
creature, roaming
what you
the
think
earth
about
long
this
before
SCP.
mankind ever did.
Prove them wrong.
Exterminated, just like that.
GG's.
Cowards. That's what people really are. Cowards. But as the dust clears, a groaning sound echoes around the clearing. The archaeologist shields his
No.
eyes and peers into the crater as
No
best
way.
he can.
That's probably the dad or
There's
something.
nothing there. Boom! He wheels around and almost falls backwards in shock. The SCP is snuck through
Oh,
the
crap. Oh,
No
no way.
way.
stares at the armored bodywork, doing
How
all it
strong
can
are
to
its jaws?
destroy
It's
it.
ripping through the tank.
In a panic,
Yeah,
two of the
dude,
tanks
it
point
could do
toward one
anything.
another and fire.
They just shot each
destroying
other.
themselves
Okay,
in the
who
process.
hired
The
this
creature
military
rounds on the
crew?
remaining
Yeah, those
tank,
guys are
probably
pretty dumb.
panicking.
hard on the barrel. The tank fires. The
It
round
ate
going
it.
straight
Shot
down
into
the
its
monster's
belly.
throat
Ate it.
and exploding inside its gut. The backdraft from the blast shoots back through the tank, and a puff of smoke trails out of the hatch at the top.
It
Suddenly,
ate it?
once again,
Yep.
the clearing.
It
is
ate it and then
quiet.
burped it back out at
Turning
it.
back to the archaeologist.
What?
What are we dealing with here?
SCP-682 slinks towards him, smoke still curling up out
What
of his
is this
peering teeth.
thing?
Wow.
Heavy thunking steps. It climbs the ramp towards him, stopping just short
wait,
of
I
the
think he's gonna
trap
capture
door.
it.
The two of them stare each other in the eye, predator and prey. Neither move for a moment. Then it opens its mouth. The archaeologist closes his
He
eyes.
did.
Dodge.
No,
Do
he's good,
dodge
he's good, he's
move.
good. They're gonna be friends.
Disgusting creatures deserve this.
Oh yeah, it can talk
He
too, by
opens
the way.
them. Did the monster just
What?
speak?
It must have been a person before.
They hope
super
to
intelligent.
accomplish by attacking me.
He gulps hard. That whisper he heard in the woods, the rock he'd been standing on. They're scientists. Scientists always try to learn more things, understand the world better.
The flip?
We think you can't be killed, so they're testing their hypothesis. The creature growls. The stench of rotten flesh fills the archaeologist's
Oh,
nose.
Ew.
He
no,
takes a step
no,
towards
no.
him, then another. The archaeologist runs. He'll leap off the other end of the platform. It's a big jump, but he could make it. The predator's breath is
No
on
way
the
he's
back of
making
his
that
neck.
jump. It's
He
GG's.
jumps just as the trapdoor gives way. With an enormous thud, the SCP falls into the steel enclosure.
No way.
Before it has
Is
a
he stuck
chance to
there?
It's that
move,
easy?
the
They
spring
got him.
unhitches the steel lid.
Wait, this thing was like the most
crashes down
intelligent
into
being.
place, sealing the monster
How did it fall for
inside.
that?
No, wait, it's that
The
dumb.
archaeologist lands
It's-
in the dirt
wow,
and
this
rolls
thing's
onto his
dumb.
back to see the professor,
How?
wild-eyed and cheering, up in the crane's cabin. He
He's
lies
crazy.
there on his back, panting and staring up at the stars. A clunking sound echoes through the clearing, and the gurgle of a liquid flowing through pipes. He
Liquid.
sits up, adrenaline still
They're trying to
pumping
drown
through
that
him.
thing. But it can breathe
Professor has
underwater.
plugged a pipe into the metal enclosure and is running gallons and gallons of liquid into it.
Maybe it's like
Follows the
acid
tube
or
with his
something,
eyes
trying to kill
all
it?
the way to the enormous
It could
hazardous
be.
vats on the edge of the clearing. Hydrochloric acid.
Oh,
I
nice,
called it.
Alec.
In horror, the professor laughs at him. Come on, cheer up. We're just scientists, that's what you said. Just testing a hypothesis.
All right, moral of the story, don't mess with the hard to destroy reptile because he literally can't be destroyed. It's in the name. It was so obvious the whole time. Surprisingly, though, he's not the strongest SCP out there. And I'm pretty sure it's the Leviathan, which is SCP-169, and we're going to be checking him out right now.
A U.S. Navy exploratory vessel landed on a chain of islands in the South Atlantic, just 2,000 miles off the coast of Argentina. In other words, the middle of nowhere. Yet on this far-off set of rocks afloat in the middle of the ocean, they discovered
it's
a vast
Adam.
array of strange wildlife
Alec.
and plant species that resemble little of what they left behind on the mainland. Could this be a treasure trove of undiscovered species, they wondered? Hoping
has
to
to be.
capitalize on the discovery, a
gonna be a
reconnaissance
baby
team of
Leviathan.
researchers was sent out to explore some of the islands on foot, and what they found did not disappoint.
Ooh, there we go.
From endangered species of birds to plant
looks like a
life and
peacock.
vegetation that looked like it belonged on Mars.
probably the origin of the
they
Leviathan.
found a dizzying array of new and exciting examples of evolutionary oddities that would fill a library.
Interesting.
Quick take. I think the birds will eventually go into the water and then adapt and evolve into the Leviathan. That's just an early theory.
You think that the birds are eventually going to play into the SCP, the
That's a
Leviathan?
Derp Boy theory.
Interesting.
You want to join my team? Comment down below right now.
But unfortunately, their
DDT.
jubilation
Dumb
was
Derp Boy
cut
theory.
short. Attempting to collect soil samples, they dug into the ground and soon discovered that what they were standing on wasn't actually ground at all. The Navy scientists soon discovered the rocky
it's one of them
terrain they
tortoises.
were exploring was actually made up entirely of organic matter. As per the standard
what?
protocol, the SCP
So
found
wait, that
on,
means
wait,
that
whoa!
Adam, you were kind of onto something there. I know that you were just kidding, but it's organic matter. So what they're on right now is a living being.
It's a living island. The
The
island is
Leviathan.
literally alive.
Yeah, it's like the giant sea turtle, which Adam was talking about from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
So the
Wait,
entire
Adam.
thing could be a turtle, and that means my first theory about the bird becoming the Leviathan is becoming more factual. You guys all laughed. You guys all
wait.
laughed. Just you
It's
The
laughed.
definitely
Foundation
wrong.
was forced to
Watch.
silence the U.S. Navy research vessel after its discovery. With the okay from the U.S. government, the ship was torpedoed and sunk to the bottom of the ocean with all hands on
What?
deck in the name of protecting the greater good of the masses.
like some dude from
a
France.
tragedy at sea for the sake of preventing worldwide pandemonium. From there, the Foundation took over with the containment procedures
it?
of what would eventually come to be known as SCP-169.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
gotta be
Better
it.
known by its nickname, the Leviathan.
Whoa.
The Leviathan
I've only seen
is
this
a
thing in
biblical
Minecraft.
creature of mythical proportions, said to be
Oh
able to
my
boil
God.
the seas and create earth-ending floods with just a whip of its massive continent-spanning body. It is unclear if SCP-169 has the ability to do these things, though, given its massive size, which Foundation researchers estimate to be somewhere between 2,000 and
What?
8,000 kilometers.
Just to give,
It's
just
easy
to
to
give an
s-
estimate, like how big is one whale?
Like a blue whale?
How big
Like the
is
biggest
a
whale.
blue whale? So a
80
blue
feet.
whale,
In kilometers.
yeah, in kilometers.
0.001 kilometers.
Let me see. Yeah, it's not very long at all. It's only 33 meters, which is like a fraction of a kilometer. So this thing is as big as like the United States of America.
No, it's not.
It's got to be
You
close.
shut your mouth. What? How does that even fit in the ocean?
I don't know, but the ocean is big and it's scary, and we've explored more of the ocean than we have of space.
and
How are they
8,000
able to do
kilometers.
it?
It's
Test
easy
on
to
it.
see how something that big moving at any speed could be devastating for the coastal regions of
How
the
does it
world.
not just eat the whole
Although
world?
we use the
I
word
know, it can one
contain,
bite America.
It is impossible for SCP staff to ever contain something of such massive
So they just need to
size.
monitor it.
Surveillance and monitoring are about all we can do for now. That and
Jeez.
hope it never wakes up.
That's why I'm always
Besides
scared of
that
the
ocean.
we are on
sleeping.
the menu.
Oh.
It was thought to be
That's good
relatively
for us.
smooth
I haven't gone on the
sailing
ocean in 2
until
years.
one incident changed.
You're gonna have to keep it that way.
Dr. Hart turned off the video monitor and
It just
faced
looks
the
like a whole
assembled
island.
members of MTF Gamma 6, also known as the Deep Feeders, renowned for their specialization in the tracking of deep sea and oceanic anomalies. The room was dark, and each team member was sitting in shadow, but still Dr. Hart could see the seriousness on their faces. "I'm sure you're wondering why I called you here at such short notice,"
Crazy
he
scientist.
said. On the screen behind him, he put up a NASA satellite picture of a small set of rocky islands.
Okay.
I think that this is the Leviathan.
Do you think that maybe the smaller islands are like baby leviathans?
No, I think it's just like his tail, like going up and down, in and out of the
You
ocean.
see, on the right side, it kind of curves to the left. I think he's just sleeping on a curve.
Yeah, he's sleeping on his side. That's how I sleep too. I sleep like a baby with my knees like up to my chest. I do that.
Yeah, it
That's
must
what he's
be
doing.
sleeping for a long time, considering that it has like dirt on its back and it has like mountains and like plants and stuff.
Yeah, there's a
living
whole
on it.
ecosystem living on
Yeah,
him.
that would take thousands of years.
If America just like got up and started walking away,
It'd be pretty cool though. I'd be like, wow, that's cool.
you would say, "Oh, that's cool." Not, "Oh my gosh, the world is not as it seems. I'm gonna die."
It would
I'd
be like an
probably do both.
earthquake 24/7.
Let me kiss the
Yeah.
first person I see. You know?
What if he farted, dude? That'd probably like eliminate a whole species.
That would literally be a nuclear fart.
You see this little island chain here? Well, it wasn't there a week ago. He paused, rubbing his forehead from lack of sleep.
So it
At
moved.
8:05 a.m. today, we recorded another auditory anomaly emitting from SCP-169. This one was much louder
So
and
it
longer
farted.
than the one recorded in
maybe I
1997 by
was
the
right.
National
Yeah.
Oceanic and Atmospheric
Every fart is an
Administration,
earthquake.
the one known as the Bloop. Back
Wait, the
then, it
Bloop?
was easy to brush off
I
as
wanna see
some
the
ice
Bloop. I wanna
breaking
see the
off
Bloop
of a
next to Leviathan.
continental shelf and scraping against the seafloor. It's not so easy to cover up anymore. These auditory emissions from SCP-169 are beginning to grow more frequent. More than that, increased seismic activity around the archipelago on the creature's back indicates that the rate at which the creature
we're right.
is breathing
We were
is
right.
also up. Typically,
It's an
the
island.
rate at which the creature takes what we are assuming to be a breath is once every 3 months.
Every
the rate
3
has
months?
increased to
Dude, did you guys just hear that?
That's it.
He takes a breath once every 3 months. That dude can hold his breath for a long time.
I think time moves slower when you're bigger.
Ah, maybe, but it's kind of like blue whales. Like they could breathe and then go down for I think like hours and hours and hours at a time. But this is next level, months at a time, and it doesn't have to breathe.
That's
every
insane.
3 weeks.
But now it's
for as
once every
long as
3
we've been
weeks.
monitoring
The most I've ever
SCP,
held my breath
waking
was
up.
2
it's been
minutes.
adrift along the southern Atlantic.
That's pretty
never
good, Adam.
moving more than a kilometer a week. That behavior is slowly beginning to change. It doesn't sound like much, but something that big, even moving just a fraction of that faster, means 100-foot tidal waves for the entire South American coastline.
Sounds like some good
We
surfing
fear the
material.
creature is showing signs of waking up. If this is true, it could mean a cataclysm for the hundreds of nations around the world.
That's a fact. That's a
Millions, hell,
fact.
even billions could be wiped off the face
One
of the earth
rollover
if this
and he's
thing
causing
just
a tidal
flips its
wave.
body too fast in the wrong direction. To put it to scale,
Adam suffers with
there
that
it is.
same problem.
There it is.
Are you kidding me?
Not now, Alex. It's a serious issue.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna talk about how when you cannonball in swimming pools, it kind of ruins the fun for everyone. That's all right. I'm sorry.
Not a
Let's
good
continue.
time. Not a good.
I don't like
this
how many
monster is
legs
about the
this guy
size
has.
of the caribou.
It is like tentacly, and I don't like that either.
The doctor then
whole
pulled
thing
out
is
a
just weird.
decanter of whiskey and poured himself a glass, swallowing the entire pour in one go. In an appalling breach of workplace professionalism. Seriously, an XK class end-of-the-world scenario is still no excuse for drinking on the job. We're
Yeah,
talking
like-
about an extinction-level event. A bona fide XK class end-of-the-world
What do
scenario.
you even do to stop him, though? He's
1,000
too
foot
big.
tsunami wave stretching
You
as
maybe
far as the eye
feed
can
him?
see
You're
from
gonna
either
drop
end of
him
the
on that
horizon.
island.
The last time
that'll make him mad.
69 stirred, it created the Mediterranean. In fact, the legends of the biblical flood, Noah's Ark, the same story can be found in every civilization and culture around the world. So maybe they were onto something. It
So
is-
not only is this thing gargantuan in size, it is like super old too. It's like thousands of years old.
Oh, it's gotta be, yeah.
It might be millions.
Goodness, it could. Maybe it stems from like the dinosaurs. Maybe one of the dinosaurs got into like some nuclear material and then it got really big.
Think about it like this, Jack. Every time you breathe, that's like 1 second, right?
Yeah.
And this thing breathes once every 3 months. So to them, 3 months is 1 second to you.
So technically it's like 300 times bigger than even me.
Yes.
Maybe even more.
Exactly.
It is to this end I call you all here. To save the world from the next great flood.
That's a lot of water.
He paused for a moment as the room took in the gravity
There's the next
of the
big
situation.
flood. Next time he has to get it
The
back.
more
That guy
we
has
can
a
learn
stomach that
about
looks like Jupiter.
SCP-169, the better. And right now, we know squat. For one, we've never seen just how deep the body of the creature goes, or what's under it. The pressure has been too great for our current model submarines, until now. After reinforcing our Nemo 1 deep-sea submersible with thaumaturgical
Human.
runes, the integrity of its hull has increased exponentially. Your mission will be to travel as far down and as close to the creature as possible.
So obviously, you know, this guy doesn't seem like he's really done that much damage in a long time. But if we had to kill it, how would you guys do it?
Probably drown it.
Yeah, when it come, you'd wait 3 months, and then when it came up, you dunk it.
Yeah.
Back down you go.
Yep.
See you in 3 months, bud.
I'm thinking, I mean, I don't really know how it breathes, if it has like a blowhole or something, but wherever the opening is, you send a little submarine in there with like some nukes, and then you blow it up from the inside out.
Or you just duct tape it. Like duct tape the blowhole.
What would happen to the
Duct tape
submarines?
fixes a lot of things.
Pilots, Jack.
They would have to sacrifice themselves.
Are you nominating yourself right now?
If it breathes, then there
Adam
must
would
be
just
gills
cannonball
or
in there.
lungs. There must be some basic biological facts we need to understand if we're going to survive extinction. Our only recourse is to find a way to sedate the creature, and if that doesn't work, then God help us all.
That guy's stomach looks
Just
like a
12
giant
hours
chocolate chip
later,
cookie.
deep in the
It looks like
waters
the
of the
moon.
southern Atlantic,
Looks like
a
Jupiter.
massive submersible ship was diving down into the depths of the deep ocean, looking for
here
a
we
way
go.
to stop the
We're
end
gonna
of the
finally
world.
see the full
Agent
thing.
Just
They better not actually wake it up.
A member of Deep Feeders, looked out of the massive viewing port as the ship slowly descended alongside the rocky trench that made up the body of SCP-169. Behind him was Dr. Hart, sporting a weapon
Yeah.
of
He
shadow.
gets scarier and
Red
scarier.
nose from a night of drinking to
becoming
calm
Leviathan.
his nerves. The entire crew were silent in awe as the giant floodlights of the ship brushed over the barnacle-covered surfaces of the undersea mountain. They progressed slowly, reaching each milestone in depth with caution, knowing that one wrong move could destabilize the pressure in their ship. Just 6-1 murmured the word, "Scales." "What?" asked Dr. Hart. "I've been watching the patterns of the ridges as we sink down. They look like scales. Giant segments. It's hard to see at first because they're so covered in barnacles and sediment.
I don't
but I'm
know.
sure
There's actual
they're
scales?
giant armored scales. The way lobsters or crabs have armored exoskeletons. Interesting. The doctor said, scratching his chin.
So they gotta find a way to get
Arthropods
through
have
the scales.
What
segmented
happened to his
armored
chin?
bodies. This
I don't-
means
this
we
guy's
might be
going through
looking at
something.
some sort of evolutionary hybrid.
Yeah, the end of the
Some
world.
sort of aquatic
Yeah, that's
mammal,
true.
such as a whale or dolphin. One that has developed armored segmented scales similar to that of a crustacean.
I wonder if he
The
started
doctor
off
crossed his
small and
arms
just
to
kept
think.
growing.
The closest thing we have on the fossil record of this magnitude is an armored fish from the Cretaceous period.
Oh,
But even
that's a
way too
Pokemon.
small to compare to this.
Coelacanth.
This thing has an entire ecosystem on its back.
How old is it?
Asked the agent. Well, now that you mention it, given the impossible age of the creature, an arthropod would make sense. Lobsters and other crustaceans don't age conventionally, you see. They are effectively immortal. In fact, they actually die
that a
because
fake-
they
what?
continue to grow until their bodies can't hold
Oh my
up their
gosh.
humongous size anymore.
Wait, how old is the oldest crab?
SCP-169.
I
didn't know
that.
Jack, look that up.
The doctor
How
trailed
old
off,
is
thinking to
oldest
himself.
crab? Oldest crab is 100 million years old.
No, it's
No
not. No,
way.
it's not.
No way. No.
Alive today.
Nah, it's a fossil. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold
my
on.
gosh, bro! I was about to say I need to meet Mufasa.
Okay, my top search result is scientists accidentally kill world's oldest animal at age 507.
507 years old.
Yeah, that's old. That's old. But it's not like
It was an ocean quahog. Hold on, I'm going on a tangent. It was a clam.
Clams are the same thing as a crab.
Still lost in thought,
crazy.
turned to walk to the back of the
500 years.
submersible as Zhaz 6-1 followed. He said as much to himself as to the agent, "The creature is old. The geological survey conducted when SCP-169 was first discovered carbon dated the specimen to over 541 million years old.
Okay, that's a tiny bit older than the clam.
Too old
Just-
for any
just a
living
touch.
being. The results had to be incorrect, and yet I checked them myself more than once. And numbers
The Leviathan
do not
might be the
lie.
cause of the
entity
Pangea.
predates our civilization. Hell, it predates complex life forms on this planet as we know it. From an evolutionary standpoint, it doesn't make any sense. The agent, confused, asked,
That was a T-Rex.
"Doctor, how could something so big even come into existence?"
Exactly.
Very
How
little
did
of
it
our
get this
planet
big?
is actually landmass. It's a wonder we call it Earth. Most of this planet
Ready
is
for this?
water.
Ready for this conspiracy?
Yeah.
Every single island on Earth is a different one of these. And this is actually like the smallest one.
Oh my goodness. So you're saying like Africa is just a giant Leviathan creature that we can't even tell. To us, it just looks like a bunch of land like just formed together, but it's really just Leviathans waiting to wake up.
Exactly.
Crazy.
And then they'll get up and then everybody will fall off.
Exactly.
If that's real, I would be so shocked. No, if I was in my
We aren't
90s,
looking
then I'd
at a
get
creature
smashed by
that's
that thing.
on our planet, Agent. We are on its planet.
Is that
Just
it right
then
there?
A flurry of alarms
Yeah,
and
that's it.
sensors
That's his
began to
face.
go off at the bridge of
Yeah.
the ship. The team scrambled to their stations, checking off monitors and shouting readings to each other. The ship's thermal sensors are detecting a massive rise in temperature, transmitting power to cooling systems. We have activity northwest of our location. Sonar has something big headed our way. We need to dive now. The ship lurched forward, nose first, as everyone on board held on to their seats, the restraints keeping them from falling forward.
I think he needs like backup or something.
Dr. Hart could see an enormous scaled appendage moving fast in their location.
Oh we
need to steer the ship clear of the Talons. Revert all power to the thrusters. Get us out of the way, the doctor yelled. Don't you think I'm doing that? The captain shouted.
For real.
The ship jolted sideways and downwards as an immense wave of pressure came over the submersible, putting 6 Gs of force on its occupants.
That's where they get in.
Just 6-1 yelped out of fear as the ship came close to crashing into what appeared to be the edge of a titanic talon, the size of the Empire State Building. Following the encounter, the part of the ship bordering the reinforced glass of the viewing port began to glow bright red.
Myself so much.
It's boiling the water around us! One of the crew members cried out. Ow. It's not boiling anything. It's just cavitation due to the pressure reduction in the water. The updated runes on the ship's hull should keep us safe. We just need to cool our heads. Stay focused on the mission, bottom feeders. After several moments of holding their breaths, the crew of Nemo 1 began to relax as their pace returned to a slow descent along the side of the underwater
How are they not
behemoth.
freaking out?
Before long, the vessel was no
mission?
longer traveling straight down, but
I think
starting
just to
to
learn
curve
about it.
under the creature,
Yeah, they're doing
traveling
experiments on
north
it.
towards the theoretical head of SCP-169.
They have to go inside of it to learn more
After
about
several
it.
hours,
about to.
the ship came upon giant fissures in the rocky exterior of the creature. These massive vent-like structures appeared stiff, but slowly they
gills.
opened and closed over the span of weeks.
What does this thing even eat?
These were the
I said
respiratory
that.
organs of the organism.
There's little bubbles
For 2
coming out.
miles underneath the surface of the ocean,
Or it's heating
the
the
crew
ocean.
carefully began entering the smaller pod-like submersibles that detach from the main ship.
go inside.
Just 6-1 entered his pod and strapped on
go,
the
I'm
haptic
actually hyped.
gloves that would give him control of the pod's robotic arms. He and a team of 3
Get in
other
there.
volunteers had agreed to undergo the dangerous mission of attaching artificial chemical emission machines that could be programmed to release anesthetic gas into SCP-169's respiratory system on
So if
command
this thing
remotely.
goes
The emission
berserk
machines could
and
be
starts to
refueled
kill everybody, they
manually
could shut it
whenever
down.
The contents ran out. It was
Genius.
an ingenious
Genius.
solution Dr. Hart came up with when thinking
You would
of
think
his
the
time
Leviathan would be
studying
way
sharks
smarter than
as
that
a
now, 'cause it's
marine
been around for
biologist.
millions and millions
It
and
would
millions
tag
of
the
years.
fins of sharks.
It's had
by
all that time to
capturing
learn.
and bringing the
too busy
specimens on the
sleeping.
deck of their boat.
But so did that clam,
From there,
Adam,
the
and
scientists
that
would
clam
drill a radio
died.
frequency emitter onto the fin of the shark. When he had first seen this practice as a young college student, Dr. Hart was afraid the process was harming the shark, but later he learned it was designed in a way to not be harmful to the specimen, and eventually the tag would fall off after enough data on the shark's movement was collected. Except these
We gotta
tags
do that with
would not
Alec.
be falling off, he thought.
There's not much movement.
That'd be a
For the
dangerous
sake
game.
of all mankind, this had to work. The doctor pressed a button on the receiver of the radio.
Is it just
and
me or is
spoke.
he getting bigger?
Just 6-1, what's your status? Pressure's
stress
holding, all
makes you
signs
gain
look good. Just 6-2, pressure's holding, all good. Just 6-3, all clear, Captain. Just 6-4.
Good luck,
There was
soldiers.
silence. Just 6-4, do you copy?
I'm getting worried
All clear,
about
Doc.
this.
Sorry,
Yeah, I have
my
a
mic was
feeling this is
muted.
gonna go
En
really
route
bad.
and ready to
I'm
do
kinda
this
scared.
thing. Dr. Hart sighed in relief and slowly reclined in his chair, watching
think-
the pods move closer.
I think that those gills, whatever they're gonna suck these people into the Leviathan. He's gonna eat them.
Like they're not ready for the suck
Yeah,
power.
they don't actually know what that thing is.
That's a good point. I like that.
Alec, can you give us a demonstration of what might happen?
You see.
This little thingy is the ship. These are the gills. It's sneaking in, sneaking in.
Ooh, oh.
Wait. What is that?
Oh, what? Does it eat it? It eats it after?
You did not say what your mouth was. What's your mouth?
No,
Are you hungry?
I just got hungry, guys. I'm
I
really
can
hungry.
eat.
I
I
can't
can
stop
eat.
thinking
The
about
large
food.
openings on SCP-169's side. One by one, the robotic arms used underwater torches to drill into the thick, rock-like
How does that not hurt?
exoskeleton
It's
of
gonna
the
wake it
creature,
up.
It's gonna be genius
screwing
if it
in
actually works
complex
out.
million-dollar equipment that was both waterproof and could withstand the immense pressure.
I guess technically, Alec, these ships, even though they look big to us, they're so tiny compared to the size of this creature that it's basically like a little mosquito on you. Like, yeah, you wouldn't even really feel it until it's already too late and it stung you.
to depth under
I'm
the
terrified
ocean.
of bees.
As the minutes turned to hours, Dr.
said
Hart
bees?
couldn't help but feel anxiety for the safety of his crew and the success of the mission. But before long, the
kinda
pods
working.
began to return
Yeah,
one
it's
by one
working.
to the mother.
There we go.
That
Look
was
at that.
easy.
Good job,
completing
boys.
the segment
What
of
were we so
work
worried of?
with which they were tasked. The last pod still
Dying.
working was just 6-1,
Oh, no,
whose
there's one
robotic arm was in the process of rotating a large industrial-sized screw.
There we go.
Just 6-1 had all but finished.
He did.
When suddenly a low
Ready,
rumble
watch, he's about
could
to
be
get
felt
sucked up.
shaking
He
the larger
did.
submersible. Dr. Hart's voice came crackling over the radio. Get back to the ship now! Just 6-1, wrapped in deep focus on his task, replied, I'm just about finished, just packing up my tool belt. Leave it.
Never be the
Return
last
to the
one.
ship
Never
now.
be the last
That's an
one.
order. Jesus, what's wrong? It's not like this is the end of the world, said the agent, chuckling over his radio. An
Yes, it
ear-piercing
is.
echo
It
sent
literally could be.
shockwaves through the depths
Oh,
of the
here we
ocean
go. They
surrounding
woke
the
him up.
submersible. The waves rumbled with the sound
This
of
literally is the end of the world.
SCP-169's
Did he wake
voice,
up?
similar to the sound of a large...
Oh
Okay,
my
put him to sleep.
gosh.
Put him to sleep now.
No.
The sound
They are
sent
so
all the crew
dumb.
members falling to the floor.
These guys literally were supposed to secure, contain, and protect, and they did the opposite of that.
They're worse off now than if they would have done nothing.
They
They
poked
should've
the
just
bear.
done nothing.
They poked the bear. Should never poke the bear.
Gosh,
This is why I never
Falling to
trust
the
big
floor
government.
As the ship experienced severe damage from the burst of pressure, slightly cracking the glass viewport.
Oh, they're all
And
dead.
sending smoke flooding
They
into the
dead.
small bridge of the ship. Gas masks! Shouted Dr. Hart as they all donned breathing apparatus. SCP-169 is
no.
waking up. Begin activation of the chemical emission machines. We
have to
need
use
to
it right
sedate
away.
it now. The Leviathan is waking up. We need to stop it, shouted Dr. Hart. Just then, he looked back and noticed Just 6-1's pod was gone. Just 6-1, what's your position? Just 6-1, where are you? Sir, sonar has him drifting off deeper into the ocean behind us. He must have gotten knocked off SCP-169 by the shockwave.
I wanna see those
But
people on the
Dr. Hart
island.
wouldn't
They're
have
probably
it.
freaking
He
out
didn't
right
want
now.
any more blood on his hands. Reverse thrusters, turn us around and get to him. We're not losing anyone. But the breach in the hull. It'll hold. That's what the runes are for. The outside of the submersible began to glow a slight
Whoa.
blue as the ship's system started
heck?
to come
Why are
back
they glowing?
online to full capacity.
I don't know.
And alarm systems started to turn off and report normal pressure readings. Before long, the Nemo 1 had caught up to Just 6-1's pod and retrieved the agent.
Wait, Jack,
Oh,
what's
wow,
that?
he's dead.
What's that thing in the water that glows up?
Anglerfish.
Bioluminescent.
Bioluminescent. I think this thing is secreting bioluminescent. That's my
It could
theory.
be.
That's my
I
theory.
like your theory, Adam.
I'm just-
It very
you know-
well could be right.
Yeah, Alec lost 20% of his IQ in the last video, so he can't think. This guy's
Knocked
dead.
unconscious by the shockwave.
He's
Once
definitely
the
dead.
agent was back on the main
I
ship,
feel so bad
the
for that
doctor
guy.
turned
He was
his
just trying to do his
attention back
job.
To the monitors,
like,
making
what's
sure
gonna happen?
the
The world's gonna
installations
end.
they drilled
He was
into the
joking
creature
about it.
were functional.
His world ended.
Slowly, the machines came online to
Oh,
full
it
power,
worked.
There we go.
and the speed at which SCP-169 had been moving
Night-night,
began
big
to slow
guy.
ever so slightly.
Wait.
The team all
But hold on, wait, isn't there like, I don't know if this is like something that I missed, but doesn't it only breathe like once every 3 weeks?
Yeah, I'm confused about that as well. I don't know how it has gills. I thought it breathed through like a blowhole, but I guess not.
Or
I
like
don't-
even still, if it's breathing through gills, then it would have to breathe constantly for this thing to actually work.
unless they're just like shoving it in there, you know? They're just like shoving this gas inside
Yes, they're just squirting it all inside.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That makes sense.
the viewport in silence as a steady stream of anesthetic gas was pumped into the respiratory system of the gigantic living myth in front of them. After a few moments of waiting, the doctor spoke. I think it worked, he said with a smile.
I don't think it's
The
gonna
crew
work.
erupted
I
in
don't
cheers
think it's gonna work.
as they radioed control
make him
back up
angry.
on land that the mission had been a success.
No.
The message quickly
Okay,
reached
that's
the
good.
O5 Council, where a red alert status was de-escalated, and the O5 members withdrew from their plan of leaving the current Earth for that of an alternate universe.
about to leave
The
the
whole
Earth?
crew
What the
began to
heck?
sing and
Oh my
celebrate
gosh.
the prevention of the
They
end
were
of the
about to
world,
pack up their bags
as
and be
Dr.
like, "All
Hart
right, man,
simply
we
stood in
out."
front of
They're
the
literally about to
massive
leave
viewport,
mankind.
watching the mountainous specimen slowly grow smaller in the distance as the submersible began ascending back to the world.
Aw, he's happy
Just
now.
6-1 came over to
Finally.
congratulate him, patting him on the back. We did it!
He deserves
said.
that.
Loosen up! The doctor managed to laugh along in acknowledgement.
I feel happy
That we
for that
did,
guy.
he said in relief. That we
Oh,
did.
gosh.
The two watched the deep blue ocean.
Was that them
in
leaving, or was that the
silence,
Leviathan
taking in the
leaving?
vastness of the sea?
That was them.
Perhaps this
Oh.
would not be the end of
Oh,
it.
that was
But
scary.
that
Wow,
day,
this was a
they
success.
had done what the
How about
SCP
that?
The Leviathan looks
Foundation
much
did.
smaller
believe
from that
that.
far away.
Kick that apocalyptic can a few miles down the
2,000
road.
kilometers.
The Leviathan would eat us all alive. Did you guys just see that? How are you so calm right now? That was insane. Oh my gosh. We can't end it on that. There has to be a normal SCP. Yeah, we're gonna be checking out this next one. It's called Forces You to Eat. Oh no, this sounds like a dream, but like it's gonna turn into a nightmare. I just know it. Oh, God. I'm gonna have to change my diaper again, man. Come on. This is the 4th one this video. Come on.
It was one of those Parisian mornings that made you think everyone must be living in a painting.
Alec, you're friend.
The Eiffel Tower gleamed in the distance, and the city was buzzing with the usual touristy chaos, even though it was still 1951.
Mustachio!
But
we're going
inside a
back in
small
time.
Oh,
drab
it's-
apartment
Alec, it's when you
just
were
off
born.
the Rue de la Paix, a much less picturesque scene was unfolding. A very large man sat at his
Alec.
kitchen table.
There we go.
Nearly
It's Alec's dad.
Shut up! Shut up! It went 5 seconds in the video!
Dude, you're
You
French,
made fun
you
of me
have
4
red hair,
times!
and you eat a
Oh
lot.
my god!
This is you.
Leave me
That is true. No,
alone!
that can't be Alec, guys. That's got to be like Alec's great-great-great-grandpa.
Please comment. Stop the Alec hate. Good lord!
They love it, dude.
I said
Nobody's
nothing
coming.
today.
We love you, Alec. We love
Oh god.
you. Now let's watch
Buckling
your
under the weight of the
great-great-great-grandfather
mountain
eat.
of food he had managed to pile on it. He was
Gosh,
alone,
dang!
But it didn't seem to bother him.
Is this SCP
His
called a
stomach,
heart attack?
Round and swollen,
Gobbling those
spilled
glizzies.
over
Oh my
his
God.
waistband like a bloated river. He shoveled
He's
food
making me
into his
hungry.
mouth with a kind of savage delight, his hands greasy and covered in
good.
crumbs. He wasn't eating. He was devouring.
Oh my
This
gosh,
is the world's
Alec.
first
His
ever
beloved
mukbang.
companion for years, perched nervously on the open windowsill, watching the spectacle with growing anxiety.
He might get eaten
Its
next.
green feathers fluttered slightly
is this
in the
SCP?
breeze, but its beady black eyes never left the man.
That's a parrot.
It was almost like the bird was
You never know.
praying the man would stop. But the man wasn't stopping.
No one's gonna
Not
stop
even
him.
Close.
Dude, I've seen Alec do this at 3 a.m. in the morning one time.
I was gonna say, is anyone else jealous of this guy? This looks awesome. I wish I could eat that much. This looks like heaven to me. I think I want this SCP to take me over.
So far, this isn't an SCP. I think this guy just has an eating disorder.
He's got something, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, this is your life.
The man mumbled in French between bites, his mouth too full
was not
for
French.
coherent
Oh
speech.
oui, c'est la
His
vie.
cheeks puffed out like a chipmunk's. He paused for a moment,
Ça, c'est
looking
la
around
vie.
with a satisfied grin.
What's that, Polly? Oh, nothing? Well, you don't know
That
what you're
sounds
missing.
just like Alec's dad. I'm not even
The
kidding.
parrot made a soft, nervous sound in response. It fluttered its wings and shifted uncomfortably. It knew something was wrong.
I was gonna say animals have a sixth sense about these sort of things, so the parrot can obviously tell that there's an SCP, but this man, he has no idea what's about to happen.
Some animals do, not parrots, dude.
Yeah,
it's
parrots
a
are
bird.
stupid.
It's got literally a pea-sized brain.
I agree with
No,
Alec. on
but
this one.
it knows. It knows, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, sure.
Why is it
Then
acting all
came
peculiar?
the noise. A strange, gurgling sound. At first, it was so faint the man didn't notice.
It's gonna explode.
But then it grew louder, more pronounced. The parrot's feathers fluffed up as it tilted its head, eyes wide in horror.
What's up with this
The
parrot?
man paused, his
It
hand
knows.
halfway to his mouth with more food.
Oh my gosh, one more bite.
He looked down
Oh my
at his
gosh.
belly, then back at the parrot, as if he had finally noticed something was
Oh, no.
off.
That parrot is judging
A
himself.
low,
gotta go
wet,
number
bubbling
2.
sound gurgled from deep inside him, unnatural.
Oh my
Imagine he
God.
just like lets out a
It was as
huge
if
fart.
A pot of soup was simmering
It's
beneath
not
his
gonna be
skin.
a fart.
His fingers tightened around the edge of the table, knuckles
Hey,
white.
we've all been
breath
there.
coming in short, panicked
Oh,
gasps.
big turd
He looked at
coming!
his own stomach. His eyes wide with
Please!
disgust.
Go to the toilet!
Then, with a disgustingly loud burp, the man leaned back
Oh,
in
there
his
you go.
chair.
Better
his
out than
hand
in.
pressed
That's what
to
I
his
always
stomach.
say.
We almost got it.
Oh, that wasn't normal.
He groaned in French.
Maybe the fourth plate of sausages was too much.
You don't
What do you
say!
think, Polly? Should I have a fifth?
The parrot
No!
squawked.
Okay, this guy's actually me, dude. Every time I eat pizza. I'm not,
Finally.
guys, I know that Jack and Adam joke a lot about me eating like all this pizza, whatever. It is, I'll admit, it's pretty true. I'll eat, I order a large size pizza from like a local place too, not some scrubby little Domino's that the pizza's this big. I'm talking real 16-inch meat lovers pizza.
It's big.
And I'll get through 6 slices and I'll be like, ooh, yeah, that hit the spot. But then those last 2 slices are eyeing me up like candy. And I just can't resist.
Alec will turn around to his inanimate Goku object and say, hey, Goku, should I have the 7th and 8th slices? And then Goku will say yes every time.
That's
its
not
wings,
too far off.
ruffling its feathers like it was trying to escape the scene, but no such luck. The man's stomach gurgled again, this time much louder. And then,
Oh, no!
the man exploded.
Whoa!
Just a simple cute pop. No, this was an all-out a twisted, gory fireworks display, splattering everything in its path. The parrot screamed, the word coming out faster than it could process it.
This parrot's
The parrot
freaking me
shrieked,
out!
Its feathers
got belly on
plastered with
him!
pieces of human flesh. It tried to shake them off, frantically flapping its wings.
Polly want a
But the
cracker!
pieces were
Polly want a
stuck
cracker!
like sickly
Polly wanna
souvenirs
go home!
from a disaster movie.
Run,
The
parrot!
man was gone.
Polly wants to wake
But
up
the
from this
parrot was
nightmare.
covered, head to tail.
I
in
hate
his
this parrot. He's
remains.
freaking me
It
out.
looked like a creature straight out of a horror show.
Look away, Kevin.
Mon Dieu!
The parrot muttered, as if it could
I
even
said, "My
process
God."
the nightmare that had just unfolded. It flew out of the window with one final
Bruh.
panicked flap. As
Wow.
it soared into the beautiful Paris sky, pieces of the man's
Ew,
flesh
this is
began
grossing
to
me
fall,
out now. What is
raining
happening?
down like tragic confetti. Meanwhile, down below, a couple, hand in hand,
Wait, I'm sorry to pause it again, but what even is the SCP? Like, what is it? We still have no idea. Bro just ate so much that he exploded.
Yeah, I think whatever the SCP is, it's got to be an infection in your body that forces you to keep eating until you literally explode.
So, but if the SCP is inside him, then doesn't the SCP also die?
Or maybe that's how
No,
it spreads,
look.
Alec. Maybe
Yes.
it's spreading right now.
Oh,
the-
shoot!
It's like the Last of Us virus.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like in springtime when you blow on the what is it called, a daffodil?
The dandelion.
You blow on the dandelion and to spread the seed.
Exactly.
And it goes into the
yeah,
wind.
it could spread everywhere. So whoever gets touched by the stuff that's falling from Polly is going to be infected, and then they're going to want to eat everything until there's no food left, and then they all explode.
What if Polly also gets infected? And then Polly turns into a big fat parrot?
Maybe that's how Polly wanted a cracker started.
Oh my god.
Polly wants all the crackers.
Dude, this is crazy.
and strolled near the Eiffel Tower. They were newlyweds, blissfully oblivious to the mess of human gore falling from the sky.
They're in the moonwalk.
Beautiful here?
One's just
The
gonna fall
woman
right into her
asked,
mouth.
eyes sparkling as her husband snapped a photo of her in front of the tower. Absolutely, he grinned, completely lost in the moment.
This is kind of what I
adjusting
thought
the camera's
diabetes
settings
was
like
when
an
I was like
amateur.
5.
A piece of flesh.
Oh
fell
no,
from the
I
sky,
told you!
landing just a few inches away from them.
Ew.
It hit the ground with a sickening
Ew,
splat.
belly.
The man didn't see it. Neither did the woman.
Good.
They just kept walking, kept
Okay.
giggling. They were in love, in
Aw.
Paris, and nothing
Betty.
could ruin this moment. Above them, the parrot
This
was still
parrot's
flying in a
freaking
panic, trying to shake off the remnants of its dearly deceased owner. More flesh dropped scattering on unsuspecting people down below.
It's a
The
super
newlyweds,
spreader.
still lost in their own little world, strolled into a nearby cafe. They found a seat on the terrace, basking in the late morning sun, the world feeling just right. They ordered coffee, croissants, the quintessential Parisian breakfast. The waiter smiled at them, and they smiled back. And all the while, the parrot continued its flight above, still desperately trying to rid itself of the disgusting keepsakes it had been left with from its owner. The parrot's
going
panic was now a
everywhere.
full-blown emergency. With one last act of desperation, mid-flight, the parrot plucked a blood-drenched feather from its side and, in a gesture that could only be
No, it
described
ate
as
it.
pure revulsion, spat it into the air. The
What?
feather tumbled, swirling as it fell, leaving a trail of
It's gonna
blood
land
drops
right
that
into the
scattered
couple's
in every
food.
direction like twisted confetti. 2 drops landed. One hit
Not the
the croissant, the other the cappuccino.
I knew it!
The couple, they were too busy being hopelessly, nauseatingly in love. to notice.
Don't eat the croissant!
The woman took a delicate bite of the croissant,
No.
as if it were
No!
the most sacred
Stay
thing in
petite,
the world.
woman!
No,
As her
it's
teeth
your
not
filled
finger,
her
raspberries!
keep your
plate
It's
with
finger.
rubbery
blood!
goodness,
I don't know if I can
she
watch
didn't
this.
feel the tiny drop of blood that had seeped into it. She didn't
Oh
taste
my
it.
God,
she
bro.
just
Oh my gosh.
smiled and
Oh
sighed.
my God,
blissfully
bro.
It's the same
aware
thing that happened to
of
Alex's
the
mom 20
bizarre
years ago.
fate The universe
Oh my
had
God,
decided.
bro. What?
What?
Alec, why'd you say that?
You pause it.
What do you mean, why did I pause it? What do you mean, why did I pause it?
It's just commentary.
What is
channel.
that for?
It was like, it's a commentary channel. I'm making a comment.
This is ridiculous.
Guys, let's all just get along, okay? This SCP's making us all on edge right now. We gotta lock in.
This is slanderous.
We should definitely move on. I'm gonna press play.
Had decided to hand her.
Unbelievable.
Eyes half closed, leaned back and took a long sip of his cappuccino.
Who's that guy, Adam?
The blood drop sinking unnoticed into the foam.
I don't know.
Perfect.
He's
he
my op.
muttered, savoring the taste. If only he'd known what he'd just consumed. The couple
probably tastes so
continued
good.
their feast.
You're dead. You're
Oblivious.
dead.
Croissants are
They
better than
didn't
bread.
see the parrot still circling above them, trying to shake off the last pieces of their gruesome passenger. The couple didn't even notice the tiny bits of human flesh falling like sickly rain around them, splashing on
Why
the
is it
cobblestone
following them?
streets or landing
Is
on
everybody
random
in France
bystanders.
blind?
The city was
Oh.
too beautiful, and they were too in love. But all good things must come to an end. Their honeymoon had been a whirlwind of romance.
Are they about to go back to the
croissants,
United
and
States?
Incredible coffee.
No, do not bring
Like
that back
all
here.
perfect things. It had
That's
a
why
time
Americans are
limit.
so fat, probably.
A few weeks later, they boarded the plane home, and that's when things took a strange turn. Something wasn't right. The couple,
they gonna
who had once
explode?
been wrapped in a
They're
warm,
probably
blissful
so
bubble,
hungry.
now sat next to each other in uncomfortable silence. The warmth that surrounded them wasn't the kind of warmth that came from love or
boy.
passion. No, this was different.
Here we go.
It was
Oh,
an
Adam did this
internal
one
heat,
time.
A fire they couldn't escape.
Come on, that's a story that you gotta tell.
I already-
Adam.
we already
You
told
gotta
the
tell
story.
it. No, but not everyone heard it. The people want it again, Adam.
Nobody wants
the
it. I'm
people
pressing
want it
play.
again. What?
The woman wiped her brow with the
picture
back of her
Adam as
hand,
the woman
her face
when we're watching
flushed,
this.
Her eyes squinting. She looked at her husband with a confused frown.
Do you feel hot?
He pulled at his shirt collar, trying to loosen it.
Yeah. I thought it was just me.
They exchanged a quick look, but neither of them had an answer for the strange
Thought it was
discomfort
about to
creeping over
happen.
them. Their earlier bliss had quickly dissolved.
This is not
into
what
a
happened to the
dull
other guys.
unease.
Body.
A flight attendant passed by, looking overly chipper.
Can I get you anything else to make you more comfortable?
The husband smiled weakly.
Sausage.
Water would be good, thanks.
She nodded and returned a few moments later, placing napkins and water in front of
There
them.
better be ice in
There
that
you
cup,
go. Anything
or I would
else?
slap her.
The woman shook her head,
What?
trying to smile.
Just kidding,
Trying to
Adam.
look happy and grateful, but the sweat on her brow told a different story. The flight attendant walked away. With every passing moment, the couple just felt worse.
All right, drink the
The
water.
heat was growing.
So wait, I'm kind of curious, like you were saying, Adam, when does it turn from sickness into I need to eat everything on God's green earth? When does that switch happen?
I don't know. Maybe it's the air pressure. Maybe this isn't even a symptom of the SCP.
I'm just now realizing too. Jack, you think is Adam wearing a bra right now? What is he wearing?
That has nothing to do with the video.
I think it's or maybe it's like a handbag that you take to the grocery store.
You talk about what the people want to see and hear. This is what the people want. You think I want to wear
Bananas
this?
in there.
People want
Bro,
this.
you chose to put that on.
People,
you chose to
I
sit
didn't
in that
choose
chair.
anything. People decide. I posted a community poll.
Adam, you can wear clothes. We're gonna get views even if you wear clothes. It's okay.
No, it's 2025. I have to show shoulder or we're not going to get clicks.
You don't need to have a nip slip, Adam.
Adam is showing off
It's
his
okay.
trapezoids.
I'm trying to get us to 10 million subs, guys.
Guys, comment down below. Bra or no bra for Adam?
Please, bra. I mean, no bra. Put clothes on, Adam.
No, bro, I'm taking it off.
growing, crawling up from their stomachs to their heads. The plane had become an oven, the air too thick to breathe, yet there was no obvious reason for it.
Maybe the plane's just too hot.
The husband muttered, pulling at his collar again.
Is he gonna
He
jump
reached
off?
for the water, but it didn't help. It didn't do anything. Nothing helped. Not the
Yeah, what
water,
is about
not
to
the
happen?
napkins, not even the air
Try
conditioning.
food.
When they finally made it back home,
Oh, they
things
made it.
took an even stranger,
That was
more
easy.
unnerving turn. It wasn't immediate. Nothing
Go
ever
ahead.
is. But after a few weeks,
Oh,
the
wait.
couple's
Oh my God.
appetites
Oh, here we
had
go.
become a bottomless
Okay, so
pit.
a couple weeks
It
went
wasn't
by.
just the usual
This is like from
vacation
Spirited Away
cravings.
when they turn into
No,
pigs.
this was different.
So wait, I'm starting to think that the SCP is probably inside of their gut, right? It's like some sort of parasite that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it explodes out, and we just didn't see what came out of the giant guy. There's probably some creature that was growing inside of him because he was pregnant with it.
You know, if you have worms, not that like I've ever had worms before, I haven't. But if you do, it does make you want to eat a lot more because the worms actually eat the food that you eat. So it's kind of like that.
Same idea, exactly, except this thing will
Adam,
explode.
don't look at me like that.
You should keep those stories to yourself, Alec.
I know, I said that never happened to me.
You know too
No
much
more
about
story
worms.
times.
You know way too much about worms and not
I've
have had
never
it.
had worms
Nobody
before.
goes and looks up worm facts for fun. Only people that had it and need medical assistance look that up.
Alec has had worms. Adam has pooped on a plane door. It happens to everybody, guys.
They found themselves standing in front of the fridge at all hours, just staring at it like zombies. They opened the door, peered inside, and started eating
This is
without
literally me
thinking.
and Alec at
It
1
was like
a.m.
a primal instinct had taken over. Suddenly, nothing else mattered. Nothing but the gnawing hunger that called
These are
at
like the
them from
parents in
inside.
Spirited Away.
Two mouths wide open, eyes glazed over. They
just said
devoured whatever they could find. Leftovers from last night's dinner, half-empty jars of pickles, cheese that was maybe a week past its expiration
Gotta
date.
go grocery
It
shopping.
didn't matter. If it was edible,
that is you
it was
guys.
fair game. The
Alec and
fridge
Adam eat
became
raw
their
food
new
all the
best
time,
friend.
and expired
They
food.
just couldn't stop. One evening, the tension finally bubbled over. The last piece
Oh
of
my
chicken,
God, they're gonna kill
sitting
each
there
other.
on the dinner table like a cruel temptation,
what-
was just waiting for them to fight over.
Do you think the guy will get so hungry that he'll literally eat the girl?
Do you guys think they'll split it, kill each other, or put it up there? No.
Guys, this is more BeckBros, not Dora the Explorer, okay?
Can you guys find Adam's nose? You found it.
I'm
Muy
pressing play. I'm
gracias.
pressing play. This is ridiculous.
Is Adam wearing a bra?
Playing!
They both reached for
Let's
it
check
at the
the
same
map.
time. Their hands met in midair, fingers brushing like some sad.
Oh, they're gonna
twisted
fight
dance.
over it.
No, I was gonna eat that.
The wife screeched,
Oh, snap.
her voice high with the desperation
Hit her!
she was
Come
too
on,
embarrassed
hit
to
her!
admit.
Be a gentleman.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
The husband shot back,
Oh, snap!
grabbing the chicken and pulling
Oh,
it closer
no.
to his plate.
Backhand!
Oh, you shouldn't have
This
done
is
that,
Adam and
buddy.
his
The
girlfriend.
fight didn't even make sense. They were both
No,
stuck
no, Alec,
with the
no
chicken.
violence.
That
1-2
sad
McGregor,
last
3-4
little piece
Mayweather.
was like some kind of sacred prize.
Why don't we just split it,
Their
guys?
first fight wasn't about anything important, just food. Yet it felt like everything. Voices rose, tempers flared. The argument
guys
spiraled
hearing
into
voices?
a mess of accusations
Yeah,
and
they're
ridiculous
talking.
claims. At some point, it all became a blur, like two animals fighting over the last morsel of meat from a hunt.
Two bananas
And then
fighting over
the wife
a banana.
snapped. Without warning, she stormed to the kitchen, slamming the refrigerator door open.
Fine.
She shouted, her face twisted in anger.
I'll just make myself my own dinner.
She pulled out
Oh,
an entire
yo!
chicken from the fridge like it was the last
Why are they
supper.
fighting over a wing? They
Without
have the whole
thinking,
chicken.
She set it on the counter and began to prepare it, cutting it up with a feverish, almost violent energy. The husband sat at the table, shocked for a moment. His hand reached for the last piece of chicken on his plate, then dropped it. Something nudged it out of his daze.
He dropped
With a
it?
slight chuckle, he walked into the kitchen and smiled at his wife.
Well, look at that. Our first fight. This will be a good story to tell the grandkids, huh?
But the wife wasn't having it. Not now. Not when she was starving.
Oh,
practically
she
Silent
shaking
treatment.
with
knife.
hunger.
Are you serious?
Oh, God.
Her face flushed.
Can't you see I'm starving? What's wrong with you?
She shoved him away, as if his presence was
I
the
don't
last
think I ever
thing she
want a
needed.
girlfriend.
You ate the last piece. You don't understand.
Her breath was quick, sharp, her entire being focused on one thing. Food.
I'm so scared.
More food.
I'm so
The
scared.
husband backed off, his attempt at humor falling flat.
Hey, I didn't mean to.
Wait, is he
But
not
she didn't
infected?
listen. The
I
absurdity
think
of it
he
all
is.
was lost
She's
on
more
her.
infected.
The argument was ridiculous, yes, but her hunger was something
Women,
else
Adam.
entirely. Something very real. She finished cooking the chicken, her hands trembling with frustration.
Just kidding.
as she
She's
piled
going
her
bare
plate high.
hands with the chicken.
The husband, too stunned to say anything else, just stood
That's gotta
there
be
in the kitchen
hot.
doorway, watching the woman he'd married devour an entire meal like it was the last one she'd ever had.
This is when he knew
And
she
for
was the
some
one.
reason, it
That's
felt
pretty
like
attractive.
it was. The tension didn't let up. It built, like the slow burn of a fire that nobody notices until the whole house
Oh,
is
she's gonna
engulfed.
explode.
Several weeks later, the wife's sister showed up, expecting a warm welcome and stories of their romantic Parisian adventure.
look like twins.
She had visions of croissants and Eiffel Tower photos, of love-filled conversations and laughter. But when she walked through that door, she found something else entirely.
She's gonna think she's
The
pregnant.
couple was different. They
Obesity!
were, for lack of a better word, bigger. Sure, they
They
had
did that
gained
over, like,
weight,
a few
but it wasn't
weeks.
just that. Their once cheerful, carefree energy had transformed into something less enduring.
This is actually really
something
scary.
raw, something
The American
aggressive,
dream.
something hungry. The wife was sitting at the kitchen table, elbows deep in
What's she even
in
eating?
a tub of
1,
peanut
2,
butter,
3, 4
dipping a
chins.
spoon in it like it
tub
was her
of peanut
job.
butter with a
Her
spoon?
eyes
They
were
don't even
glassy,
look the same.
and she was making
Okay, I gotta be honest here, guys. I have done that before. Jack has seen me do that before. If you've never taken just like a tub of peanut butter and just taken a spoon and eaten half of it, you've never lived before. I don't condone it. I wouldn't say it's a good thing to do. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just saying, at some point in your life, just maybe give it a shot.
It's even better with Nutella sometimes.
Don't double dip though unless you own the peanut butter.
I double dip with my fingers.
You're like
He's not
a
even
monkey.
kidding. He's disgusting.
Alec has been infected with this SCP multiple times.
Yes, he's done that
I've
with
eaten
my
it.
peanut butter too. It's mine, and then he puts it back like nothing happened. Like I
I'm
watched
the
him do
only
it,
one. I'm the only one that's ever beaten this SCP.
and it's still getting you right now.
This might be you as an SCP.
It's a war, constant war every day.
You guys live together in harmony.
strange, content noises, as if she were in a trance. Her husband. was
Oh my
pacing,
God.
His hand constantly
Dude, is that
moving to his
Nikocado?
mouth, shoving
It looks like the
crackers
dude
into
from
it
the
like his
Minecraft
life
movie.
depended on it. Every so often, he'd stop, wipe his mouth, and glance at the fridge like it was a secret lover he couldn't quit.
Hey, yo.
The sister, standing in the doorway, had the kind of expression you'd expect when you've just walked into a
That's
crime
not politically
scene.
correct. You can't make that face anymore.
She muttered under her breath before forcing a smile.
You guys look amazing. How's everything been?
Wow.
Didn't have to
Wife
do all
didn't
that.
look up. She
guys
just
look
took another
amazing.
spoonful of peanut butter and without even chewing, mumbled.
Great.
The husband paused in his pacing.
Yeah, great. If you're starving all the time.
The sister, feeling awkward, shuffled into the living room,
I don't
eyeing
even
the
know what I
couple
would do.
as if they might attack at any moment.
So, Paris, huh? How was it? Any fun stories?
The wife lifted her head, crumbs falling from her mouth.
Stories? Oh, sure. A lot of stories. But we've been busy.
She licked some peanut butter off the lid, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. The sister, trying to make small talk, glanced at her.
I've done that.
You look different. Have you
Not that weird.
been eating well?
The wife narrowed her eyes.
Oh,
The
you shouldn't have
sister
said that.
stammered, her
Oh
eyes
my
flicking
gosh.
to the husband for support.
She's starting to
He
look
was
more and
too
more
busy
like
with his
queso.
crackers, looking completely uninterested in helping her out. She looked back at the wife, who had somehow now managed to finish an entire jar
Hey,
of
yo!
peanut butter.
That's impressive.
Are you pregnant?
There was an uncomfortable pause.
Is he pregnant?
Excuse me?
The wife snapped, standing up so suddenly that the chair scraped loudly against the floor.
Pregnant? Are you calling me fat?
Catfight!
Oh,
Sister
God.
froze, her face
Abort!
turning beet
Abort!
red.
Get out of there! You cannot run her!
With the, size change, maybe you had a bun in the oven?
It's going down. It's
There
going
was a
down.
silence so thick.
Bun in
She's
the
got-
oven.
she's
She's
got a
got
couple
100.
The wife
She's
got
got 100
from
buns.
shock to
She ate them
rage.
all for
A
breakfast.
bun?
She's
You
got
think
3 buns
I've got
hiding
a
under that
bun
chin.
in the oven?
She spat the
You think I have a bun in the oven?
Yeah, we
She
heard
might
her.
eat
What
her
do you-
sister.
I just thought it was funny.
Do you guys think if this SCP infected Queso and he exploded, would the world survive?
Yeah.
I think so. But a lot of people are getting infected.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be a level 8 earthquake about to happen when this lady starts running at her sister. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Guys,
Everybody brace yourself.
Oh my gosh, Alec. That's so funny.
She spat the words out like they were poisonous. The husband, completely unfazed, shrugged.
What's wrong with a bun? We all need a bun.
The
The
husband's
sister
kind of chill.
was now
to be
regretting
honest.
every word she'd ever spoken in her life. She took a small step back,
Her whole
trying
life?
to hide behind the doorframe.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just...
Before she could finish, the wife stormed
Oh,
past her
God!
into the kitchen.
I'm starving.
Titan!
She
Class
muttered,
3 Titan!
practically kicking open the pantry door.
There's never enough food in this house.
Meanwhile, across the street, an elderly neighbor had been watching the whole exchange through
Oh
the
my
window.
gosh.
Her old eyes narrowed with a smirk with the unfolding scene. She'd been watching
going
She's a,
on
she's a
over
peeping
there?
granny.
Parents moved in. She had a perfect view of their kitchen
Mind your
and
business,
living room.
Granny.
She'd seen everything.
Kathy's
The
getting
endless
some
trips
weight,
to the
huh?
fridge, the food hoarding,
call the cops on
strange
that?
stares.
We got 2
Peered through
people.
the curtains, one hand on her
Eating.
chin like she was observing a
lot.
wildlife documentary.
Oh, my.
She muttered with a grin.
It's getting worse.
Back inside the house, things
Good
were
comms,
escalating.
Granny.
The husband, looking confused and defeated, started rummaging through the
Is he playing
pantry like he
peekaboo?
was looking for the Holy Grail.
He's turning into a
Where's
cat.
the last box of cereal?
He muttered, as if he hadn't just eaten an entire pizza an hour ago. The wife, now holding a frying pan, turned around.
Oh,
What
that's
are you doing?
cookie dough on there.
She
It's so
demanded.
good.
This is my meal. Don't even think about it.
The sister, realizing she was clearly out of her depth, tried to make a quick exit. She grabbed her purse and made her way to the door, but not before the wife shot her a look so cold it felt like a punch to the gut. The husband didn't even acknowledge the sister as she rushed out the door.
Oh my god.
He was too busy rifling through the junk drawer in search of something, anything to eat.
What the?
As the door slammed
Scissors?
shut behind her, the elderly neighbor, still watching from across the street, leaned back in her chair, content. She took a slow
She's
sip
loving
of her
it.
tea.
She's watching a
The
nature
honeymoon's
documentary.
over.
She said with a smirk.
Let's see how long they last now.
Later
Okay,
that
this-
night,
she's
the
crazy.
inevitable came, and it
crazy.
came with a ferocity that no one, least of all the couple, could have anticipated. The wife was sitting at the
Bro.
kitchen table. She was halfway through a bowl of leftover pasta. She slurped down the spaghetti, not even bothering to chew properly. Her
Oh, yeah.
eyes were distant, glazed over,
Time to
consumed by this
explode.
insatiable hunger that had long passed the point of normalcy. Then it happened. A
No.
low,
God.
gurgling noise erupted from deep within her. The sound was grotesque, like something was boiling inside her, just waiting to escape. Her body stiffened, and for a moment, her eyes locked onto the plate in front of her. as if she thought it might save her, but it was too late. Her chest heaved, her face contorted in agony, and with a horrific, unearthly pop, her body exploded.
Why do I feel like the husband's about to start eating her?
No, it was a full-on eruption. Flesh,
Clean up
blood,
on aisle
and
4.
half
I wonder if
digested
the old
pasta
bat saw that.
splattered across the room in every direction. The force was so powerful
Dude.
that the walls were splattered with pieces of her body, and the table was flipped over
I
in
can't
the
even
chaos.
look. This is
For a
disgusting.
moment, there was only silence. Then, the
Oh my
husband,
God.
who had been sitting across the table, froze. His eyes, wide and glassy, stared
If
at
he
the
keeps
empty
eating,
space
bro, I
where his
swear.
wife had been.
He has
His
to.
mouth still open, the spoon hovering in midair, forgotten. He blinked
No way.
But you
twice,
won't.
slowly processing what had just happened. He
Jack,
didn't
stop!
scream. He didn't even
Jack.
flinch. He
Jack,
simply
no!
reached over,
Hit Jack.
as though
Do
it was
it.
the most natural thing in the world, and
Everybody
took the bowl
eat.
of pasta off.
No,
the
you're taking the
He
same
didn't
bowl
even
of
bother to
pasta
check
that
if
she
it was
just
safe.
blew up,
He
dumb.
didn't care.
Oh my God.
He ate it, shoveling the food into his mouth without pause.
Nah.
His
Oh
eyes
my
still
God.
locked on the empty space. As he chewed, he heard
That's
a
the
strange
definition of
gurgling
dial.
sound. It was faint at
Bro,
first.
he's
then
committed.
It grew louder. The gurgling
committed to
turned
the
into
bit.
a deep, unsettling rumble. He looked down at his stomach, his eyes growing
5,
wide with
4,
realization.
3,
His breathing became
2,
shallow. His
1.
fingers tightening around the bowl. The rumbling
this
grew
is
louder,
sad.
more insistent. He could feel it in
Poor
his
guy.
gut. The pressure building. The boiling
Maybe the bird
heat.
comes back.
It was coming for him. He knew it was coming for him.
This is the origin
In a
story
final,
of the Burger
desperate
King.
attempt, he shoved the last of the pasta into his mouth, chewing like a
No,
man
you
who thought he
idiot.
could outrun death with carbs. He chewed
probably
faster,
mostly blood.
more frantically. His
not
eyes
salt.
were
He's just
wild,
carbo loading.
his breath ragged. The explosion was just as violent as the wife's. His body detonated with a force that sent pieces of him flying in every direction. The kitchen was destroyed in an instant. The walls,
guessing
the
Granny
ceiling,
was
the
watching the
counters,
whole thing.
Nothing
Yep.
was safe from
Yeah,
the
she's
fallout.
probably loving
It was
this.
as though the entire house had been hit by a bomb, and in a way, it had. The room fell into silence once again. Across the street, the elderly neighbor, who
Oh
had
my
been
gosh.
watching from her kitchen window, didn't know what to do. She'd been
She's got to feel
If you-
responsible.
If you see that, do you tell anybody? Because if you do, they might think that you're clinically insane.
For like watching a couple, you mean?
No, like let's say you were like, hey, I watched these two people eat until they literally combusted and exploded. Like that, like who's gonna believe that?
That's true. I was thinking like the detectives that come in and try to figure out like what happened. There's no way that they would ever guess like, oh, this is a classic case of ate too much. Classic case of cereal at 2 a.m.
We got a ba-da-ba-ba-ba on scene 4.
2 creepers got too close to a human.
No, not funny, Adam.
She'd been spying on them for weeks, those strange, hungry people across the way. She'd seen their odd behaviors, their constant trips to the fridge. But this was something else. Her hands started shaking.
No duh, Granny.
Did she really just see that? 2 people explode? She took a few steps backward.
She has
clutching
not
her
been
chest.
taking her medication.
Her mind raced.
The
trying to
grandkids will
convince
never
herself
believe
that
this
what
one.
she saw was just a trick of the light, or maybe it was just her age
Take
catching
your
up to
Adderall,
her.
Granny.
Dementia? No, she had seen it with her own eyes.
She's schizophrenic.
The horror, the explosions. She grabbed the phone.
Send her to a
dialing the
home
police
care.
with
She has a
shaking
rotary
hands.
phone?
As she relayed
Oh,
the
great.
bizarre
Oh, yeah, wait.
circumstances
Oh,
she
wait.
witnessed
It
to the
is
dispatcher,
1950.
The
I
anomaly
forgot.
was pinged by the Foundation, who was always watching and always listening. By the time the emergency responders arrived, the scene had already been secured by the
What,
Foundation.
there's G-Wagons?
Their agents had already disguised
No.
themselves as
No,
paramedics,
that was the Model
moving
T.
quickly and efficiently, as if this was just another day at the office. They swept through the house,
Oh my
carefully taking
God.
photos and collecting evidence from the remnants of the explosion. Samples were
Nasty.
taken, blood and tissue analyzed, the walls and floor scanned for signs of anything unusual. They moved with a precision that was almost surgical, as if the horror they were witnessing was just another puzzle to solve.
Oh my god.
By the next morning, photos of the incident had been leaked to the national media. The coverage was everywhere.
Thanks a lot,
2
Granny.
people just poof, gone. No warning, no reason. Some reporters claimed it was a freak accident. Others suggested it was some sort of serial killer on the loose.
Murder-suicide.
Regardless of the context, the public couldn't stop talking about it. People speculated, hypothesized, and made up stories. They needed answers. The Foundation tried to control the narrative, but the only thing they could do was plant seeds of doubt that these apparent cases of spontaneous human combustion were nothing but a hoax. SCP-081 is a delightful little virus
Finally,
that turns
some
your
facts.
unhealthy eating habits into a literal explosive event.
Oh, yes,
This
we knew
virus,
it.
which can be spread by rats, intimate
Oh, not
contact,
the
or even
rats.
infected blood, gets to work by hijacking your fat cells and immune system. Its goal? To make you eat everything in sight until your body reaches a point where you explode in a fiery, uncontrollable burst
gotta be a
of
cure.
internal combustion. The virus progresses in 4 stages. First, you start off feeling a bit fatigued, like you've just had a rough week, but nothing too alarming. Then, in the second stage, your body starts to get hot, really hot. Hot flashes hit you like you're in the middle of a heat wave, and you develop an insatiable hunger. You can't stop eating. By the third stage, you're consuming
at
food
stage
like
2.
there's no tomorrow, but no matter how much you eat,
Okay.
the hunger never goes away. Your body's metabolism slows to a crawl as you gain weight faster than you can count your calories. Finally, in stage 4, your body reaches 55% body fat, and that's when the real fun begins.
55.
At
I
this
think there's
point,
people in the
you'll be
world
so
that's
full,
higher than
so
55.
bloated,
Oh,
and
yeah,
yet
there are.
still hungry.
They didn't
your body
explode
will
yet.
start to turn on itself, and you'll spontaneously combust.
Did you guys know that there's actually a real life equivalent to this called Prader-Willi syndrome, where you can never feel like you're full, so you just keep eating until your stomach explodes inside of your body? Did you guys know that?
I didn't know that until now.
So the answer is no, Adam.
You gotta be careful, guys.
No, but I believe it just because there are some people that are literally 1,000 pounds out there, which is like, how is that possible? How do you possibly eat that much?
Big Macs are delicious. Taco Bell's pretty delicious. Like, I get it. I really do.
Well, if you can't get full, I would get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Exactly. Adam, can you tell us more about that?
I didn't know it until now.
Sure, dude.
The explosion is violent, fiery, and a little too much like a bad cooking experiment gone wrong. SCP-081 first gained attention after a series of spontaneous combustion cases in the early 20th century, with the infamous incident involving Mary Reeser in 1951.
Oh, yep.
However, it turns out this virus isn't a new phenomenon. It's been around since 1763, possibly even longer.
The
and most
Kings.
of those earlier mysterious, spontaneous combustion incidents can likely be chalked up to this virus. It wasn't until the 20th century, with increasing access to food and a drop in malnutrition, that SCP-081 cases skyrocketed. The virus's spread and infection rate are higher in modern times, particularly in places like North America, where the average person
That's
is
not
more
good.
likely to be
Called
well-fed.
it.
That's where
and
we are.
overfed.
I called it.
SCP-081 is
I'm
now
moving to
classified
South
as a
America.
Euclid hazardous pathogen, though the real kicker is that the virus only affects those with a particular genetic predisposition to fat accumulation. So, in the grand scheme of things, the lesson is, next time you're about to chow down on that second plate of lasagna, think twice. You might just go out with a bang, and not the kind you're hoping for. Alarms screamed, lights flashed, panic at the apartment complex like a storm. People rushed out in a blur, doors slammed, footsteps thundered. A family of 3 pushed forward, struggling against the frantic crowd. The mother kept a tight grip on her son's hand. The father
Hey, yo.
led the way, shoulders
God,
hunched,
what's happening?
clutching a duffel bag packed with their most precious belongings.
It's gotta be
Stay
a fire.
close, the mother shouted over the noise, her voice sharp with fear. Her grip on her child's hand was ironclad as she scanned the corridor for a path through the panicked crowd.
Not just them, everybody's
Something's
leaving.
wrong with that kid.
Amidst a sea of fleeing residents,
Something's
one
wrong with that
figure
kid.
stood still. His
Looks like Where's
attire,
Waldo?
a red
No!
striped shirt and a whimsical beanie made him stick out like a
What?
sore thumb.
Don't tell me this is a Where's Waldo SCP. I swear, Alec. I swear, you know I'm afraid of Where's Waldo. Do not.
It seems like it might be Where's Waldo if Where's Waldo was an SCP.
Look, this SCP's got crazy powers, and its best ability is its ability to hide. Just like who? Waldo.
You don't want to find Waldo in this universe.
Let's just say if you find him, you're dead. And I think this little boy's about to find him.
His calm was unsettling, his eyes hidden
You gotta be
behind
kidding
round
me.
glasses, scanning the crowd
just
with
gross.
an eerie detachment.
You got the same
No one
glasses
looked
as
at him in
Alec.
their panic. No one except the little boy tugged at her mother's hand.
I knew
pointing.
it. Oh my God,
Why isn't
he's
he
dead.
scared? Before the mother could muster
Nobody
a
else can
response,
see him.
the alarm choked off as abruptly as it had started, and a voice
Oh my
washed
God.
over the PA system. Its tone
Oh, he's gone.
unnervingly calm.
False alarm. Please return to your apartments.
Relief washed over the
Whoa.
crowd in a visible
Whoa.
wave. Let's
What
head back,
just
the
happened?
father said, his voice still carrying an edge of unease. As the river of people reversed its flow, The family of 3 turned back towards their
I
apartment.
don't think it's actually false
The little
alarm.
boy glanced
I think that was
over his
Where's
shoulder,
Waldo.
searching for the oddly dressed man, but the man in the stripes was gone. Unbeknownst to the
That
boy,
kid's so dead,
a
bro.
strange wave began to ripple
Probably.
quietly across the wall behind him. Silent and stealthy, this undulating shadow trailed the unsuspecting family down the dimly
I
lit
already hate this
hallway,
video. Oh my
following them
gosh.
all the way to their doorstep. Once the family of 3 was back inside their apartment, the door clicked shut with a solid thunk. The little boy immediately went to the window, his little face smushed up against the glass, his eyes scanning the empty street below for any hint of the striped oddity.
If I was that boy, I would just go right to bed. I wouldn't be looking for that scary, creepy guy. Because in my mind, if I visualize him and I see him, that makes him real. But if I just close my eyes, go to bed, that means it was probably just all a dream, and I can maybe get past it.
Well, I'm starting to think that maybe this is similar to Shy Guy, where if you look at Shy Guy, he's going to stop at nothing to come and then kill you. So I think that because he saw Waldo and found out Waldo's location, because you're not supposed to find Waldo. The whole idea is where's Waldo? You're trying to find him, and he found Waldo, and Waldo probably did not want to be found, so now he has to kill the kid.
But the figure he was looking for was not in the empty street down below. What are you looking at, darling?
Oh my
His
gosh.
mother's voice
You ever
pierced
heard of
the
knocking,
silence,
Mom?
sharp and sudden, snapping him back to the room. Sounds of clanging pots and the rhythmic
God,
chopping
Jack's-
of vegetables filled the kitchen
Jack's scared.
as his mother busied herself with dinner.
I'm
The
scared.
domestic noises clashed eerily with the boy's rising tension.
Go to bed, little boy.
Slowly, the boy turned away from the window, his heart still racing.
Oh my God, Waldo's in the room.
No, he's not. There's no way.
His
Yes, he
voice
is.
trailed
He's on the
off,
No, he's
wall.
not. No, he's
still
not.
distracted
Say
by
it.
the images swirling in his head.
He's having hallucinations. I don't think it's
watch out
real.
for dinner, honey, his mother instructed, brandishing a spoon with a flourish, as if to shoo away his
She's a
lingering
super nice mom.
fears.
She has nice hair,
Obediently,
too.
the boy slugged off to the bathroom, the image of the peculiar striped man still spinning in
I
his
think
mind.
he's just having hallucinations. I don't
Make
even
sure
think
to
it's real.
wash those
Having
hands like a
nightmares
good
tonight.
boy would, his mother demanded from the kitchen. The little
No,
boy
Mom!
sighed deeply. Yes, Mama, he replied, his shoulders slumping with defeat. Even if he told her, or even his dad, what he had seen in the hallway, it wouldn't matter.
Nobody would
They
believe
wouldn't
him.
believe him. Not in a million years.
He's
The
so
little boy
cooked.
proceeded to roll up his sleeves
He'd end up
and
in some
twisted
mental
open
hospital.
the faucet. Water crashed into the basin, a mini cascade echoing in the tiled room. As he lathered his hands, meticulously scrubbing
God.
between each finger like a good boy should,
Where's this guy gonna
something
pop up?
eerie began to unfold.
Oh no,
just
not in the
behind him.
mirror.
The bathroom wall, usually so plain and
I hate
inert,
this, I hate this.
started to warble. It pulsed
Why?
subtly, the paint and plaster undulating like the surface of a
Whoa,
disturbed
whoa, whoa, whoa,
pond.
whoa.
But
Make
the
it
boy,
Grandma!
absorbed in
Make
the
it
serious
Grandma!
task of washing the germs from his hands,
Daddy?
remained oblivious to the wall's strange ballet. Turning off the tap, he reached for the towel. The wall behind him
Oh
was
my
now
God.
more liquid than solid.
Please just tell me he's
Then,
finally hitting
a
puberty.
soft, chilling
Please tell me that's the
whoosh
worst of
filled
it.
the air.
Oh,
The
it's a
sound
black
of
Oh my
wind
God,
in
it's
the wind.
Waldo.
From the rippling wall, the striped man emerged,
Daddy
materializing
chill,
silently.
daddy chill, daddy chill,
He
daddy
stood
chill.
there,
Wait. Daddy, chill.
He
a
does kind of look
ghastly
chill.
figure with empty eye sockets that stared unblinkingly at the small boy's back.
He hasn't noticed yet.
As
Are you
the boy
insane,
dried
little
his
boy?
hands, his gaze remained fixed on the mundane task, unaware of the menacing entity just inches
He's really
away
washing
from
his
him.
hands.
Where's
Just
Waldo
as the
is
striped
sick of
man
people
took a
finding
step
him.
towards the boy with a final swipe of the towel,
Nah,
the boy flicked
bro.
off the bathroom light, plunging the room into darkness.
R.I.P.
The mirror's
Oh God.
reflection blinked out, the striped man's ghostly image swallowed by the sudden night. Oblivious to the close brush with danger,
Oh, he's
the boy
good.
skipped back to the kitchen.
He even
to
knew!
warmth and laughter
He's
and
good.
light.
He's good.
He
That
sat
boy deserves
himself down
everything
at
that's
the
coming
kitchen
to him.
table, pulled out his notebook, and began to draw. His crayon skated across the paper.
Do not
tracing
draw
the
Waldo,
outlines of the
dummy!
striped man
He
he had
is.
seen. His parents, meanwhile,
He found him.
continued
He
their
found
culinary
him.
dance in the kitchen, chopping and stirring and seasoning.
They've been
creating
chopping
a
that
symphony
celery
of scents that
8
filled
times.
the air. They were too wrapped up in the task at hand to notice the subtle shift in the atmosphere, the way the air seemed to hold its breath, waiting. As the boy added the final touches to his crayon creation,
No!
unbeknownst to anyone in the room,
killed
that
yourself.
same strange warbling wave crawled along the floorboards like a serpent, circling around the family. The boy's parents laughed over a shared joke, the sound a bright
Oh my
contrast
God.
against the creeping dread
What the
just
heck
a
is
few
that
feet
pot?
away from them. Then, a sudden chill swept through the room.
Oh
The rhythm of
God.
chopping
Parents have to
vegetables
notice
was
by now.
most soothing,
These are the worst parents ever.
Hands making a
Stop
consistent
cutting the
thud
celery!
As it met the cutting board. Beside them, the wall began to move like a wet wave of water was trapped beneath the surface.
Hate
They're
when that
cooked.
A
happens.
few steps away, the little boy glanced up from his drawing, his
Daddy,
eyes
chill.
widened with fear.
Quick prediction before they're cooked. I think this is gonna be like the origin stories of the Where's Waldo books, and the people are gonna get trapped inside of the book.
I think this is post-book, if I had to put my guess on it. I think that the books have already came out, and Where's Waldo is sick of people finding him in the book, so he turned into an SCP, and now anybody that finds him and confirms that they find him dies.
Where's Waldo gone wild? I like that. He's having a little summer fling.
Well, I would be fine because I could never actually find Waldo growing up. Those books were pretty challenging for me.
They were tough. Those and the I Spy books were very difficult.
Yeah, I Spy was tough.
His crayon so hard it snapped. Paralyzed with fright, he
Oh my
watched
God.
as the wallpaper's pattern began to swirl hypnotically, distorting into a liquid-like flow. The boy's
Did
heart
you pay your
raced. Terror
taxes?
clutched his throat so tightly that he could barely breathe. The boy's
told you
father,
not to
still
find me, little
unaware of
boy!
the nightmare unfolding beside him, continued chopping
know you didn't
the
wash your
vegetables.
hands after you
It
pooped.
wasn't until the boy's face.
He's
drained
cutting
of
celery
color,
again.
his
He's making me
small
mad.
body
He's actually
stiffening in
rage baiting
terror,
me.
That the father realized
Everybody
something
asks,
was
where's
wrong.
Waldo? They never
Hey,
ask, how's Waldo?
You okay, bud? He asked his son. As the striped man fully materialized beside his father, the boy's wide eyes filled with unspeakable horror.
Dude, it's Waldo!
The figure
I found him!
turned,
I found
head
him!
tilting curiously.
Oh my
as if
God.
amused
Nah.
by the boy's fright.
Nope.
Oh,
Burn the
no.
house.
Could
Burn the
only
house.
Lift his little hand and point behind the father.
There's gonna be nothing there when the dad turns
Still
around.
blissfully unaware, the father casually turned around
he
to see
can't
what his
see
son
him.
was so terrified of.
Maybe he
And
can only
there,
attack children.
Standing impossibly close was the man in the striped shirt and beanie.
Oh, the dad
the
sees
father's
him.
mouth dropped open to shout, to
Oh,
warn,
whoa.
to protect, but no
Oh, he
sound
can see him.
emerged.
Oh my god.
In a
my God.
flash, the striped man reached out, his hands finding the
looks like
father's
Slender
jaw,
Man. No!
breaking it open
It's
with a
kinda crazy
supernatural
that he's
speed
blue.
that defied human anatomy. The silent scream
What?
finally
He's
broke
about to climb
free from
inside
the
him!
boy. His
No!
piercing shriek filled the kitchen as he watched
I'm your
this
daddy
nightmare
now!
invade his reality.
Oh my God.
The striped man turned his head
is
slowly
like the
toward
scene
the
from
sound,
Kong.
his empty eye socket seeming to stare straight into the boy's soul.
Is he some sort of dentist?
The mother whirled around, her son's scream still
Wait, the
ringing in
mother's
her
still
ears.
cooking?
The wooden
Yeah,
spoon
she's still
was
cutting the
clutched in her
celery.
trembling hand, a useless weapon against what
They
she
all just
saw.
get frozen.
Come on,
She
wooden spoon
screamed.
spanky. Do
Her
something.
husband's body was contorting violently, his limbs
Oh,
jerking, twisting in
goodness.
ways they shouldn't.
Punch or
Then,
something,
The
Dad.
striped man climbed
Little kiss.
inside him.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Screaming approach echoed through
Ew.
the kitchen. The sound
Wait,
of bones
what?
breaking,
Why?
a shell cracking open. Then came the
He's
yellow
doing it with his
liquid,
full clothes on.
Bro,
oozing,
what?
seeping from his
I'm
mouth,
telling you, he's gonna become his
dripping onto
dad.
the cold kitchen floor.
Oh my God, I might have nightmares.
Panicked,
I'm gonna have
she
nightmares.
grabbed her phone to call for help, but the striped man was quicker. He slid out from the father's collapsed form. His body
Hey, yo, he
malleable,
came out the
and shifted
butthole.
naturally as he
He
moved.
came out the booty.
Wait,
They
what?
tried
what?
to run.
What?
The boy bolted for his
That's
bedroom,
an
his
insane
heart
way
hammering.
He just did it for fun.
Reach safety, close the door, disappear. But his mother wasn't as lucky. The striped man caught her in the hallway, his hand stretched forward,
Gotcha.
grasping.
Oh my
unrelenting.
God.
Her last scream.
Is he gonna do
echoed
the
down
same thing to
hallway
her?
as the
I
man
think he's gonna do the
that's
reverse.
what he does.
He's gonna do the
Oh my
reverse.
God.
He's doing it. No, he's
Wait,
doing
wait,
it.
And
He's
he's doing it.
Into
He
another
goes in her mouth.
ghastly puppet.
And then out their butt?
What
Is
His
that
the
bedroom, the little
heck?
boy
Yeah,
heard the
what
muffled
the
sounds
heck?
of struggle
I guess.
and his mother's
my
final
new favorite
scream.
SCP?
Tears
Alec.
streaming down his face.
Insane.
He crawled under his bed, his small body trembling.
Dude, get out of the house.
Waldo
What are
is
you
proud
doing?
to
Found
find you.
beside his stuffed animals.
He's got Shy Guy right there.
In the background.
Scribbled on the wall.
Oh, no, no.
That's a
That's,
statue.
yeah,
His
statue.
childish handwriting was
The
shaky
sculpture?
with fear. Waldo found Mommy.
Dude
The
doesn't
boy
even know how to
remained
spell.
hidden, too scared to move, waiting for a rescue that seemed increasingly unlikely to
Oh,
arrive.
that's so weird.
This
The
is
boy
so
held
Alec
his
as an
breath,
SCP.
hoping, praying to be overlooked. Suddenly, the silence was shattered by a soft,
Oh my
eerie,
God.
popping
Oh,
sound,
no, no, no,
like
no,
the
no,
air
no, no,
being
no, you
squeezed
did.
out of the
You
room.
did.
Dude, I
The
can't
boy
believe he didn't
peeked
jump out a window or
slightly
something. Like
and
he
saw
just
the striped man materialize out of
house.
the wall right in front of his
Wow.
bed. Frozen with terror, the boy couldn't scream. He couldn't even move. He could only stare.
So this
as the
is
striped
definitely a
man
Keter
stooped
class
down,
SCP.
His face coming into view.
That's so
Where his
weird.
eyes
He's
should have
super
been,
flexible.
There was nothing but smooth,
Kinda looks like
pale
Spider-Man.
skin, stretched taut over the hollows that should have
I
held
wonder
them.
why his
His
eyes are
skin
like
was
that.
almost translucent, giving him a ghostly appearance that made the boy's heart race even faster.
Wow, well done.
The
Way to
striped
hide under
man
the bed and make all that
tilted his
noise,
head,
dummy.
As if curious, peering at the boy under the bed. The lack of eyes made his gaze all the more unnerving.
Is he?
As if he were seeing
Is this
in a way
legal to go
humans could
through
not
this boy's mouth and
comprehend.
out his butt?
His breath was a cold
I don't think
draft,
anything that's
smelling
happening is
faintly
legal.
of the same sickly sweet decay that emanated from the yellow liquid.
Ew.
The little
What
boy
is that
pressed
yellow
further back
liquid?
under his bed,
I
his
think
small
it's like
body shaking
intestines.
uncontrollably. He knew he couldn't run, couldn't hide any longer.
Kick him!
He's
As the
under like
striped
a
man
hypnotic
reached under
state.
the bed with his arm, the boy squeezed his eyes
He
shut.
actually reminds me of Slender Man
His
a
tiny
lot.
fists clutched the crayon he held, as if it could somehow protect him. That evening, a neighbor stepped out into the hallway to do some laundry.
What?
The smell hit him first. A sharp,
Oh, yeah,
Is he
he's gonna
alive?
find
tang
both of
that
them.
made his stomach
This is,
churn.
this is a secret agent.
Then he saw it. The mother's body, grotesquely
Oh.
contorted and covered in bizarre, cartoonish illustrations, lying just a
Wait,
few
she's-
doors down.
What?
Her face, frozen in an expression
has
of terror,
Waldo
was
on
almost
her.
unrecognizable.
I was kind of right
Shocked
then.
and horrified, he stumbled backwards, fumbling for his phone to call the police. His hands shook as he explained the
That is
situation.
disgusting.
my
Voice barely a
God.
whisper as he urged
I wonder if
them
he's
to
now
hurry.
infected.
The police arrived quickly.
I think if he
their
finds
presence
Waldo,
marked
he
by
will
the
be.
flashing lights and the low murmur of radios. They
Please
cordoned
tell
off
me the kid's
area,
alive.
their
Please,
faces
please,
set in grim
please.
lines as they took in the scene. The detailed report they filed later that night
Oh.
pinged the attention of the SCP Foundation.
They gotta find out
known
what that
for
yellow goo
monitoring
is.
such anomalies. Under the guise of government health inspectors, a team of SCP agents was dispatched to the apartment.
The boys in blue.
Clad in nondescript suits with badges that offered little explanation.
This is pretty much the Men
they
in
entered
Black.
the apartment with a single
Yep.
goal: to investigate and contain any potential anomalous threats.
How can you
The
find
team
that
leader
thing?
signaled for silence as they stepped through the doorway, their senses on high alert. The apartment was eerily quiet.
Oh my
The
gosh,
only
they're
sound,
rage
the
baiting with that
distant hum
celery.
of traffic and their own
It's like
measured
the 8th time they
breaths.
showed that.
Scan
Where's
everything,
the kid?
the team leader whispered, nodding to the agent with the biosensor equipment. The agent nodded, moving ahead to sweep the living area, where faint traces of the
It's
yellow
clear?
liquid still glistened on the walls.
I think it's gold. What do you guys
As they
think?
moved
Maybe it's
deeper into
pee.
the apartment,
I mean, I would
another
pee
agent,
myself if
the
it
team's
happened to me.
photographer, took careful shots of the scene.
Ugh,
As the tech
ugh.
specialist scanned the area with a device designed to detect
my
anomalous
God.
energy signatures, their eyes
Oh my God.
Watch your
widened.
back, watch your back.
It's off the charts here, he muttered.
Don't find him.
His
Do not
eyes
find him.
focused
Oh
on
my
the
God,
readings.
that's so creepy.
Whatever happened,
Do
it
not
was
find
highly
him.
potent. Suddenly, a soft, eerie popping sound echoed through the apartment, like the quiet burst of a bubble. Do you hear that?
What was it?
One of the agents asked, tilting her head. There was a faint
I think they
sound,
gotta just nuke the
almost
entire
like
building.
Hello.
but when she listened again, it was gone. Stay focused, the team leader barked, giving her
This
a sharp
thing is
look.
so deadly.
They continued, moving toward the
It's so,
bedrooms.
it can hide anywhere. It
That's
hides
when the
inside
team leader
walls.
felt
Usually the
a
SCPs like
sudden chill.
know what they're doing.
She
Like
turned
the SCP
just in
got
time
people.
to see a figure materialize from the wall behind
They're just as
them.
clueless as the
It
kid.
was the man in the striped shirt and beanie, his face eerily smooth and eyeless.
Shoot it!
Contact! She shouted, her hand darting towards her weapon. But before she could draw, the man in the striped shirt was upon her.
No.
With supernatural speed, his hands reached for
Close
her
your mouth.
face,
Close your
prying
mouth.
her jaw open.
No, 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 no.
Oh
Bro.
my God, they got the
Twisted his
SCP.
body,
They got the
contorting
Where are
SCP
the other
lady.
three
prepared to
people?
crawl inside her.
Shoot him!
Her body
Shoot
spasmed
him!
violently as he slid into her mouth.
Where are the other people?
Under
Seriously?
the strain of his invasion
Oh,
echoing
it's
through the
gross
apartment.
every time.
And
Her
everyone
eyes
else is just
wide with
looking.
terror
I'm never
reflected a
opening my
final
mouth again.
glimpse of horror before her face was obscured by his entering form. The remaining
this
agents
really makes me
scrambled,
Waldo is
shouts
sick.
and commands creating a cacophony of
He just does that for
desperation.
fun.
They fired their weapons as the man
There we
emerged
go.
from the fallen agent, his form shimmering like a heat haze, bullets passing through him.
Whoa, whoa,
as
whoa.
if he were
Oh my
nothing
God,
more
he's
than a
invincible.
wisp of smoke.
What?
He's
Another
literally
agent yelled,
translucent.
Can't beat
but
this
it was
thing.
too late. The man appeared suddenly from the shadows, his arms
This might be the
unnaturally
deadliest
extended
SCP we've
to
ever
snatch
seen.
and pull the agent towards him.
It's either this or
The
Shy Guy.
agent's screams were
Or
cut
the
short
tickle monster.
as the man forced his way into his abdomen, contorting the agent's
Oh!
body in
Oh my
sickening
God.
angles.
Oh
as he
my
maneuvered
God.
through him.
Why
Another
does he
agent
do
tried
that,
to run,
though? Like,
her
what is he?
footsteps thundering down the hallway.
So weird.
I'd rather
The
him
striped
just
man
Run
intercepted her with
faster!
horrifying fluidity.
That's gotta be one of
His
the worst
body
ways to go
stretching
out.
and twisting
Bro.
to block her path. With a swift motion, he unhinged her jaw with his hands.
This would make a pretty good
Her
horror
mouth
movie.
was now permanently agape in a silent
Yeah.
scream. as
You don't
the
say,
striped
Jack.
man climbed
I don't think I
inside.
would watch it. I would get too scared.
Moments
I'm
later,
already getting
she
nightmares
was
just thinking
on the
about it.
floor, Another grotesque puppet.
He's just
adorned
wrecking
with those
everyone.
macabre illustrations.
He's on a
The last
6 KO
standing
streak.
agent watched in horror,
KD?
unable to move. As the man in the striped shirt turned his featureless gaze upon him, the agent knew escape was impossible.
Where is
In
the
a desperate
kid?
last act, the agent
kid is
managed
dead,
to pull out
Jack.
his radio, his
think
voice
so?
trembling
Yes!
as he transmitted a mayday call to the command center.
I still have hope.
compromised.
They're all gone. The subject, he can face through walls, take over bodies.
We need assistance ASAP. Help! His transmission was abruptly cut off as the man in the striped shirt enveloped him, his body contorting as he
GGs.
entered through his mouth
Bro.
and exited.
Oh, I
through
can't
his
even
pelvis,
look.
That is so
leaving
good.
behind yet another corpse marked with
that
twisted,
jaw do.
cartoonish figures.
Look, you see, he's
In the
adding him to the
silence that
book. I'm
followed,
telling
The
you.
apartment was a
I was so
tableau
right.
of horror.
This is
Each
how he
agent
collects the book
transformed into
memories.
a
Yes.
grotesque testament to the man's deadly capabilities. The man in the striped shirt simply phased back into the wall, disappearing as swiftly as he had
no
appeared.
longer
He does
like
not
Waldo.
care.
In the dimly lit
Waldo
room
does
of
not
the
care.
O5 Council's Emergency Command Center, the air was heavy with a somber tension.
So, for those of you guys that don't know, the O5 Council are basically like the top members of the SCP Foundation. They're the smartest of the smart. They know everything when it comes to SCPs. Some people even think that they're SCPs themselves.
Dude, it looks like there are aliens in there.
It looks like a Star Wars meeting
Yeah.
of all the Jedi.
Kind of.
Somber tension. The council members sat around the austere table, their
That dude's
faces
definitely an
gaunt,
alien.
each line etched by the night's grim revelations.
We're playing chess with a ghost.
Murmured the head of the council, breaking the oppressive silence.
Yeah, he kind of is a
Time for
ghost.
underestimating our striped friend has long passed, declared another council member. He cleared his throat and continued.
Whoa.
Henceforth, he shall be designated SCP-4885.
Okay.
Let this name be a reminder of our failure and our resolve. Nods of agreement circled the table.
They're not
as
gonna
the
try to
gravity
catch
of
it?
naming the striped man, SCP-4885,
They're just letting him chill there.
settled among them. It was a formal acknowledgement of the anomalous threat, a commitment to containing it
What
at
what
all
class
costs.
is he?
Keter.
We need a containment strategy that mirrors the unpredictability of SCP-4885 itself. One that's as slippery and elusive as the entity. Another member chimed in, sparking a torrent of tactical brainstorming. The result? Procedure Inveniant Eum.
I don't know if that's
a
gonna
masterclass
work.
in adaptive strategy, as intricate as it was desperate.
This plan will harness chaos itself.
The chief strategist outlined,
That's
pointing
definitely
to the
an alien
dizzying
right there,
array
Jack.
of flowcharts that now filled the screens.
36 Class 17 containment chambers, each a piece in a larger, mobile maze, connected not by fate, but by a cryptographically secure random dance of numbers.
Okay.
The strategy was laid bare. A D-class subject, chosen for his mental resilience, would become the unwitting lure, ferried unpredictably
Oh,
among
no,
these
he's bait.
chambers
They're
by an
using him
autonomous
as bait.
vehicle.
Oh,
No,
Each
poor
chamber
guy.
was rigged with a single
It's a
digital
game of cat
monitor,
and mouse.
its screen destined to flicker with the live coordinates of SCP-4885, information visible only to those with the highest clearance.
Keep it disoriented. Keep it chasing shadows.
The lead
Are they trying to get it
strategist
tired
added,
or something?
Her voice laced with a mix
Or are they
of
trying to track
determination
its movements?
and the macabre humor
trying
that
to
had
track
become
it
their
and then
coping
capture it.
mechanism. Her
How do you even
eyes
track a
flicked across
ghost?
the room, daring anyone to counter
They
her
need the
plan.
tools.
They need the Ghostbusters.
Dispatched to the scene were agents trained for just this sort of pandemonium. A special task force with nerves of steel and not a jot of patience for
Are they gonna
supernatural
they're gonna suck him
antics.
up in a vacuum?
At the secure
Yeah, they need to
facility,
bring a vacuum
they
or
prepped
something.
The containment chambers, each agent moving with the precision of a well-oiled cog.
What
in a
are they actually
larger,
gonna do? I don't
desperate
understand.
machine.
Check every seal, every circuit.
Barked the team leader
on, boys.
as they inspected the self-driving vehicle and its network of chambers. The D-class subject was equipped with a tracking device and briefed under heavy surveillance. The randomness of his movement through the chambers was crucial to luring SCP-4885 without falling into a predictable pattern.
Okay.
Then, the D-class subject was placed into the vehicle. The self-driving vehicle hummed to life, its path dictated by the unseen hand of the random number generator. The chambers lit up, one by one. This was a high-stakes game of musical chairs.
He's not even
that
controlling
none
it. Oh, that
wanted to
stinks.
lose.
He's just a fresh piece of meat up there.
The show.
Quipped another agent as the first location data blinked onto the screen, a digital beacon in the dark. SCP-4885's
Hello.
location was only visible to Level 5 personnel and those directly involved in the containment effort. Hours ticked
We've
by,
never seen Waldo
each passing
attack
moment
somebody that's
stretching the tension
constantly
thinner.
moving.
The agents watched, their eyes
might not be
flickering
able to
between
track 'em.
screens as the D-class subject was shuttled from chamber to chamber, a pawn in their elaborate trap.
You think that's a
Then, a
Waymo?
flicker on a monitor,
Yeah,
a
definitely.
shadow within a shadow. SCP-4885 had taken the bait. The containment
got
chambers
him.
scattered
Oh.
like pieces on a chessboard,
Got him.
and
Oh.
now conduits in a circuit of confusion.
Okay.
Each transport adding another layer of disorientation to the
Waldo's
entity's
probably so
plight.
mad.
Okay.
Looks like our ghost is getting dizzy.
Muttered an agent, a smirk
that's their
playing on his
plan?
lips as he
Just get him
observed
tired
the
out and
entity's
dizzy?
faltering movements. The final chamber locked into place, a digital fortress now holding what they hoped was an imprisoned Spectre. Back at the command center,
Interesting.
the council watched the culmination of their plan. Screens displayed the containment chamber holding steady, the location data, a constant beacon. "Is it contained?" whispered a council member, almost afraid to break the spell. "Theoretically," replied the head of the council.
I
his
don't trust
voice
it.
dry.
That dude's creeping me out, the head of the council.
SCP-4885, the Foundation's own elusive version of Where's Wally, or Where's Waldo in the States. That is, if Wally had a penchant for phasing through walls and killing anyone unfortunate to spot him. Jokes
Yeah,
aside,
so if you ever see him, you just die.
SCP-4885 does bear a striking resemblance to the character Where's Wally from
Yeah.
popular children's puzzle books.
Where's Waldo?
Characterized by its iconic red and white striped shirt and beanie. However, unlike
have
its
creepy
benign
eyeballs.
counterpart, SCP-4885 is distinguished by its paler skin and the absence of eyes, contributing to its unsettling appearance.
What does it want?
Classified as a
Yeah,
Keter-level
actually.
anomaly, SCP-4885 poses significant containment challenges. To safeguard the specifics of its initial discovery, all related information was expunged using an automated system to prevent any unauthorized knowledge of its origins. In terms of containment measures, SCP-4885 is secured within Class 17 containment.
So are they just going to basically just keep this car and this D-class personnel going constantly in this containment center to keep Waldo contained? Like, that seems like the only thing to keep it there is to keep it trying to chase the same person.
I thought they closed one of the walls.
He could phase
Yeah,
through
we
walls,
closed.
though.
But yeah, he
that's
could
what I
just
thought too.
phase.
But why do they close the wall then? Like, what was the idea?
I don't know.
there?
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like if they just keep the simulation going randomly, then they contained Waldo.
Yeah, that's definitely their idea. And then they're going to have to keep
Yeah.
swapping people because eventually that dude's going to die.
Probably.
The guy in the car.
I mean, he seems pretty invincible. I'm not sure what I would do.
These chambers are strictly regulated, with stringent access controls. No personnel are permitted within 100 meters unless absolutely necessary, under threat of immediate amnestic treatment and termination of employment as mandated by the Ethics Committee. The management of SCP-4885 extends to its derivatives, known as SCP-4885-1 instances.
I want to know why it does what it
These
does.
are monitored through an advanced AI system named FAR2.AIC, which
FAR?
has substantial access to CCTV systems, 80% coverage within the United States, and 40% globally. Should an SCP-4885-1 instance be detected, specialized
Is there-
Foundation
are they
drones
trying to say there's
deployed to
multiple?
discreetly relocate
I think
these
so.
entities
Oh
to
my
a
gosh.
secure location known only as Location I, the coordinates of which are known solely to FAR2.AIC. In the scenario where
name.
Location I is
Okay.
compromised or its secrecy breached, emergency protocols outlined in document Paint the Town Yellow are activated. This involves
never
the
said what the
establishment
yellow
of a
goo
new
was.
Location I and the unfortunate but necessary notification of death to the immediate family of the personnel involved to maintain operational secrecy. SCP-4885 exhibits dangerous capabilities, including the ability to teleport to any individual aware of its or its derivatives' locations.
Nah.
It can phase through
Yeah.
solid objects and is known to attack
It can
individuals
teleport.
by entering
This is
through the
almost
mouth
worse than
and
Shy Guy,
causing
I think.
This might be the
fatal
worst
internal
SCP ever.
Yeah.
this
Actually,
ability
you can't
makes
contain 'em.
SCP-4885 not only a physical threat, but also a severe risk for information security within the Foundation. Thus, the containment of SCP-4885 requires a multifaceted approach, combining high-level security protocols, advanced technology, and strict information control to mitigate the risks associated with this
They have AI
unpredictable
versus
and
Waldo.
dangerous entity. All in all, SCP-4885 and its kin demand the kind of security that makes Area 51 look like a walk in the park.
I'll run you from the beginning.
dark and impossibly huge moves beneath the surface of the water.
I'm already terrified.
I'm already scared too.
paddles across the surface of the lake, following
be okay,
behind
right?
a few other kayakers.
Oh, this is just
She
in the
starts to
lake.
fall behind.
It's not even
Kayak
in the
all
ocean.
the
Paddles
time, Jack.
faster to keep up. For some reason, she's growing noticeably more and more anxious as she paddles.
Why?
She keeps glancing down at the water,
She can feel its
eyes
aura.
wide, sweat beading on her forehead. We can't see what she sees, but something down there is terrifying her.
What is
She
it?
paddles faster, faster, faster.
Yes.
And doesn't see the rock.
Don't
up
say
ahead.
yes. This is
She
creepy.
hits it, her kayak
no!
tipping over, dumping
no!
her into the water. She
What do you think the SCP is? Quickly, go, Jack.
It's gotta be like the bloop or something, right? It's gotta
Alex,
be a giant
go.
fish that's gonna eat
The
her
aquatic
boat.
horror.
Okay, that was awful. Okay. I think the SCP could be the entire ocean. All right, let's find
No,
out.
that
splashes
was actually
frantically,
the worst
trying to
one.
tip the kayak back over and climb to safety. But just as she's about to grab hold of the edge of the boat, something unseen yanks her down into the water.
GG's,
no,
how the
no,
movie
no.
all starts.
As the other kayakers turn around to see where
Oh my
she
gosh.
went,
That's how every horror
they
movie
see the
starts.
capsized kayak and bright
always
red
starts with a
blood
kayak.
glooming across the water.
Oh
The
no!
young
Wait,
woman
maybe
sits
that was
back
just
in her
fruit punch.
chair, pushing her.
I will say, we've seen so many SCPs that are like on land and are like humans. We don't really know many SCPs that are in the water, but I'm sure that there's like hundreds, there's about thousands, maybe millions of them because the ocean is huge.
The only one that we've really learned about is the Tides of War, and they were both extremely terrifying. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have thalassophobia after today's video.
Yes, so I'm saying the creatures, the SCPs that are in the water are probably even creepier and stranger and weirder than the ones that we know of on land.
They always are. As soon as Adam steps foot into the ocean, he gets weirder and creepier.
Well, Alex on land, so.
Pushing her
That's not where I was
sunglasses up
going
onto
with
her
that.
head to get a better look at the book she's leafing through. She takes a long, deep breath, relishing the smell of salt and seaweed, coconut-scented sunscreen, and sun-baked sand.
She's having a great
She stretches
day.
her legs, feeling the sand between her toes. Almost too warm to be comfortable, but not quite.
Aw, sounds
It's a
like
perfect
great
day at the beach.
I feel
Warm
like
but
something's about to go
breezy.
really wrong.
Bustling but not too crowded. It's the best way to kick off summer break after the exhausting grind of
Let's go.
exams.
Comment down
She
below if your
glances
summer
up from
break
her
started
book
yet.
and watches with an amused smile as her best friend trudges his way out into the water,
Oh, Jack,
wearing
that
his
kinda
He's gonna
looks like
die.
That guy looked like he hasn't slept in days.
Well,
wearing
yeah,
the
he's about to
unwieldy
sleep
water
forever.
shoes she always gently mocks him for. They slosh with every step, so
Just
loud she
saying.
can almost hear them over the rush of the tide.
He's got her
But he
giggling
doesn't
now.
care about what he looks like. He only cares about what knowledge the sea has to offer.
Why?
He's an ecology major with plans to become a marine biologist and
You might know
uncover
something
the
about this
mysteries of the
SCP.
deep. So it's a given that he's taking the first opportunity to poke around in the water. As an English literature major herself, the young woman will stick to the dry, sunny beach chair, the book, and an ice-cold lemonade.
That could be the smartest
Even though the
decision
two
of
are
her life.
opposites in many ways, they've always gotten along, ever since they first met during freshman orientation. He teaches her about sharks. She teaches him about
That's
postmodernist
kinda how we
fiction.
met, Alex.
And they both broaden their
A
horizons.
little bit, yeah.
It works. Why question it too much? She got a bit lost in the reminiscence, watching her friend in his natural element.
She's
but
in
the heat
love.
is starting to get to her, and she could use a little refreshment.
Heat of
She
melting.
reaches for her drink, taking a sip, and glances back out at the water.
And he's gone. And he's
Wait.
gone.
No.
Where'd he go?
No.
He was right there.
So real, dude. This
All of a
can happen to
sudden, she can't
anybody.
spot him anymore.
Where'd
She
he
can't
go?
call out his name.
He's just holding his breath out of water. He's just holding his
Yeah,
breath
he's
out of
going
water,
for
right?
a dive. He's just going for a dive. That's all he's
Right,
doing.
Right, Jack?
He's just going for a dive.
Right, Jack?
Jack, please tell us.
He's gonna be fine, guys. He's gonna be A-okay.
All right.
When she sees a hand break
confident
the
now.
surface of the
Okay,
water,
yeah, he's
followed
going.
by
gosh.
another hand,
He's just
both
waving
splashing
high.
He's dancing.
wildly.
He's dancing. He's just
The
dancing.
best friend emerges,
He's just dancing.
paddling,
All right, cool.
gasping for air.
No, no, no,
Her
no, no,
stomach
no, no.
drops with the
He's
sudden
playing hide and seek.
realization that something is
Marco!
terribly wrong. He
Marco
starts to scream,
Polo!
but the sound
His
is
name is not
swallowed
Marco.
when he's pulled back under the water once more. She
Oh,
calls
no.
out for help, signals the lifeguard,
be a shark.
but by
Okay.
the time help reaches him,
Oh, that's
her
a
friend
good Chad.
is gone.
No!
Not dead, not
Gosh,
a
he
body
got
floating
taken.
on the waves, just
That's two people
There.
already.
Oh, there's
two
the blood.
bodies.
There's the
the
blood.
only
There's
thing
the
left
blood.
of
It's the
him.
same- we
The
don't know
dark
if that's
gloom
blood
of
yet. That could
blood,
be like fruit
visible
punch.
even from the shore.
He just
All
said
at
his blood.
once, the picture-perfect day at the beach
guy don't know what he's talking
is
about.
cut short by tragedy, and the young woman falls to her knees in despair, barely even feeling a thing as the tide rushes in around her.
Oh.
In the days that
That's pretty
follow,
sad.
she can't fathom doing any of her.
Are you guys scared of like shark attacks when you go into the ocean? Like, is that something you're thinking
I
of?
wasn't before, but now I might be.
Now I'm scared. I always get scared during Shark Week.
You know what, Adam? That's my new guess for what this SCP is. I think it's a type of shark. It's a SCP shark.
Yeah, I mean, most SCPs are kind of pretty similar to things that already exist in the world, so it very well could be like a mutating shark or something.
Comment down below what you think it is. We're about to find out.
any of her original summer vacation plans. The two of them were supposed to be enjoying the break together, but instead, he's gone, and she doesn't even have a body for the funeral. She can't stop replaying the moment over and over in her mind. One moment, he was absolutely fine, enjoying a swim and looking for different wildlife, and the next, he was drowning,
I think
screaming.
she's gonna
What
dedicate
could
her
have
whole
been
life to doing
responsible for a
research
sudden
now.
disappearance like that? At first, she assumed it must have been a shark attack, in spite of all her friends' efforts to persuade her that sharks were nothing to be afraid of. There's no such thing as shark-infested waters, he often repeated.
What?
We infest
That
them.
is dumb.
They just
Her
live
friend is
there.
dumb.
Even so, she couldn't come up with a better explanation than a shark. But when she brought up the idea to the lifeguard on duty, he insisted that it couldn't have been a shark, There hadn't been any
Why?
spotted in the area, not
That's
during
even
the day
scarier.
and that close to shore. Besides, and he put this as delicately as he possibly could, if a shark had gotten a hold of her friend, there
There'd be
would
a
have been
body.
some pieces to find.
Yeah, because sharks don't even like the taste of humans, so usually they just kind of like take a chomp and then they let you go because they don't like you.
Yeah, humans don't even taste good at all, probably.
With no body, no answers, and no closure, she spends her days clearing out his room in the campus apartment they shared. Going through his things, sorting out what to send back to his family, what to donate, what to keep. It helps her feel close to him, even though he's gone.
She's gonna
And
find
if
a
she's
clue.
being completely honest with herself, part of her is still clinging
This
to the
is
hope
the saddest
that she might
SCP
find some
story.
sort of
I know.
explanation
I'm gonna start
here.
crying.
She boxes up the remainders of his books and is just about to leave for the day when she spots one that she missed.
Oh.
It doesn't look like any of his textbooks or
Secret
the nonfiction he was so fond of
SCP
reading in
book.
his free time. It's an old, worn, leather-bound volume tucked under the bed like a secret.
It's gonna be called the
She
aquatic
sets the
horror.
box down and reaches under the bed for the book.
Don't do it.
Its
Don't do it.
spine
It's a
is
cursed book.
unmarked, no title to be
I
found.
think it's a cursed
Her
book.
curiosity piqued now more than ever.
Anyone that
She
touches
cracks
it
it
drowns
open.
in the ocean.
The room fills with the scent of mildew and dust. The book smells as old as it looks. The title page has been ripped out,
Someone ripped
but
out,
as she
ripped out.
begins to peruse its contents, she sees descriptions of ancient sea monsters, of unfathomable
Oh
horror
god, it could be
of
any
the
one of
ocean.
them. That
It's
is
a book
nasty.
about aquatic
They need some
folklore.
moisturizer.
Why didn't he tell her he was reading this? They could have bonded over folktales, over him enjoying something fictional for
That's
once.
not-
But it
that's no
turns
folktale.
out it's not a folktale, and what he was reading about is probably real. Maybe we didn't even think about this. It could be similar to like the Red Bull SCP, where it just like it contains a bunch of crazy creatures that are the SCP. Monsters, creatures, things that look kind of like Adam, but even scarier.
Wait, so I was kind of right then if it's that, because I said the entire ocean.
It might just be the entire ocean is the SCP.
No. You guys are wrong because the first place took place in a lake. That one took place in an actual ocean.
Wait a
Or
second.
you're saying
What if we're thinking about this all wrong? What if the SCP is water itself?
that's the
All
dumbest thing
bodies
I've
of
heard.
water.
That's
like
no,
what if,
no,
what if
no,
in
no.
the ocean? What if
No,
a lake?
Jack, no.
What if
no,
your
no.
bathtub? Imagine, Adam, you're taking a bath and something sucks you in and you can never get out.
has that ever happened to you, Adam?
It could.
I will
It
not
could.
ask any more
I
questions.
think, I don't know, guys. Maybe I am way off here, but let's find out.
She considers tossing the book in
That's
the
like a
box
Thursday
with the
night.
rest, but instead, she slips it into her bag, feeling closer to her lost friend than she has since some unknown force took him from her. That night, as she's preparing for bed in her own room, trying not to think about the uncanny silence of the newly vacant room across the hall, she cracks open the old book again.
Just keep
She
your eyes on your
thumbs
toes.
through the pages, skimming the accounts of leviathans and krakens, taking in
No,
the
those are
intricate
not real.
illustrations
Not
of
real.
sea-dwelling
They are,
beasts.
dude. We know that they're real.
She turns the
No,
page
they're not.
and
real.
freezes, eyes locked on the illustration there.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Did she
Something
see it?
is
It's the bloop.
different about this one, though she can't put it into words. Its face,
Yeah, it literally is a
its
bloop.
enormous, monstrous shape. It makes her feel cold, sweaty, and seasick.
Wait,
No.
way.
No.
They would have seen
There's
that
no
thing.
way
It's
it's
giant.
the bloop. Yeah, it can't be the bloop. The bloop would not fit in the lake. The bloop would not fit in that shallow water. There's no way. There's no way. No.
I don't know,
It's
Alec,
not.
maybe it could have been a baby bloop, but that would explain why there's no body because the bloop sucks everything up. Like when I get a Chipotle ball, it literally, I leave no remains, and that's the same with the bloop.
I've
You
had
don't
way
need
too
no
many
remains.
nightmares about the bloop. If this is a bloop SCP, I'm getting out of here. I'm leaving.
I'm never
Her
going in the
hands
ocean,
tremble,
and I'm never taking
scarcely
a
able
bath
to
again.
maintain their grip on the book. None of the other creatures illustrated here have made her feel like this, like she's truly locking eyes with
No.
a deadly predator. She slams the book shut, and the feeling of dread ebbs away. It's just a
Dude, his
book.
mouth that open.
It's just a drawing. It can't do anything to her. Besides, it isn't as if it's real. That night, she tosses and turns, her mind
gosh.
tormented by visions of deep, dark
should've
water
touched the
crushing
book. I
her
told
with
you
its
it was a
pressure,
curse.
of gasping for breath, and
This is why I
swimming for a
don't read.
surface she can't quite reach.
She's
All the
having
while,
nightmares.
she feels something swimming just below,
No,
rising
no,
up from
I
the
don't like
ocean
this.
floor. In her dream, she wants
It's
to
a
turn
poop.
and look, but she can't
Poop's
bring
cousin.
herself to do it. She knows what she'll see, opening its mouth to swallow.
Oh my gosh.
When she wakes the next morning, her heart is still racing,
She's
and her
drawing a
sheets are
photo.
soaked with sweat. She takes a moment to remind
Ew.
herself that it was only a dream, that she's
she's
safe
kinda
and sound
nasty.
in her
That's a lot of
bedroom
sweat.
on dry land.
She might have just peed
She
herself.
peels herself out of bed and walks down the hall to the bathroom to take a shower. But when she turns the knob and water begins to gush from the shower
Uh-oh.
head, her stomach turns. The idea of getting into the shower starts her heart pounding again. adrenaline
Jack.
coursing
Jack
through
might be
her
onto
veins
something.
and begging her to flee. She turns the shower off.
Adam, is this why you don't shower? Have you been blooped?
Yes.
I don't believe Adam for a second.
I think he just enjoys smelling like garbage.
Yes.
Shower off, and the anxiety abates. No shower today, then? That's fine. It's just a
But
bit
she's
of
all
the previous
sweaty.
night's
Do you, girl?
dreams lingering. As the
That
day
is
goes
gross.
on, it'll pass, and she'll
That's called
feel like
nature.
herself
She's living
again.
in nature.
But all day, the feeling persists. She walks by the public pool and shudders at the sight of children playing in the water. She crosses the street to avoid a sprinkler spraying someone's lawn. She jumps over a puddle with the intensity of someone avoiding stepping on a landmine.
By the way, this is probably why her friend was so sleepy in the beginning. It's because
so?
he touched the book and then he got cursed by the book.
No, that's so dumb, Adam.
No, 'cause
He literally
remember,
went
he was
into the
always so
ocean.
tired.
Yeah, but he went into the ocean. If he was having the same thing, he would not have gone in the ocean.
Yeah, he would have. He would have because he was so tired.
You're dumb.
She's
don't know,
never
guys.
felt
There
like
definitely
this
has to be something
before.
with the book,
Grief
right?
can take a lot of unusual shapes. Could this
Maybe
be another one of them?
There's gotta
She
be.
ducks into a nearby
That's what I'm
coffee
saying.
shop and settles at a table with her laptop. Her fingers hover over the keyboard, and she wills herself to look up coping
Google.
mechanisms for grief and unusual anxiety.
Google.
But her instincts kick in,
Google.
and she types something else entirely. Unexplained disappearances in water. She scrolls through stories about tragic drownings, cars sinking into swamps, and murder victims dumped in lakes.
Okay.
Then,
Cars sinking into swamps. That's not too unexpected, guys. That's what happens when a car goes into water.
I know, but also people can get taken away in the ocean too. It happens all the time, you know? So a lot of these things, it seems like it could very well happen in real life, but there's just something that's off about it. Something that's, I don't know, a little bit weird. Maybe it's just Adam. Maybe Adam should be an SCP.
Adam is an SCP.
catches her eye.
Ew.
Local man vanished in
Ew.
swimming pool, family say.
It's gross.
She clicks the link and finds a story that feels eerily familiar.
How do you get lost in
A
a
family
swimming
was
pool?
enjoying a day at the pool when one of the children pushed his father into the pool as a joke. He
God,
seemed
it's
to
a good
panic
prank.
upon entering the water,
Get
thrashing
pranked.
violently before disappearing
Oh my gosh.
entirely.
But you can see to
But
the
water
bottom of
was
the pool.
clear.
How does he just
They couldn't
disappear?
see him anymore.
He's gone.
Is
He
that
never
like
resurfaced.
murder?
He's
that
A
gone.
Wicked
wave of
put
nausea
for life.
washes over her as she realizes that this has happened before.
Wait a second. So it is any body of water this can happen in. It can happen, and we've seen it in a swimming pool, a lake, and the ocean.
Yeah, but you have to drink water. So, like, how can it be an SCP? Like, you can't avoid it. You have to drink it. You have to touch it.
Maybe it's one of
maybe-
like, I don't know. They've
Maybe it
been
has to be a minimum
submerged.
size of a swimming pool. Like it's it
Yeah,
can't be-
exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to put your whole body in it, maybe, or something like that. I don't know.
Well, what if it's not the case and you, like, one time you drink it and it just eats you from the inside out?
Good. Then I'll lose some weight.
Oh my gosh.
How many times? She continues her search, reading about similar disappearances in lakes, hot tubs, and even one man who vanished in a charity dunk tank.
Oh, that's pretty.
Several
is
of the
not that
reports
much
describe
water,
the
bro.
missing persons as
They're fully
developing an
submerged.
unusual
Remember that.
fear of water prior to their disappearances. Sometimes there is blood left behind. Sometimes there's no trace at all. But with every story, the result is the same. Someone is inexplicably pulled under the water, and they are never seen again.
Wow.
Bloop. I'm
It seems like it also seems like though that they're in a lot of pain too. It's not just like they get sucked and then they're just gone. Like they're screaming for their life, you know?
Well, it could be because, like, you know, remember when she took a shower or she tried to take a shower, she was terrified of the water. Like, I'm pretty sure she has, like, a fear of water. So even, like, getting close to water, I don't know. She probably is just going to be terrified regardless. So we don't even know if she's getting attacked. Maybe she's just scared of the water.
I feel like that's not what I said, but that's a great point, Jack. That's a really I like that point.
But why?
Oh, you were saying that
She
she's
searches
getting
for
attacked,
a common
right?
thread between the stories.
You know, I was saying like it seems like all the people who have been attacked, they're taking a lot of damage. Like they're like, ow!
No,
it
I know.
hurts so bad.
Well, my point is that they're not even getting attacked, maybe.
Maybe we just watch and find out. Gosh dang!
Maybe they're just scared of the water.
I don't care.
That's why they're screaming.
I just wanna lie.
Okay. Yeah.
She searches for a common thread between the stories, something that could link them together. Is it possible it's all just random?
Water.
Then she spots something.
Thanks, Alex.
A throwaway line in the first article.
Water.
The missing man was a cryptid
crap.
enthusiast, particularly obsessed with the Loch Ness Monster and other aquatic creatures. Another was a writer, researching for a monster movie set on a fishing boat.
It was the book.
Another
They
was the
all
president of
have
her high
seen the
school folklore
monsters.
club.
It's the
It
book.
hits her like a bolt of lightning.
So they
Of
all
course,
find what they were looking for.
all these people were led to their horrible fates through the research they were doing. And when did she begin feeling the state of dread? When she'd looked into
She saw
that
the bloop.
terrible, nightmarish book she'd found at her friend's home. The same
Oh,
book
no.
that's now sitting in a drawer in her desk.
Oh
Her
my
thoughts
gosh.
race
She
with
got
all the
burned.
horrible possibilities, Could it be some form of psychosis she's dealing with? Or something even more terrifying? An honest-to-God curse of some kind? A supernatural affliction that put her in the crosshairs of some terrible underwater beast? She grabs the book out of her desk, wondering if maybe taking another look at the thing that started all this could dispel her fear. There had to be some kind of rational explanation, but she can't bring herself to turn the page. Just the thought of looking at that monster again makes her head feel light and causes her skin to break out in a cold sweat. Suddenly, she feels parched. If she doesn't get some cold water to drink, she might pass out. With no time to waste, she runs for her ensuite bathroom, grabbing a clean glass from one of her cabinets and filling it with nice, cold water.
Oh my gosh,
As she lifts the glass up to her mouth, she feels another injection of that impossible, icy dread. Is that something moving in the bottom of the glass?
Oh my gosh.
Almost involuntarily, her grip loosens, and the glass of water falls to the floor, shattering. She screams and vaults away,
OJ.
not startled by the flying pieces of shattered glass, but genuinely terrified by the puddle that's now on the floor. She feels an inescapable sense that death is lurking in a small puddle rapidly sinking into her dorm room carpet. That moment clinches it. She needs to find some way to solve this, or she'll inevitably go down one of two paths. On the first path, she'd turn into a reclusive, paranoid wreck, forever fearing the dark fate that may or may not come. On the second, she'd be just like her friend, a red smear on the surface of some unknown body of water. Her research rabbit hole becomes an all-consuming obsession. She stops going to classes altogether, building a spider wall of newspaper clippings and printed off articles on her wall. There are so many disappearances and inexplicable events around water she believes may be related to this aquatic horror. It takes weeks of research to find something she can actually use.
I still think it's the
Another
book.
survivor, one just like her, who'd encountered the creature and used his smarts to survive.
Somebody that'll understand.
After a few emails and
the person from
calls
the kayak.
proving that she wasn't just some
One of the
tourist fascinated by madness, the other survivor agrees to meeting at his house in Nebraska, the only triple landlocked state in the U.S. She drives several hours to reach the home of the other survivor. When he meets her at the door, she's a little taken
they
aback
do
by his
not look good
appearance.
right now.
He's a young man, but he's got the
think he
chapped,
took option
weathered
one.
skin of someone much older.
Oh gosh.
His hair is burnt
has
and
not aged
stringy,
well.
his lips glistening with dead skin. He's clearly cultivated a kind of dryness that most humans would consider unhealthy. When she enters the survivor's home, she's immediately greeted by the hum of multiple dehumidifiers going off at once, giving the air a
this guy really hates
desert-like
water.
feel. Every inch of the floor is covered in newspapers, ready to soak up any moisture that might fall. Seeing all the procedures that the survivor needs to go through just to avoid the aquatic horror
does he even
fills her with a
survive?
different kind of horror.
That sounds awful.
Is she looking at her future right now? Is it worth surviving this thing if this squalor and paranoia is what survival looks like? The survivor explains his long and sordid tale. He'd once been a deep-sea fisherman when one fateful night changed his life forever.
I think it's gonna be the
While
blue.
they were
It's gonna
trawling
be
the
the
vast
blue.
and distant oceans, they'd picked up a man flailing in the
gosh.
water who told them an impossible story. Just moments ago, he'd been in his bathtub when something dragged him underneath. When the survivor and the rest of the crew asked him what had done this to him, he described a terrible and immense beast underneath the waves. And just the description was enough.
Wait, I'm not ever taking
In
a
the
bath
following
again.
weeks, one by one, the other members of the crew disappeared, all during circumstances dealing with water.
No way!
The survivor developed a crippling fear of all things water and has since moved to Nebraska to get further away
They
from
like
his fear.
teleport.
As far as he's aware, there's
To a
no
different
cure,
dimension
just a
from
way to
anywhere.
eke out your existence and minimize risk. But of course, even if your risk of
gosh.
encountering water is low, it's never zero,
It's
as
just
these
water.
two unfortunate people are about to find out. There's a thunder crack above the house, a genuine bolt from the blue.
no.
There's
as
always
huge,
water,
ominous
guys. The
storm
world
clouds
is
roll in.
90% water.
Then
was
comes
the
the
worst
rain,
timing.
the worst rainfall that
can't
Nebraska
avoid
has
water.
seen in decades.
Oh my gosh, there's gonna be a
Hammering
leak
down
into
on
the
the roof
house.
of the survivor's house, while he and the young woman wait inside. The roof would only hold it back
Alec,
for so
you're a
long.
genius.
And as another
my
great
gosh!
doctor once said, water
no!
always wins.
Oh god.
The young woman and the survivor begin to
Floor's
panic.
lava challenge. Floor's
Imagine
lava
freaking out
challenge.
over
The
water.
house has sprung a
Floor is
leak.
water challenge.
Water is dripping from the ceiling and slithering down the walls, disintegrating the
What do they do?
newsprint and forming deep, dark puddles on the floor.
You would think this guy would have dealt with this. He's been there for 10 years and this has never happened before. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
If he was really smart, he would have moved to a desert.
Exactly.
Duh.
Or like a bunker deep in the ground where nothing will ever get in ever.
That sounds awful.
The duo tries
Where
to
are they gonna
escape,
go?
but the second they
There's no water in
accidentally step
space.
into a patch of wet, they're pulled down
Oh,
into
they
the
get
dark,
sucked. Oh, they get sucked
gasping,
instantly.
flapping, and struggling for
No.
breath.
No
They're
way.
not in Nebraska.
No, that's all
They're
it
floating in the
takes.
middle of a vast and impossible ocean with no land in sight. Below them, in the murky waters,
How does it do
something impossibly huge
Please don't be the blue.
moves. It's futile to escape.
Don't be the
In her
blue.
quest to understand what happened to her friend,
they're dead.
she's about to gain a better understanding than she ever would have wanted. As the beast
No,
rises
it's
from the
the blue.
depths
It's
and
real.
closes its jaws around them both. SCP-1128 is an enormous aquatic predator that only manifests to those who are aware of what it looks like. Anyone given a full description of the entity's appearance, or who has seen an illustration or image of the entity, will become infected by it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Shy Guy. If you see a picture or like an image of Shy Guy, he will come and he will murder you.
Why did you show us this, Jack?
I had to, Adam. You know that.
We
And
were
you
fine
showed us
before
it.
this.
You're the one that pulled it up. What are you talking about? You pulled this up.
I did. I tried to place the blame.
Try to blame it on me.
Sorry, I'm sorry, guys.
Once infected, a person behaves relatively normally, aside from an increased aversion to any activity that requires being submerged in water, such as swimming. If an infected person is fully submerged in water, they will disappear beneath its
Why
surface.
was he not scared
It
to go
does
in the
not
water?
matter whether or not the water
Yeah,
is
that was
actually
dumb.
deep enough for
don't
someone
know.
to be pulled beneath the surface. In fact, during one experiment, a D-class was pulled into a glass of water by the entity, at which point he disappeared from sight.
Are you kidding?
After the subject has
That's
disappeared,
insane.
one of two things tends to happen next. Either they reappear in a state of panic, trying to leave the water before the entity can grab hold of them again, or the water will begin to fill with blood and other organic matter belonging to the subject. Subjects
is
that
way worse
reappeared
than I
and
thought.
managed to escape the water before being attacked again have described the experience of being transported to the middle of a vast ocean, where SCP-1128 attempts to devour them. Though these interviews provide vital information on the nature of SCP-1128's methods of hunting, they must be conducted with extreme care, as they carry an inherent risk of SCP-1128 infection if the subject is a bit too
my
descriptive
God.
So
on
how do
their
you get
account.
out of it?
Thankfully,
can't.
any
You can't.
accidental exposure to a description of
gotta kill that
SCP-1128 can be treated with the application of
Here we go.
amnestics.
Here we go.
Oh, they can
Any
make
written
them forget.
descriptions or images of SCP-1128's appearance, or videos of the entity breaching the surface of the water found outside of
showing
the
us this
Foundation's
photo, I wanna
custody
forget.
must be destroyed, and anyone exposed to this information or showing signs of contamination is to be given Class C amnestics. A written
That's what we
description of
need.
SCP-1128 is to be kept at an assigned Foundation site for experimental purposes, and experimental purposes only. It may not be read by anyone other than D-Class selected for testing with the
That
entity.
is so sad.
If any staff are exposed, they must immediately report for administration of Class C amnestics. Any and all water traffic that passes through the area thought to be SCP-1128's usual habitat is to be intercepted by Mobile Containment Force Kappa-12, Sea Devils. They are authorized to do so by any means necessary.
Okay.
So there is
It's
an
been
area where
said
this
that we
thing
know
lives,
more
but
about outer
seems
space,
how does he
the
teleport
vast,
people?
endless expanse of stars and
Doesn't make
planets
any sense,
than
that's
we
crazy.
do about the depths of our
We'll
oceans.
never know.
So I suppose the existence of an entity like SCP-1128 shouldn't come as too much of a surprise.
It does, it
amidst
really
giant
does.
squids and nitrogen-breathing microbes. Still, one of the most comforting things about the horrors of the deep has always been, in my opinion, the certainty that we are safe from them on land.
That is true.
SCP-1128 is proof
thought
that,
so.
as soothing as that notion
I
may
thought
be,
so.
it is entirely false.
Oh.
Danger doesn't
Yeah.
just lurk beneath the dark, rolling surface
It's
of the
literally
ocean.
in a flipping
It
cup
can
of
find
water.
you in a swimming pool,
Oh, no.
a bathtub,
Oh, no.
a single glass of water.
No, I hate
Ordinarily,
that.
I like to pursue as
I'm
much
never drinking water
independent
again.
research as I can into the topics that I cover, always in pursuit of more answers, of a broader understanding. In this particular case, however, I believe it's best to let sleeping aquatic horrors lie.
Almost all cross-testing to kill or pacify SCP-682 had failed miserably. If you haven't seen it, go watch our video on the legendary hard-to-kill reptile to see just
saw
how
that one.
powerful and terrifying this creature is. It faced the Gate Guardian, an SCP with a flaming sword hotter than the sun, capable of tearing your atoms to shreds, and came out fine. In its face-off
Adam,
with the
you got torn to
horrifying
shreds.
SCP-096, also known as the Shy Guy, it broke the Shy Guy's mind and reduced it to gibbering despair. Even SCPs with supposedly unlimited powers simply refused to engage the beast in combat.
Wow.
So, when it was proposed that they test 682 with SCP-096, a creature known among Foundation staff as the Tickle Monster, the idea was considered laughable. 682 had been burned, suffocated, cut up, incinerated, and growled in the faces of the gods. How could this so-called Tickle Monster ever hope to survive an encounter, let alone win a fight?
Sleeping on the Tickle Monster.
Some even believe that—
So wait, boys, why do you think that the Tickle Monster is something that could go up against one of the hardest to destroy SCPs ever?
Well, from what I can tell, the Tickle Monster looks like a very cuddly, friendly being. So maybe it convinces all other things that it's actually super happy and jolly and a good dude. And then out of nowhere, from the depths of evil, destroyed. Easy peasy.
Wow, he pretty much crawled into my brain and pulled out all that information because that's exactly what I thought.
You guys are close.
even believe
but
that this was
not
the
that
last
close.
we'd see of
We'll find out.
SCP-099.
Comment down below what
But
you
what
think.
makes this story truly remarkable is that that isn't how this played out. As you'll soon discover, SCP-099 is an amazing and unique SCP in and of itself. But its secret origins and its interactions with some other prominent figures in the SCP universe are what make this humble,
It's Shy
slimy
Guy!
creature beyond
There's no way
extraordinary.
the Tickle Monster is beating all
Prepare
these
yourself for
great
the
SCPs.
heartwarming, yes, you heard that right, the heartwarming story of SCP-099.
I don't think it's actually a heartwarming story. I think that he is convincing everyone that it is a heartwarming story.
For some
Alec
reason,
will not be tricked.
For some reason, the Tickle Monster reminds me of like Ditto from Pokemon. I feel like he's gonna be able to transform into anything.
Could be, could be. See, SCPs are not only very dangerous, they're not only very frightening, but they're very deceiving as well. And I think that this might be the most deceivious Pokemon SCP of all time.
Is the Tickle Monster in your room right now? I feel like he's getting you.
Alec, you might be onto something here, but I will say, I've only shown you boys the bad SCPs, the scary SCPs, but there's another side to SCPs that you haven't seen yet.
Well, let's find out.
Several highly trained agents on 682 Detail placed 999 into the immortal lizard cell.
He's always
Compared to the
smiling.
giant
Look at him.
reptilian sitting across from it, 999 wasn't much to
Hello!
look at. It's a large orange amorphous blob of anomalous slime. Weighing in at
Mini
around
Son, it looks like.
120 pounds, SCP-999 was nothing compared to the monstrosity it was supposed to face.
Wow.
While its weight has, in the past, caused minor injuries to some of its human handlers, it has never caused serious or long-lasting damage of any kind to a living thing. Even its diet consists only of candy and sweets,
What the heck?
with a particular preference for M&Ms
This
and
is
Necco
awesome.
wafers. It
I wanna be
consumes
Tickle
these
Monster.
treats through the cell membrane of its slimy body, much like an amoeba. This extremely stretchy membrane means the creature is highly malleable, including the ability to stretch and flatten itself out to a mere 2 centimeters thick.
Wow.
At rest, the creature takes a dome-like shape around 2 meters wide and 1 meter in height.
This
The
reminds
closest
me of,
things
like,
the
Alec's
creature has to
eyeline
limbs
up.
are prehensile pseudopods. Those are the arm-like projections normally seen on single-celled organisms, of which it has at least 3.
Oh my
The more you
gosh.
hear about this utterly harmless creature, the more that matching it up with the pure embodiment of absolute hatred known as SCP-682 feels downright cruel. In absolute contrast to the misanthropic attitudes of the reptile, 999 loves humans. It has a playful dog-like—
There's something else they're not telling us about SCP-999, the Tickle Monster. There's a dark side, and we're about to find out what it is.
Why do you think that, Adam? It's just a cute, cuddly little orange ball.
No. It's never like
That's
that.
all it is.
No, it's not, Jack, and you know it. You know it. You're not
Sometimes,
telling
Adam,
us
you
something.
just gotta believe.
You know.
You just gotta believe in something, Adam. You gotta believe that things can be good. The world is all filled with sunshines and butterflies and rainbows.
No!
They say that the people with the most amount of love have the most amount of hate as well. So maybe this guy has a little trigger in him that
gosh.
if you flick that trigger, boom, he goes nightmare mode and just destroys everything. That's what I think.
Yeah, we know.
Much like an overexcited puppy when approached, 999 will react with extreme joy and slither towards the nearest person in order to interact. It will leap onto them, using 2 of its 3 prehensile pseudopods to hug the person, while the third nuzzles the person's face, emitting
what?
high-pitched cooing and gurgling noises throughout. The creature is
probably
apparently present
gross.
in every
So
conceivable
slimy.
fashion, as even its odor has been reported to smell just like the favorite scent of whoever is smelling it. Examples have—
Adam, what would it smell like for you?
Candies and sunshine.
Alec?
Freshly baked donuts. That's my favorite thing ever.
Mine smells like Alex's mom.
Oh, wait. Can I change my answer?
Yes.
Samples have included chocolate, fresh laundry, bacon, roses, and Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
It's almost impossible to oversell
who says
just how
Play-Doh? Play-Doh
beloved
does
and
not smell
benevolent
good.
this strange
Oh, yeah,
creature
that
is.
smells awful.
It's one of the
Definitely
rare
would eat that.
sapient SCPs to earn the safe class, and it's allowed to roam freely around its facility at all times, apart from a 1-hour bedtime period between 8 and 9 p.m. In the rare
trust it.
instances that 999 has caused harm to a worker at the facility, it immediately began to back away and contract its body while whimpering in a kind of dog-like apology. The closest the Foundation has ever come to having a real incident with the creature was the time someone accidentally fed it a can of caffeinated cola, causing it to become hyper for an hour before becoming visibly queasy. You'll be relieved to know that it's since made a
Got
full
a sugar
recovery.
rush.
But what would happen
Something is
when this
creepy about
whimsical
this, I don't
creature
know.
is forced to go toe-to-toe with the Foundation's most ill-tempered monster?
It would get
The
destroyed.
employees observing the test watched in suspense as 999 began to enthusiastically slither towards
It
682.
should not be a close battle at all.
I think that it's kind of like SpongeBob, where if you punch it really hard because it's like jello-y, it doesn't actually take any damage. So it's like impossible to actually hurt.
So you're saying like they're both invincible and impervious to all damage?
Yes, impervious.
How
yes.
do you win and how do you lose? I don't, like...
Adam, it's not all about winning and losing sometimes, okay? It's just about becoming friends and learning more about the other person.
Exactly. That's why it's a tickle monster. Maybe it just tickles you to death because sometimes I laugh so hard I can't breathe and maybe that's what it does.
Exactly. A little laughter cures everything.
It's no surprise that after being tortured and almost killed hundreds of times during testing, 682 had grown jaded to the cross tests it was regularly subjected to. When it saw this strange orange blob squelching across the ground towards it, it sighed and groaned, expecting the worst. "What is that?" the creature asked of its gelatinous guest.
It sounds like Batman.
SCP-999 began jumping up and down in front of 682
Ayo.
like an excited puppy, creating a
I'd be
high-pitched
so
squealing
confused
noise.
if I was at SCP.
Just as it regarded all living things, 682 thought the creature bouncing around before it was disgusting and hardly worth the effort to destroy. Was the Foundation even trying anymore? With a single vicious stomp, 682 flattened the friendly creature beneath one of its feet. Observers were prepared to charge in and liberate 999 from under 682's claws. But then something truly unexpected happened. The expression on 682's acid-eaten face began to slowly change.
It's
It
gonna
was
tickle him.
beginning
He's like he's
to
about to
smile.
laugh.
Observers
Yeah!
recorded a noise what they
It's
thought
gonna
could have been a
work.
chuckle as the creature growled
What?
and said, "What is this?
He's tickling his hand.
Feel good."
Hey, yo! Yo, tickle monster, what are you
Stunned
doing?
at what was happening, 999 began to slither and crawl up from between
Oh my
682's
God.
toes.
Step monster,
Reformed
chill.
on its scaly leg and slithered up along its side.
Whoa!
Until it reached the neck. There
It's
it
going all
began
the way
to
to its
nuzzle like it
face.
had
They're best
never
as
nuzzled
buds.
before.
This guy's
The
crazy.
results spoke for themselves. 682 was grinning and chuckling, repeating a phrase that the Foundation never would have imagined coming from 682. "Feel so happy.
What?
Happy.
So this is just a little ball of sunshine.
Happy."
Pretty much.
Just when you thought
there's something else. There's
SCP-999
something
couldn't
else.
possibly be more adorable, you learn about its greatest power, bringing joy. Anyone and anything that comes
I
into
don't buy
contact
it.
with the creature, even in passing, will experience a kind of mild euphoria. As one's contact with the creature is prolonged, this overwhelming
what
sense
is
of joy
going on?
increases and continues long after you've separated from it.
It can't be
Prolonged
this good
contact
all
has
the time.
completely cured depression, anxiety,
It is,
and
Adam.
PTSD, along with a number of other conditions.
something they're not
including
telling
rage
us,
and
I know it.
antisocial personality disorders. Serial killers practically become saints after coming into prolonged contact with 999.
What?
And in
Wow.
that moment, 682 was no exception.
This thing is
And there
awesome.
truly does not appear to be no exceptions. While causing happiness and joy isn't a dangerous weapon, when it comes to SCP-999, it is an extremely powerful one. And what's more, SCP-999 also appears to have an innate sense for those who need its help most.
It's like one of those
With a
therapy
particular
dogs.
affection for the hurt and the
Exactly.
unhappy. The creature appears to be a true altruist on a
invincible.
fundamental level, even risking its own safety to help humans during dangerous containment breaches.
He's never
In
not
one
smiled.
dramatic instance, 999 leaped into the air to
Whoa.
block a bullet from making contact with a member of staff.
Let's go.
As a result, the creature is pretty much universally loved by all members of Foundation
Alex,
staff.
you love it?
It's the one
I think I
SCP
do.
who has
I'm
never
starting to
made
love
It's
it.
making me happy.
Back
I
in
know.
SCP-682's containment cell, the beast was still
if it's-
smiling and
what-
laughing
what even
as
is it made
999
out of?
rubbed against its neck.
That's what I'm
It was an
curious
event
about.
so
Honey.
strange, so unprecedented,
something
that the
nasty,
observers
probably.
in attendance felt like they were hallucinating. For a few minutes, the monster kept
mind
dreamily
control.
repeating the word, happy, But then, suddenly, the creature began to enter a fit of uncontrollable booming laughter. It rolled onto its back, slamming its huge tail against the door.
What
it
the
had
heck?
just fallen victim to one of 999's
I wonder if it can slither
favorite
into its ear and
pastimes,
take over its brain.
Tickle fights. Hence how
Tickle
it
fights.
earned
It
its
wants to
Tickle
take
Monster
over.
nickname among
It
staff.
just wants to tickle.
I
The
don't
tickle
know,
fight
Jack.
continued until
That's how it
682
starts.
appeared
It just
to
wants
tire
to-
and fall asleep.
It always starts with a tickle
smile
fight,
still on
and then
its
it
face.
gets dirty
After
and
15
bad.
minutes of inactivity, 2 D-Class personnel were commanded to enter and retrieve SCP-999 from the containment cell. They did so successfully, but as soon as 999 was removed, 682 roused from its slumber and released a powerful psychic attack from its entire body while laughing maniacally. It rendered all personnel within a certain distance incapacitated.
Tickle Monster give that
as
thing
they
powers?
collapsed in fits of laughter, allowing
got me.
682 to escape and
Jack.
go on a violent rampage.
Wake up, Jack.
However, in spite of this, 999 showed no fear and helped save some of the bystanders as security officers subdued and recaptured 682. And even after all of this, 999 showed no hard feelings towards 682 and indicated a desire to play again.
He's the perfect
It's a creature whose
SCP.
capacity for love is
He's
so
my new
limitless
friend.
that it's practically
I love
immune
him.
to fear. Which is all well and good, because the true enemy that 999 is destined to face is infinitely more powerful and terrifying than 682 could ever hope to be.
Isn't that the most
What is
powerful
this
thing in the
monster?
universe?
And why should 999 have
Is
to
it the
face
devil
someday?
himself?
The answer
SCP
to
devil?
these questions all lie in the true origins of SCP-999.
Okay, finally.
Available only to those with level 5 clearance and beyond.
We're getting into the juice.
It's a perfect example of how something good can come from the darkest places. There
is
would
what
be
I was
no
talking about.
SCP-999 without
something evil to him. There's an evil
SCP-231-7.
side.
SCP-231 was a collection of 7 girls, all impregnated.
Okay, before they get into this, my prediction is that SCP-999, also known as the Tickle Monster, is feces from SCP-231. Now, hear me out. Look at its shape. What does it look like? It looks like a turd. It probably smells like a turd.
You don't even know what the next SCP that you're talking about even is. How do you know that it can poop?
It said that it smelled good. Why do you think that it smells like a turd? Are you into that, or
Well,
what do
some
you mean?
poop smells good. First off. Second off, these 9 moms are about to impregnate some sort of Power Ranger combined force.
7, Adam. 7.
7. That's what I said. Just watch the video and watch me prove you guys all wrong. Just watch.
I don't even know what your point was,
There
but
would
okay.
be no SCP-999 without SCP-231-7. SCP-231 was a collection of 7 girls, all impregnated by horrific nightmares in a ritual performed by a cult known as the Children of the
Yep.
Scarlet King.
Yep.
Sounds horrible.
Each of these girls, over the years that followed, gave birth to some of the most horrific monsters imaginable.
All gingers.
One of which, according to some, was SCP-682. These beings were manifested by the Scarlet King, a powerful interdimensional nightmare god, believed to be behind a great deal of the darkness and horror
he has
present
a tongue.
within R and many other dimensions. Foundation higher-ups have declared the Scarlet King to be the greatest existing threat to the multiverse at large. And SCP-231 was his latest direct interaction with our universe.
Oh, okay.
The only surviving member of SCP-231, SCP-231-7, gave birth in secret. But she didn't give birth to a monster. She gave birth to SCP-999.
So do you guys think that because it came from the Scarlet King that this is actually an evil monster? Just like messing with the brains of everything around it.
Oh, that's a good theory, Jack.
I think this is actually one of the most evil SCPs ever.
I was kind of right, because he did kind of get pooped out. Just,
Right,
not,
you
not,
know, yeah.
Kinda.
Right, yeah, no, but yeah, no, so you don't know exactly what its motives are. It seems all good and dandy. It just wants to be friends with you and make you happy. But why does it want to make you happy?
You never should trust anyone that's always smiling. They always have something that they're hiding behind their face.
A being of pure goodness. That's right. The nicest, kindest, cuddliest SCP of all is the
Alex,
direct
stop
descendant of a being that's essentially the dark god of all evil. Feel free to take a moment to absorb that.
How does that
It's
even
actually half
happen?
The
human.
creature even healed the girl who birthed it and allowed her to return to normal life with her family once more. From its first moments, SCP-999 was making positive changes to the world around it. And according to ancient texts from a Scarlet King-aligned culture known as the Deivas, SCP-999 is still very much in its infancy, yet it already has the power to pacify its monstrous
So
siblings
it's
like
only
the
a baby
aforementioned
still.
I think it's gonna try to
682.
take over the planet.
It's believed, according to some prophecies and Foundation theories, that the power of SCP-999 will grow exponentially.
Yo!
What the heck?
Go ahead,
Why does
SCP.
this matter? Well, it's believed by some that one day, 999 will grow powerful enough to overthrow not only its own monstrous siblings, but the thought to be unstoppable Scarlet King himself.
Wow.
Not through
Interesting.
violence
so it's like
or hate,
Zeus and Kronos.
but through the pure force of happiness
Jack,
and
that's
love,
perfect.
burning out the darkness and purifying the corrupted. While the humble SCP-999 rarely outshines its frightening competitors, to those truly in the know, 999 is one of the most powerful and valuable SCPs in existence.
And he's so squishy.
And may be the greatest asset in the Foundation's arsenal for the war against dangerous anomalous activity. After all, what could strike more fear into their hearts than the knowledge that it might be love rather than firepower that finally dethrones the Scarlet King? And for the knowledge
No
that
way
it may
that would
one
work.
day save everything we know from a fate so much worse than
Don't eat it.
death,
Don't eat
with
the
nothing
planet.
but affection for everyone and everything, it's worth offering thanks to the little orange blob, or at least an extra pack of M&Ms before bedtime.
A pair of SCP Foundation researchers open the door of a containment cell and find themselves staring at something unlike
It's Alec
anything
and
they've ever
Adam.
seen before. Sitting in the middle of the room is a giant lump
It's an
that
alien.
appears
It's a
to be
hairy
made of
meatball.
what can only be described as flesh.
This is
The two look at
SCP-002?
each other in
I
disbelief.
don't like that word.
I don't
Just
like this.
what is this thing? They
That is not
circle
what
the
flesh
huge
looks
blob,
like.
looking it over,
Yeah, circle
wondering
it,
what
smell
on
it.
earth it could be. One of the researchers finally gets
Taste
the
it.
courage to actually feel it. He finds that it's warm to the touch.
Okay.
Is it
And does he
poop?
detect some
I think it's a
slight
meatball
movement?
or a turd.
He slowly moves to place his ear against it to listen.
I thought it was
But
called
a
a living
sudden
room.
shudder from the mask sends him jumping back in
Why would you
fright.
get that
What
close
is
to that turd?
inside
Just
of
then,
that?
the other researcher calls to him from the other side of the sphere.
dude's
It
got a big
sounds
forehead.
like he has found something.
Is
As
it
he
a door?
approaches, he too sees what caused his partner to call out.
It's got to be an
There, in
opening.
the
Jack,
middle
you're
of this
right.
tumorous ball.
Whoa!
Wait, how did they not
There's a
know that?
door.
There's a whole staircase. They
It's a
definitely knew
circuit.
that.
Also, they had to capture this SCP as well. Like, how do they not know that there's a giant door there?
Are these like two guys that don't even work here that just randomly stumbled in?
I don't know, but honestly, if I were them, I would whatever you do not open that door. Only bad things will come if you open that
I'm
door.
going in if I'm them.
I mean, yeah, they have to go in. They need to find out what's inside of SCP-002.
I would make other people go in. I would not. I would never go in there.
Yeah, get like a D-class personnel
Yeah.
or Adam.
Circular iron hatch, the kind sealed by a valve. And it's open. Now the researchers are really confused.
It's like
A massive
inviting them
lump of
in.
living flesh is strange enough, but why does it have a door?
Play with me.
One of the researchers peeks inside.
Hello?
Is that a couch they see?
What?
And a table? Does
Everything
someone
has a
live in
common
this thing?
theme here.
Things
Everything's
are
made
getting
out of
beyond
meat.
strange.
Or poop.
The two researchers look up at the observation window where their supervisor is watching them. The supervisor
guy's a
does not
weirdo.
hesitate. He nods at them.
Go
The researchers
in.
know what they must do.
If you love them, set them
Rock,
free.
paper,
What?
scissors, shoot.
Classic.
I mean, it's
The
only
researcher
fair.
who
Best
lost
2 out of 3.
winces.
Best 2 out of 3.
He
You
knew
gotta
that
run it.
coming to work at the SCP Foundation meant that he would be dealing with some strange, dangerous, and
Oh,
disgusting
gosh.
anomalies.
That is actually pretty interesting because most of the time in the SCP videos that I've watched, they make the D-class personnel do stuff like this, not the researchers.
Yeah, I don't know why the researcher is going in there. I can't imagine anything good is going to happen though.
Well, maybe the supervisor knows that this SCP isn't dangerous, so that's why he's letting them go inside.
I think he doesn't know anything and he's sending them inside, but maybe it's, since it's SCP-002, it might be really early on in the SCP Foundation's life, so they just don't even have D-class personnel yet.
All the dots are connecting. SCP-002, it's a big giant turd. It has to be. That confirms it.
How did you come to that conclusion though? Like you just said that with nothing behind it. You just.
Poop is number 2.
Oh. Okay. See, if you needed to say that part, I get it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Confirmed.
But he never imagined he would have to climb inside a giant orb of meat. His partner opens the hatch all the way and offers a hand to help him. Knowing he has no other option,
Get on in there,
the
buddy.
researcher
He just-
steps
he
inside.
just
Is
said
it
was
weird that I
meat.
kind of want to see what
Inside,
happens when
the
they
air
cook
is
it?
hot, thick, and
I would
moist,
take a bite.
Yes.
like a cramped gym that's had
Ew.
too many bodies exerting themselves on a warm, humid day.
Low key, I
He
like that
walks
scent.
through the short entranceway, and his eyes adjust to the dim light to find that he's standing in the middle of a cozy little room.
Wait, there's
A
electricity
single
in there?
small lamp on a
this is
table is
weird.
giving off just enough light for him to see that the room is sparsely furnished, with a few pieces including a small couch and a twin bed. Outside,
Overnight
his partner
challenge.
calls to him, asking what he can see. As the researcher turns to answer, the door
I knew
is
it.
shut.
Jeez.
The valve spins on its own, locking
No.
itself tight.
No!
Try as he might, the researcher can't
The
get it to
supervisor knew
budge.
this was gonna happen all
He
along.
bangs
I know
on
he
the
did.
door and yells, "Is he all right in there? Is everything okay?"
You gotta start eating from
His
the
only
inside out.
response is a muffled scream from
Should've
inside
brought
the
a fork
ball
and
of
a knife.
flesh.
What are they doing? Maybe,
He keeps
he's playing
pulling at the
Fortnite. He
door,
might be playing
twisting
Fortnite
the
in there.
valve with all of his strength.
No, he's
but it
playing
won't
fork
move.
knife.
The sounds of gurgles and wet
Oh, geez.
sloshing come from
Ew,
inside the
wet
body.
So maybe-
sloshing.
Maybe it's not like a meatball. Maybe it's not a turd. Maybe it's like a big stomach that anything that goes in gets eaten alive.
Jax, please be original.
Wait, but yeah, that actually makes sense because it's all made out of flesh. So even like the bed and the couch and everything was made out of flesh. So maybe every time that this thing eats someone, it then turns something else into what that person was.
Side note, would you guys try human flesh for like
No,
$100,000?
you're gross.
I'm gonna play the video.
Growth.
It was a trick
An
question.
alarm
I got the
starts to
lawyers.
sound as he strains against the door, exerting himself so hard that he feels like a vein in his head might burst.
It looks like it will.
Suddenly, the valve loosens, and a sudden
His air
lack of
definitely
resistance
burst.
causes him to fall to the floor.
No!
The valve spins on its own, and the door swings open once again. The ball of flesh is
Do you think he's gonna be in there?
I think he's probably dead.
I also think he's dead. And I also think there's gonna be like a new living room item in there.
Oh, they're turning the people into furniture?
Because everything's made out of flesh. So how do you get more flesh? By eating more people.
I'm thinking that he's gonna be like 600 pounds and just like living the best life because he had to eat to survive.
Oh, he just ate a bunch of pizza and played Fortnite in there, and now he's like 100 pounds heavier. I like that. I would go in if that was the case.
Yeah, we know.
quiet once more. The researcher picks himself up off the ground and slowly, carefully, peeks inside. Hello? Are you okay? Is anyone in there? There's no response. That is, until a blast of hot air comes rushing out of the hatch, blowing the researcher's
farted.
hair back.
Ew! He
When
actually
it's
just got
over,
farted on.
He peeks inside again.
Disgusting.
His fellow researcher is nowhere to be seen.
Oh gosh.
Inside is the same couch, bed, and
for something
table
new.
with a small lamp. But there's something new there, too.
Oh!
Wait,
Across
what's
from
new?
the couch, where there was nothing before.
Oh, I just
It's a
got
small
the
television.
shivers. That's disgusting.
While this may seem strange, it's just another day at the SCP Foundation, where anomalous objects and creatures are studied and contained, including SCP-002, also known as the Living Room.
Wait, do you guys think that the SCP Foundation just like made this up because it's like a pun on the living room? It's like the living room. but
Yeah,
we
I
know
just
it's
got-
like a living room.
I just got that.
It's literally alive.
Jack, as you were saying that, a light bulb just went off in my head.
I actually thought that was pretty obvious in that it didn't need to be said, but I guess it did because Adam had no idea.
See?
I get it.
SCP-002 is the
it's living.
designation given to a large,
Can't tell if it's
tumorous, fleshy
hairy or
growth.
not.
It's roughly
I think it's
spherical,
wrinkly.
with a circumference just over 15 meters.
Somehow that's worse.
Giving it an estimated volume of around 60 meters cubed. Located on one side is an iron valve hatch, similar to what might be found on an old submarine, which leads into the interior of the ball. Those who step inside are surprised to discover a small room that resembles a low-rent studio apartment, complete with furniture
I wonder
and
if
even a
once you
small
go
window.
in, like, can you get out?
Strangely, the outside of the ball of flesh
I'm gonna
shows
say
no
no.
windows,
The only
and
way would
indeed
be
no
to
openings at
eat your
all,
way out.
save for the iron hatch.
What if you explode it?
The furniture in the room
That's what I think
displays
they should
no
do. Or
anomalous
burn it.
properties, though examination has revealed that the furniture appears to be constructed of sculpted bone,
Oh, it
woven
is.
hair, and other biological
don't zoom in.
substances, all coming from human bodies.
That is gross.
Analysis of samples taken from the furniture has shown each to be constructed from independent and fragmented DNA sequences, several of which correspond to SCP research personnel.
Why did they do
who
this
had been
before
lost
sending in the
inside of
guy?
SCP-002. To date, the living room has been responsible for 7 members of staff going missing.
Why are they
At the same time,
stop sending
during the
staff
course
in
of its
there?
containment
You'd
at
think
the
they'd stop at
SCP
once.
Foundation,
Stop.
the room
Or
appears to
zero.
have added multiple additional furnishings, including 2 lamps, a throw rug,
Oh my
a television,
gosh.
a radio, a beanbag chair.
I mean, honestly, guys, and I know it's super messed up, but maybe the SCP Foundation is just really curious as to how much stuff can be in the living room at once. It's kind of fun, right? They send in a new person, and then what are you gonna get? Is it gonna be a beanbag? Is it gonna be a lamp? Is it gonna be a TV? Kind of like you're playing the lottery a little bit. Do you guys think you could take anything out of the SCP?
No, I think once you step in, that door slams behind you, and then it's GG's.
What if you sent in like a robot, or like you had a big long stick, and then you like grab grabbed it.
Jack's trying so hard to change the topic because nobody responded to his psychotic statement. He just
So guys, let's just think about it. What if you sent in a drone, right, that picks up something and then takes it out? Does that make a new living room?
no comment. Let's watch the video, Jack. You're a psycho.
Comment down below what your thoughts.
Needs to answer
3
him.
books in an unknown language, 4 children's toys, and a small potted plant. Tests have been performed using a variety of non-human entities in order to see if they would
That's Shy
provoke a
Guy.
similar response
Wait,
from
no, it's not.
The
SCP-002
statue.
to that of humans. Various lab animals, including those with close DNA to humans, such as chimpanzees, have been placed in the room. But so far, all have failed to make the living room react. Human cadavers were also tested, but they too did not produce any effect.
My guy's just
It
sleeping.
is unknown what causes SCP-002 to engage in its behavior, but whatever process it uses to convert organic matter into furnishings seems to only be triggered by the presence of living human beings.
They gotta get a camera inside of there. So they can see the process.
SCP-002 was discovered in northern Portugal, following reports of an object falling from Earth's orbit.
Oh, I said that! It was an
There in
alien
the bottom
turd!
of
I
the
did
small
say
crater
It is an
was
alien.
SCP-002. It was encased in a thick shell of rock, but the anomaly's fleshy exterior could be seen through cracks that were likely created by the impact. A local farmer was the first to spot the object falling to Earth and brought word of what he found to his village. At the same time, a Level 4 SCP Foundation agent stationed in the area
That's pretty
detected
convenient.
elevated levels
So
of radioactivity and traced the source back to the crater. An SCP collection squad led by General Mulhausen was dispatched to the impact site and quickly secured the area. Test subjects from the nearby village were recruited for initial analysis of the object, with 3 men
Recruited?
being individually sent inside of SCP-002.
What do you think that they said to the villagers to recruit them into going inside of a giant meatball?
All right,
They probably
Alec.
offered him food. Like if someone said, "Hey, if you go in here, I'll give you a whole pizza pie," I'd be like, "Oh, all right."
They
I'll
can
go.
make you do like anything.
I'll go in that butthole for a pizza pie.
Wait, it's not a butt.
No, but it looks like one.
It's a meatball.
No, I'll show you what actually happened. Alec, you play the villager. I'll be the SCP sergeant.
Okay. Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Hi, we need you for a special mission to go inside this
I'm
guy's
in!
hole.
I'm in! I'm in!
Oh, okay.
Let's do it.
That was pretty easy. Good job, Adam.
All of whom
He's sold.
disappeared.
Adam's very convincing
Having
when he wants to
confirmed
be.
this anomaly's deadly
I didn't
properties,
know it'd be that easy.
General Mulhausen then issued a Level 4A termination order that would apply to any local witnesses in order to ensure that no knowledge of the object reached the outside world.
Does
He
anyone
then
want to tickle
oversaw its
Dr. Bob's
transport to
chin?
an SCP
Just bury it
containment
underground.
facility.
Maybe it'll come back.
As
can't
Foundation
move.
staff prepped SCP-002 for relocation, 4 members of the security personnel were seemingly mesmerized and drawn inside
Oh,
the
this
object
is a new
where
factor
they
here, new
too
ability.
disappeared. This was the first hint that SCP-002
They're
possesses
mesmerized
some
by
form
balls.
of subtle mind control, with the ability to influence humans into stepping inside of it. It was after these losses that it was first noticed that the object appeared to grow new furnishings, following someone disappearing inside.
Oh, so maybe like the SCP is so smart that it creates furniture to try to lure more people in, to make it look friendly for people, you know? It looks friendlier.
I think this is
It's like, oh,
AI.
there's a couch, there's a TV, there's a little table. Maybe I'll go in there and see what's up.
Gotta be AI, alien technology. They're just playing games with us, and then they probably have many camera monitors, and they have a whole reality TV show of what idiot's gonna walk into our living room next.
And his name is Alec Derice.
I'm in.
Any hole.
After these mishaps, General Mulhausen ordered all staff to wear hazmat suits when dealing with SCP-002.
Why'd they make this
And
guy look so
following the
evil?
General's own termination, SCP-002 was placed in containment at the secure facility where it currently resides.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Due to the ongoing danger presented by SCP-002, the risk it poses to any who step inside of it, and the mind control abilities it possesses, it has been classified as Euclid. It is to remain connected
mean?
at all times to a suitable power supply.
Euclid class is basically one of 3 classes. They're safe, where you don't really have to worry about it. Euclid is kind of like neutral. Like if you stay away from it and don't provoke it, it won't hurt you. But if you get near it or interact with it, it could very well kill you. And then there's Keter class, which is like Shy Guy, and that thing will kill you at any time. It'll murder you.
Got
So this
it.
one's not that bad.
Thanks, Jack.
No problem.
to keep it in a charging mode of some kind, which appears to make it more docile. In the event of a power outage, staff in the immediate area are to be evacuated and the object's containment cell emergency barrier is to be closed, sealing it off from the rest of the site. Once power is reestablished, strobing X-ray and ultraviolet lights are to be activated in the containment
Why?
cell until
It's looking more and
SCP-002
more like an alien.
is returned to its charging mode. Research teams investigating SCP-002 that will come within 20 meters of the object must consist of no fewer than 2 members. Personnel should also maintain physical contact with one another at all times to confirm that the other is present and not experiencing any feelings of confusion, dull perception, or other forms of bewilderment that may lead to them entering the living room.
So you should
No
have 3
personnel
people
at all below a
holding
level
hands.
3 clearance are allowed inside of SCP-002, and any staff that have contact with the anomaly are to be escorted no less than 5 kilometers away and must undergo a 72-hour quarantine and psychological evaluation. SCP-002 is one of the oldest anomalies in the SCP Foundation database, but remains one of the least understood. Perhaps
yeah.
one day we'll understand
I'm
what
more
it is
confused now
and
than
why
in
it
the
was
beginning.
at one time sitting in the orbit of Earth. Did someone send it here, intending us to one day find it? Did it come here of its own volition? Or did we put it there ourselves, in an attempt to keep it away?
The guerrilla soldiers fire their rifles blindly into the jungle. They don't know what exactly they're shooting at, but something is out there among the
What
trees.
is it?
Something they can't
I think it's
see.
gonna be Bigfoot.
Something.
Comment down below
that's
what you think it
killing
is.
them. One of the young soldiers, barely more than a boy, stops to reload. As he pulls the magazine from his rifle, a blur passes by.
Oh no.
The
That's gotta be
soldier next to
Bigfoot.
him suddenly drops to his knees, clutching
No,
his
it's
neck,
way too fast to
blood
be
pouring
Bigfoot.
out between his fingers.
Bigfoot's pretty fast.
A hand grasps the boy's shoulder,
Adam,
and he spins
it's
around,
even
nearly
scarier
opening
than
fire
Bigfoot.
on his commander. The older man tells him they've got
a guy
to
with a
go, and the
mustache?
boy joins a small group of soldiers who start running through the jungle,
Where even
trying
are
to
they?
get away from whatever this thing is. As they run, there's another flash of movement, and one of the soldiers is pulled into the trees. He can hear his screams mixed
getting
with
killed
otherworldly
one by
shrieks.
one.
This is definitely in
There's nothing they can
Vietnam.
do. It's already too late for
It's
him.
in even worse, Adam.
Another soldier
South
disappears
America.
into the trees with a blur.
How's that worse?
Just him and the commander
I don't
now.
know.
They emerge from the jungle into a clearing that contains a small abandoned
no!
farm. The commander motions for them to head towards the old farmhouse, and the two take cover around the corner of the home. They crouch with their guns ready, peeking around the corner,
a
looking for
horror
any
movie right
sign
now,
of the
what the heck?
monster that's killed so many of their comrades. The boy wants to know what they should do. He opens his mouth to ask the commander, but he puts a finger to his lips and motions for the boy to keep watching.
I have a feeling that this guy's the SCP. Like, the way that the mustache dude's acting is kind of sus.
How? He's guiding him to safety.
Adam, they are so scared right now in like a life or death situation. He's the only one keeping the squad together.
The boy just asked his commander what to do, and then he goes like,
Yeah, he's telling him to be quiet, you dummy.
There's an SCP hunting them down like a predator.
so you guys don't think it's Bigfoot?
No, it's definitely not Bigfoot, Adam. I've also seen this video before, and I can tell you for sure it is way, way scarier than any Bigfoot you're thinking of.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. Okay. Huh.
The
Thanks
boy
for watching,
peeks around
guys.
the corner of the house.
We're done,
but
right?
He doesn't see anything emerging from the tree
Nope.
line.
We're
It's
just getting
quiet
started.
until the commander begins to scream. The boy turns to see a point
no.
forming on his chest. It's a black
I told
circle.
you! I
No,
told you!
Not black, something darker.
He's turning to the
It's
SCP.
like
What is
the
that?
absence
Is that a
of
black
any
hole?
It's
other
a black
light.
hole.
The commander screams louder as the
It
point
might
of
be Iron
darkness
Man.
grows. The commander's
What is
screams
happening?
fade out, even as it looks like he continues to yell. The boy watches as the commander seems to be collapsing.
What?
Sucked
It is a
into
black
the
hole.
orb in his chest.
It is.
That is
The commander's body
nasty.
folds in on itself,
He's
growing
spaghetti-fying.
smaller and smaller until it disappears completely into the black hole, which vanishes along with him.
So what do you guys think just happened?
I think the SCP just summoned a black hole to spawn inside of that guy's belly, and then it sucked him. That's like the most overpowered power of all time.
I think that my first prediction was right. That is the SCP, and he's acting like, oh, I'm getting sucked in black hole, but he's really a teleporter.
No, Adam, no.
Now he's
You're
gonna
so
wrap
wrong.
around. He's gonna get the little boy.
I don't want to spoil anything, but you guys could both be right.
I knew it.
The boy doesn't know what he just saw, but he doesn't have time to think.
There he is.
Because emerging from the
No!
forest,
Same
What is
guy,
that?
same mustache.
That's not Bigfoot, I
the boy
told you,
has never
dummy.
seen anything like it, and runs into the
his
farmhouse.
feet are pretty
He locks
skinny.
the door and pushes the old
It's
kitchen table
Littlefoot.
in front of it, trying to barricade it as best he can.
Wait, but he opened the door this way.
Yeah, wait.
How does putting a barricade on that side of the door do anything?
He's
Situation-
scared
he's
now.
not
He's just a little
thinking
boy.
logically.
He's not a genius. I'll have
That doesn't
high level
make any
IQ like
sense.
you.
What do you want him to do, huh? Grow a brain?
I don't know, dude. Something better than that.
He looks around.
Maybe
at
the
spots
SCP
of
will
bed
feel bad
against the
for him
wall.
because he's a little
It's the
special.
best hiding spot he can find. So he runs and slides under the bed, pulling himself as
gosh.
close to the wall as
That's
he can.
gonna work.
The boy watches and waits, unsure of what he should do. It's quiet. There's no more screaming of soldiers being killed or any more of those guttural animal-like squeals.
What are these random houses
Maybe
doing
it
in the
decided
middle
to
of
go
nowhere?
back to wherever it came from. The boy doesn't dare come out from under the bed, though. as he watches the door, waiting for something to burst through.
I'm so
He sees
scared.
On my
something else.
toes.
Another of those
No!
black spots appears in the middle of the room.
Not another black hole!
I would try to
Bends
eat it
the
at this
light
point.
around it, distorting the room nearby.
What? Why would you try to
The
eat
boy
it?
watches from under the bed as out of the point, a thin black limb.
No!
Run, dude!
Then another.
Is it a
You
spider?
can see its strange pointed
It's
legs
Slenderman.
with no feet standing just in front of the
God.
bed.
Oh,
now.
it may be Slenderman.
With a high-pitched cry, the creature
That is
effortlessly
nasty.
tosses the bed aside.
Oh my
Oh,
The boy is
gosh.
no.
left exposed,
They found him.
cowering against
like a
the
No,
wall.
he's
cockroach.
exposed.
The creature screams, opening its wide mouth that seems to split its
Ow!
eyeless face in two,
That is disgusting.
revealing 2 rows of jagged teeth. The boy screams back, crying in fear, and sees that the creature isn't
Try and
eyeless
fight
after
it.
all.
Do
Inside
something.
its grotesque mouth, a milky blue
Punch its-
ball
Whoa.
appears.
Flippin'
There's
nose.
no iris, but the boy
Is he
knows
gonna
whatever this
Kamehameha?
thing is. It's
I
looking
think
at
so.
him.
Is that Goku?
The boy feels his chest grow tight. He looks
no.
down to see that one of the black points is
Oh,
snared.
GG's. GG's, it's
Oh,
over.
Himself being
GG's.
squeezed and crushed,
How
pulled
do you even
down
beat
into the
something like
singular
that?
point.
You
All
can't.
noises, including his screams,
Bro.
disappear as he is pulled into
That's
this soundless
insane.
void.
Oh
But
my
then he
gosh.
hears something again. He looks up to see that the creature is being riddled with bullets.
Yeah!
It turns
Oh.
to escape and bursts through the wall of the farmhouse.
Oh, someone just
The
saved his
dark
life.
orb
Who
on
was
the
that?
boy vanishes.
Wow.
And he sees, standing in the
Mustache Man.
doorway, his
Oh.
friend and savior.
How
He
did he? How
clutches
is he
his
still
bleeding throat
alive?
with one hand, holding his rifle in the other. The boy rushes to him as he collapses to the floor. Blood
saved
is
his
pouring
life.
out of his neck,
Wow.
and he can no
But
longer
he's gonna
speak.
die.
But he dies knowing he saved his young friend. The boy starts to feel very tired, and he sits down next to his dead hero.
He's the lone
He's
survivor.
all alone now. His entire group of freedom fighters now wiped out by this
That's
demon.
crazy.
The boy feels nauseous and dizzy. He coughs into his hand and looks down to see that it's covered in his own blood.
No,
A group
no.
of boys run down a jungle.
Is this a whole nother story now? I think we're time jumping in the future.
That is one of the first instances of the prototype being documented, and there's a few more that we're gonna get into, and then Dr. Bob's gonna tell us a little bit more about the prototype and his abilities.
I did not expect it to look like that. That is like ugly.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Demogorgon combined with like a 4-year-old infant.
Laughing and playing when they suddenly stop and grow quiet. There's something up ahead
That's
of
like
them.
us.
It's a man lying on the side of the road.
Who
The boys
dat?
look scared, unsure if they should check it out.
I
But
think it's
then
gonna
the
be the
smallest of
mustache
all of
man.
them emerges from the group and bravely marches up to the man.
Mustache man.
Yeah, where does he
Not
go when
wanting
he
to let
hops
the
in
youngest
black
of their
hole?
friends make them look like cowards. The rest of
We
the
don't
boys
know.
soon follow. The man on the side of the road is moaning and looks to be in
Doing the
pain.
worm.
As they get closer, they can see that he must have been in a terrible accident. His skin is gray, and it looks like his long, thin arms only have
No,
3
no!
fingers. What should they do?
I think this is
The small
Voldemort.
boy
You
picks
gotta
up a
run at
stick
that
and
point.
reaches out with it to poke
No,
the
don't
man,
poke
it.
not
Kedavra!
wanting to touch him with his own hands. But before
It's
he
Harry
can,
Boulder.
the man
No,
rolls
don't
over,
touch it.
opening his mouth.
Dude!
Reveal the glassy blue eye
As soon as you see the
inside.
fingers, you don't
The
go near
boys
that
turn
thing.
and run, hands over their ears. Several weeks later, the small Guatemalan
Wait, guys. I think he might have been weak because it was like, it's daytime. It was daytime.
So?
And so maybe he couldn't get up and run and stuff, you know?
Maybe
not?
it's a nighttime nocturnal hunter.
Maybe he was just napping during the day, you know?
Good. Or maybe he doesn't attack children.
It's like a zombie in Minecraft. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
They're in
small
Guatemala,
Guatemalan
by the
town
way.
holds a meeting. The crowd of people in the room are
I don't know where that
angrily
is.
yelling at the mayor, who stands at a podium,
South
demanding
America?
answers from him about what happened to their dead
I
or
think so.
missing loved ones. A series of photos are hung on the wall behind the mayor in remembrance of those who have disappeared into the forest.
A lot of bald
or
guys.
It was with the
mysteriously
little
died from a
boys.
rapid illness, including the brave young boy.
Oh no.
Wait, there was still
One man
missing?
shouts at the mayor, wanting to know
Yeah,
where
they're
his daughter
missing.
was.
And/or
Another
dead.
asks how her healthy husband could drop dead from an illness after being perfectly healthy only days before. The mayor tries to calm the frustrated townspeople, telling them that he knows there have been rumors of a demon out in the forest, but that's all they are, rumors. The mayor warns them, though, that something is out there, though he doesn't know what. There is an animal or man that is making people sick. It may also be hunting people. Neither he nor the police know exactly what is going on. But there is good news. A group of men have come to help them.
Is that the SCPs
The mayor points
right there?
towards a stern-looking
Yes,
man
it
in a
is.
military uniform who is standing with a small group of other soldiers and a
There we go.
scientist off to the side of the stage. The mayor explains that this man, General Machoy, is from America.
Yeah!
And that he's going to help them. The
America!
crowd doesn't cheer in the way that the mayor seems to
Get
have
those guns
expected,
going.
But they at least stop their yelling as the general steps to the podium and thanks the mayor for the introduction.
How do you trap
The
a
general
creature
looks
that
over
has
the
a black
crowd who are
portal?
waiting and hungry
It can
for
teleport
answers about
anywhere.
the monster that's suddenly
They don't
begun
know yet.
plaguing their town. He tells them that it is true that he's been sent here by the US government in order to investigate what's been happening and stop whatever threat is out there in the jungle by any means necessary. He can't promise that he'll be able to bring back any of their missing loved ones, but he can at least prevent whatever this is from taking any more.
What would your strategy be to capture this thing?
Well, I'd probably have to send a lot of D-class personnel at it, and then maybe confuse it. Like I send 100, like, you know, just like criminals at it, and then it's gonna like start spawning in black holes, and then eventually it'll tire itself out, and then it'll take a nap, and then that's when I tranquilize it, and then I take it away.
So pretty much you'd sacrifice human life to capture it.
That's the only way to do it.
That's messed up, Jack.
Messed up, Jack.
Gotta do what you gotta do in the world of SCPs.
I would take everyone's favorite puppies, and I'd get them all in a group, and then I'd sacrifice them.
What? That's so much worse.
What's that? Wait, that's worse?
How's that worse?
Comment down below. Jack's crazy.
Why do they have to be your favorite puppies? Can't they just be like my least favorite?
Sacrifice.
We don't even know if this thing
He then gestures to the rest of his group and tells the crowd that the men he has brought with him have been specially trained to deal with this exact type of situation, and that they don't need to worry any longer. The only thing everyone needs to do is stay out of their way, and all will be taken care of. With that, he walks off the stage as the crowd erupts into more shouting.
I'd be so
General
confused.
Machoy stops at the scientists waiting next to the stage. Well, Dr. Keter, what do you think? The scientist adjusts his glasses and answers, "This is what we've been preparing for. The overseers kept telling us this day would come. It looks like it finally has." The group of soldiers led by General
here's their
Machoy
plan.
make their
Let's
way
see.
through the dense forest.
Oh, he's got a bazooka.
Dr. Keter is just ahead
What
of
are they
them.
gonna do with that?
using a
Exactly what they
Geiger
were
counter
doing
to follow
before.
the
What happens
creature.
if you shoot a
The audible
bazooka into a
clicks of
black
the
hole?
radioactive entity
It
telling
goes
him which
through
way
the
it
black
came.
hole and then back at you.
They track the source of the radiation
It comes out
to
your
a
butt.
clearing in the jungle where a small village once stood. Most of the buildings are overgrown
That's way
with
more
plants
houses than
and
before.
thick vines, but with it growing dark,
It's
it
different
seems as safe
location.
a place as they will find to make their camp for the night.
Oh no.
The soldiers fan out to search what's left of the town as Dr. Keter continues looking
Please.
around for where the
Never
radioactive
go by
trail
yourself.
might lead them next. As General Machoy is checking out one of the many dark old buildings, one of the older soldiers cries out, "Hey General, it looks like this generator still works." With the sound of an old diesel motor coming to life,
Why would
lights
they
in the
ever go
village
here at
suddenly
night?
flicker on.
What are they doing?
Now
They have
go
to
during
hunt
the
this
day
thing down.
and light. Though he'd never admit it, General Machoy was feeling nervous about spending the night in the jungle.
Me
But
too.
now at least some of those nerves were being washed away by the old flickering yellow lights. Later that
That's even worse now because the monster knows exactly where to find him. The lights are an awful idea. That's terrible.
I don't think that the lights would really matter though. I think that the monster's gonna track them down either way.
No, Alec, you're so wrong. No, they want to sneak attack the thing. They don't want to lure it anywhere.
So they want to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want it to find them. They want to find it and sneak attack
Well,
it.
they gotta do something. What are they supposed to just sleep in the jungle in the middle of the night with no light at all?
Yes.
No, that is why you would never survive a single second in the jungle alone.
I'd put that thing in a chokehold and just...
Oh, Adam, you're so stupid. The prototype is basically like a grizzly bear, dude. It's an animal, and it will sniff you down, and it will eat you from the inside out.
All right, my bad. I didn't know you were a SCP-001 expert.
I am. I'm telling you, this is exactly what they gotta be doing. Also, why do you guys think they have like the radioactive thing?
Because maybe the SCP farts like radioactivity stuff, and it's helping them track them. He's like Godzilla.
That's the worst take I've ever heard.
What?
It's definitely like the whenever it spawns in that black hole or the
Yes.
whatever, it sends off
Yes.
a frequency. It sends off a frequency
Yes.
of energy that they can detect, so they know when it's in the
Yes.
area. Go off, sister.
Preach, Slay King.
Hey. Hey.
That night,
Bro, you're
Yes.
the general
prototyping
is
right now.
questioning Dr. Keter on where the
I
creature
got a
went.
black hole for me if you know what I
Dr.
mean.
Keter is confused, though. His readings showed high traces of radiation leading into this village. The creature came here, he was sure of it, but now he can't figure out where it went. It's as if it came into the village and then simply vanished. Outside, one of the soldiers on watch
There we
tells the
go.
rest of the group who are
Soldiers
sitting
are gonna
around the
start
fire
dropping.
to shut up, that he thinks he saw something in the woods.
They're going
Everyone immediately
insane.
springs into action, taking defensive positions and aiming their rifles into the dark tree line. There it is again, he says,
Oh.
as a flash of darkness
That's what I'm
moves
talking
just
about.
beyond the
Why do it at
clearing.
night?
No, it's over here, says another soldier on the opposite side.
So dumb.
How could the creature be
dumb.
moving so fast
scary.
around them? Are there multiple of whatever this is out there?
They need better
The
guns
soldiers
too.
form a circle to make sure that the thing can't get behind them. What they can't see is the point of
Oh,
darkness.
my God.
that
There it
runs
is.
the backs.
No!
Thin
Black
pointed
hole!
legs stepping out
And
of
there
it.
it is.
The general's radio comes
This
to
is
life.
exactly why you
I
were
think
wrong,
we've got
Alec.
something out here, but his message is cut off by screams and the sound of gunfire. General Machoy tells Dr. Keter to stay inside and runs out of the building.
That's
where
what
he
happens
finally
when
gets a
you let
glimpse
it
of the
find
demon
you.
that they've been tracking. The tall, thin
my
creature is
God.
massacring
there it
his
is.
squad.
That is
Dashes
disgusting.
between them at an
It looks
inhuman
gross,
speed, using
dude.
its three-fingered
It's like a
hands
spider
to rip the limbs
gremlin.
off of some soldiers and slash at
How is
others
it ripping
with its
off
razor
arms and
sharp
legs that
claws,
easily?
opening up their necks or
how girls
disemboweling
think they
them
look
before
like when they
moving
wake
on to
up.
the next. The general
eating them
fires
like
his
a
rifle
bloomin'
at the
onion.
creature and misses, but it's enough to get it to retreat. General Machoy
Ew.
runs back
That thing
inside
is
the building
nasty.
where Dr. Ketter is waiting. What was it? What did you see out there? The general doesn't know how to begin describing the monster that just killed all of his men. It's like
Ew.
nothing he's ever seen before, and something that no amount of training could prepare him for.
There
As
go
the two
all
men ponder what
soldiers.
to do next, the Geiger counter on the table suddenly starts to click,
Here we go.
softly at first, but then more and more,
Oh, that means
as
it's
if a
getting
huge amount of
closer.
radiation has suddenly flooded the room.
Oh my
The
gosh.
general grabs the doctor
It's
and
the black
drags him
hole.
out, leaping out of the building just before it collapses in on itself.
Whoa!
disappearing
Shoot it with
into
the bazooka!
micro-singularity that formed inside.
Shoot the black hole.
The two men look up.
Yeah,
to see it
use
standing
that
right in
bazooka,
front of
bro.
them.
Blow it up.
Its huge
They only
mouth
have one
open
bullet. They
to
gotta use it
reveal
on
its
this guy.
glassy blue eye.
Oh my gosh,
Look
that-
out!
it's
Dr.
clearly
Ketter
British.
cries, but he isn't talking about the demon, as he and the general roll to the side, just avoiding the power line that has been cut loose by the destroyed building.
Oh no. Oh
The power
no.
line hits the ground
Maybe
and
they could
immediately
use that as a
begins
weapon.
to spark, sending out bright pulses of white electrical light. The creature cries out with a gut-wrenching scream and
It hates
collapses
light.
to
Oh,
the
it's getting
ground,
him.
huddling up
Oh,
into
it's
a
getting
ball
him.
as it tries to cover up
Alec,
its
you
mouth
were
with
right.
its
It
thin
doesn't like
arms.
light.
Is
Bazooka.
it the electricity? The general asks, confused
Bazooka.
about what suddenly stopped the killer's rampage. But Dr. Ketter realizes it isn't the sparking
This guy's
power
looking
line that the
dirty.
creature has been
Get that
immobilized
thing.
by.
Hurry up!
It's the flashing light.
Get him!
The general doesn't wait
Yes!
for his answer, though.
Shoot!
Fires
Bazooka!
the weighted net
There we
trapping
go.
the
Oh, it's a
howling
net.
creature.
Oh, it's.
They just wanted to capture him, Alec. They just wanted to capture
I was ready for the
What,
biggest
what?
explosion, and it's a
No, no,
I
fucking
thought it was
net.
gonna explode him into bits!
Alex stood up for a net.
Are you
Alec got
serious?
baited.
Sit down. Sit down. It was a net.
Bro, I was so hyped for the
They
bazooka
might-
blast.
they might as well be going
Capture it,
fishing.
not kill it, Alec.
What the
Capture,
heck?
kill,
Alec
love,
was
not
so
hate.
hyped over this bazooka.
Come on.
I was waiting for the bazooka ever since I saw it.
Let's add our own explosion. Throw in an explosion for Alec.
All right, let's play that again, but let's do an explosion.
Wait for his answer, though. The howling.
Whoa! Wow, that was so
Dr.
epic
Ketter
and
examines
cool.
the creature at the
Yay.
Field Research Center that has been set up
days later.
several miles from the village. A strobe light has been
got
affixed
it.
to the inside of the creature's cage, but even when the doctor turns the light off, the grayish-brown skinned entity still remains curled up in a ball on the floor. The doctor wonders if perhaps the
Oh,
creature
it's
is
Shy
hungry,
Guy.
but it shows no interest in any of the various meats, fruits, and vegetables they've
Interesting.
presented to it. The doctor stands in the doorway of the tent that has been set up to house the creature's cage and gives an update to General Machoy, who is anxious to get the creature moved to the United States and a more secure containment environment. Dr. Ketter stresses that he fears the journey might kill this creature, though, and put an end to the incredible research and testing they can perform on this amazing living specimen.
Do you guys think it's better to kill the creature because it's dangerous or to study it?
Study it. Find out how it's making the black holes, and then we can create our own black holes and then create dark matter, which is what created superheroes such as the Flash.
Alec?
I would just kill it. It's way too dangerous. If it can summon black holes, it could probably suck up the entire world. And we can't have that happen. So I would just kill it and get it away. Pee poo boo boo.
You would have shot a
The
real
general
bazooka
turns
at
to
it.
leave,
I would've
but
shot a
stops to
bazooka
salute
at
the
it.
body of one of his soldiers being carried by on a stretcher. Dr. Ketter himself turns to go back to his research when he notices something. The creature's mouth is ever so slightly open. Dr. Ketter has yet another idea. That night,
What's he
Dr.
going to
Ketter
do?
enters the
He's gonna
temporary
push his
morgue
gun.
and takes a severed arm from one of the dead soldiers.
Oh.
Back in the research tent, he presents the arm to the creature, sliding it through the cage bars.
No, that's messed up.
The creature doesn't react, but Dr. Ketter continues to watch and wait. After a time, the creature finally stirs. It's the first time he has seen it move since it was captured. The creature reaches out with its long three-fingered hand and grabs the arm before starting to feed on
Oh,
it.
it only eats
my
human.
gosh.
Don't you?
That is
Dr.
nasty.
Ketter asks, and bizarrely, the creature seems to respond, giving an almost
Nom, nom, nom,
baby-like
nom.
I hate
coo.
this SCP.
There's lots more of that if you behave. All I want is to study you, learn how you work. The creature continues to
Ew.
feed, starting to crunch on the bones now that all the meat is gone.
Can't we just give it like
Yes, I
horse
believe
meat?
you'll be good, the doctor says as he approaches the cage. You're going to make me world famous.
Or a chicken leg?
Soon, everyone will know the name Herman Ket. The creature's hand shoots out from
or
between
maybe
the bars
not.
so quickly
Oh,
he
you
never even
are
saw it.
actually so
Dr.
dumb.
Why
Ketter
would he
starts
get
to
that
scream
close?
as it grasps and claws at
Oh
him.
my
The
gosh.
soldier standing guard outside runs in, but a black point of light immediately appears.
No,
causing him to
Are
fall
you kidding me?
into the
Do the
sea.
flashing light! Do the flashing
The
light!
creature drops the bloody Dr. Ketter to the
That's
floor,
crazy.
who reaches for the emergency strobe light activation button as another singularity opens up inside of the cage.
Please click it
The
quickly,
creature
quickly,
appears to
quickly.
willfully step into
And
it before emerging out of another just outside of the bars.
Are you kidding me?
More soldiers rush into the tent in time to
That
see the
doctor's
creature
so
feeding
dumb.
on the still living Dr. Ketter.
Oh my gosh.
One presses the button to activate the high-powered strobe lights, which cause the creature to start screaming and thrashing about, trying to escape the flashing
way.
lights. Multiple nets are fired onto the creature, pinning it to the ground as its screams
good,
slowly
they
fade
captured
back
it
to
again.
Oh
embers.
my gosh. I
On
gotta get a new
overseer
doctor
orders,
on that.
the creature is moved to ADRX-19, a secure base located somewhere in North America. The site's director
No
gives a
paparazzi.
presentation to a group and explains that thanks to the work of the late Dr. Ketter, they now know that the creature exhibits signs of fear and sickness when in the presence of strobing lights, and that it is unable to produce the microsingularities that it uses for defense and teleportation when it is in this sickened state. When healthy, though, the creature is extremely dangerous thanks to its superhuman speed,
How do they
strength,
contain
and
this
cunning.
thing without the
It was
strobe lights?
also discovered that it is unable
They
to
don't.
teleport.
They need the
through
strobe
lead,
Yeah, but how do
which
they
its
test
new
anything
containment
about
cell
it then?
has been
It's
lined
'cause it's gonna
with,
be sick.
And extreme security procedures have
don't
been
know.
implemented, including the installation of a reinforced steel blast door and constant patrols of the outside of the cell by armed guards who are equipped with high-powered strobe lights. The site director leaves the room and the overseers discuss the fate of the creature, which has been given the designation number 86243AR-001, though most have taken to calling it simply 001. One of the overseers argues that the creature must be secured and contained in order to protect humanity. Who knows how many more of these might be out there? They now know that the rumors of these types of entities aren't merely isolated events, and that there could be countless more of these anomalies, hundreds, maybe
Oh
even
my
thousands.
gosh.
The rest of the overseers unanimously
the sound
agree.
of that.
One of them picks up the report
the
that was left
origin story
behind
of
by
how
the
the
site
SCP
director. Redact this
organization
report
was created.
immediately and start a new document archive. This is only the prototype. I have the feeling there will be many more of these.